you said years ago, Donnie said to some kid, who asked him that, like, you got to get out of town. You got to go places that you're not familiar with and not comfortable with, and you got to go get in front of people who don't care. They just don't care, and you have to make them care. And then, as far as the business side of it, you got to learn how to read a contract. You got to learn how to keep your money. Yeah. And you got to just learn all this stuff.
Yeah. All a kid wants to do is play rock and roll on stage and make money doing it. And there are people out there, there are sharks out there, to take advantage. And do you think you had it harder, or the kids nowadays have it harder?
Oh, I think artists are just going to get screwed forever. That's just all there is to it. Mm-hmm.
They just figured out a different way to screw them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. There was a time when, hey, we got a record deal in front of us. That was the end all be all. That was the start.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Somebody uttered a weird thing. What was happening there?
What was that?
What? I don't know.
Oh.
Off to a great start,
I apologize.
Guys. Hey, listen, it's Tuesday.
Whew.
April 1st. April Fool's Day, and we are coming at you. That's right. We are coming at you live from the Point Studios here at City Place.
KPNT.
KPNT.
You know what I loved about that spider monkey video from Thursday is when you were having your meltdown about it, and it kind of came to a head, and you were talking about running the board and the transmitter of KPNT. You were like slinging out all this radio jargon. I enjoyed that.
Protect the transmitter.
You were protecting the transmitter, and I was like, I never heard you say that before.
Really, I was on high alert for a monkey coming over to this side.
Yes.
And touching buttons.
Right.
I am the keeper of the transmitter.
I watched that video that Moon took again yesterday just for S's and G's, and what a day.
What a day,
One of the coolest days of my life on this show.
Well, I've been tasked with such a great. It is an honor to protect this transmitter on the license of this radio station.
Yeah.
And the owners, Hubbard Communications.
It's a rare thing for the host of a show to actually run their own board. I don't think people understand that enough. So the fact that you do that is pretty incredible.
It's a control issue for me.
Absolutely. Like, I love it too.
Courtney doesn't run her own board.
I know. Nor does Tim McKernan.
Fastlane guys don't.
Yeah. I mean, it's a rarity to get the focal point of a show that runs their own board.
Yeah, I'm the conductor.
Mm-hmm.
I look at myself as a conductor.
Mr. Conductor.
It's a symphony.
Yeah.
Shining
That's what it is. It's a symphony. I could be doing something else. I don't know. I was just talking to Moon. We were watching the news here, and they had something at St. Louis Community College, and, they were showing shots of the campus over there. And
the new training facility.
The new training facility, whatever that is. I'm sure it's nice, but my nephew's just committed to the University of Florida.
So they're both going to be alligators.
Both going down to University of Florida. I was talking to my brother-in-law last night. He's a proud father, very smart twin boys.
It's great.
And whenever I hear or even step onto a campus, whenever I hear somebody talk about, a university of higher learning, or if I have an event somewhere on a college campus, I'm envious of never having lived that university lifestyle.
Me too, man. I lived one of the coolest lives ever already. Like, I totally know that, and I'm so thankful for it. But every time we had like a big university festival or a university show, and Scott was there with me for most of them, I would walk around all day. I was, dipping in and out of like campus places that I wasn't supposed to be in, just to kind of like soak it all up, go check out the football field. I just thought, man, this would have been awesome.
It would have been awesome, but at the same time, we wouldn't have lived the lives we've lived because of that.
There was a fork in the road, and I chose this direction. And but it's nice to see that was kind of a cool thing. And I will fully admit this, Riz, and you tell me, because you're getting to be about that age. I am tempted to push my kids into some giant university so I could live through them.
Heck yeah.
And go down and visit. My daughter right now.
Yeah. I thought you were going to go to college.
I know, me too.
I'm going back to school, guys.
No, I did that.
Rodney Dangerfield style.
I did that on the road. And honestly, if I could ever afford to, like time-wise.
It'd be a cool reality show.
I would love to.
Like a rock star with like bona fide credentials goes back to college and starts.
And has to
You'd be
live
like
there.
Natalie Portman.
And you have to live in the dorms.
You have to live in the dorms.
If I could afford to do that, I'd totally do it. And I don't
Get a scholarship.
I don't even care about the dorm thing. I want the degree. I want the education.
I'd
No,
go back
I
in a
want the
heartbeat.
experience. We went to, my son had a hockey tournament out at Notre Dame. I think it was last year, or the year before. And, walking around that campus and just seeing the college life, the university life was cool as hell. And
Yeah,
I was
man.
so
Jealous.
envious of these kids.
It was the best time of my life.
Was it?
It really was. Like, I just told some young people that the other day that are going into
Hello,
college.
youngsters.
Hello, young people. Like, if you're going into college and you know what you want to study and you're comfortable in who you are and you go into school, you meet your tribe and then you thrive in what you're interested in. Because I was a terrible student in high school because I just didn't care. But then once I focused in on, like, what I wanted my degree in, which was mass comm and writing, I thrived in it because you're just in your own little universe and you exploit that part of yourself. And then you meet all these kind of similar people that have the same kind of end goal. And it was so great. And like this, you talk about the campus, Illinois State's campus up in Normal, Illinois was the quintessential what you see in the movies campus and the parties and the little town. It
That's
was
I
so
don't care about the
cool.
learning part of it. I'll be honest with you.
Well, that
Yeah.
you need to do.
I'm just the campus life.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why I.
Like going to the mess hall and having like a
Yeah.
meal plan.
I'm the mess.
It was great.
The mess hall's the military.
What do they call it? The cafeteria.
Yeah.
You have your little card with
At Notre Dame, it was like a Hogwarts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like all those buildings are old as hell. And you have your meal plan card, and there's different stations.
salad bar.
Do I want to go to the cereal bar? I don't know what I want to do today.
My
Do I want
daughter's-
just pizza? Fine.
My daughter's already visited a few colleges, and she's like got her eye on one that I don't want her to go to. But I did float the idea. I was like, hey man, why don't we take a week this summer and we go on some tours? We'll go down here. We'll go to this one. We'll go to this university. Let's do it. And she's like, you just want to do that? And I was like, well, yeah. Well, I want that experience with you, but I think you should probably check out a few other places besides this one that you've got your eye on.
Yeah.
I don't know. My two nephews these are genius kids. I mean, they both of them got perfect scores on their SATs. Both
Nerds.
nerds indeed.
And I was wondering, knowing that, having spent Thanksgiving with you and hearing them talk, there were talks of them splitting up and like going to different colleges.
And these are identical twins.
They're identical twins, and I was curious if they'd make that choice to be like, all right, we've lived our whole lives together.
No, they're going together.
As a
That's
unit.
cool.
You're going to go to Florida. I'm going to go to Alabama or the other coast, and we're going to have college separate. But they decided to go
They've
together.
decided to go together.
Are they going to bunk up?
I don't know.
That'd be awesome.
But I mean, very cerebral kids. One of them played piano at Carnegie Hall. I mean, one's a math genius.
Good for them.
And I'm just imagining them getting down to Florida, finally
Letting
out of the
loose.
nest.
Yes.
Party.
And
It's like real genius, dude. I hope there's a Val Kilmer character for them there. Like a smart guy that likes to party.
Love a
I can
smart guy that
imagine
likes to
them
party.
going, and that's in Gainesville?
Oh, Tom Petty
remember.
land. Right on. And Leonard Skinner land, I believe, right?
I don't remember. I remember playing all these schools. I just
Gainesville.
never remember where I was.
But I can imagine them finally getting out on their own, getting down to Florida,
Oh, doing their first keg stand. Oh, I love
and
it.
just all the academics go right out the window.
Yep.
Yeah, Gainesville.
Oh no.
All that money
Right
wasted.
right out the window.
Crash out.
That's hilarious.
All that genius lost as soon as they cross into Florida. Well, listen, we all know as soon as you cross the border, your IQ goes down. We know that, and I'm fine with that.
You're talking about into Florida?
When you get into Florida, your IQ goes down a couple points, which is fine.
Which is, it's a party atmosphere. I mean, going to Miami,
fine.
I'm a total idiot.
You're
you
not
know?
talking about the university. You're talking about the border, right? Like in the state.
Yeah.
when
Oh,
you
yeah,
get
yeah.
in
As
the
soon
state.
as you cross into the state.
And,
Oh, I see. No, my nephew is big time socialite, life of party kind of guy, and he had a 4.0 his first semester of his freshman year. So I think he's still doing good. I don't know. He's still in his
got it.
freshman year.
That's great.
Notable alumni. University of Florida.
University of Florida. Go.
Aaron Andrews.
Love it.
Emmett Smith.
Ooh.
Faye Dunaway. Stephen Root, character actor.
Whoa.
Great guy. And Chris Collinsworth.
Oh.
A lot of sports people.
Well, I mean, it's a big sports college,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
I think there's a Tom Petty Fest down there. Gainesville Tom Petty Fest. Oh, yeah. Tom Petty
I would
weekend.
imagine.
Hometown celebration in November. They must go.
Well, I'm going to be the cool uncle.
Yeah, you will. Hey, it's your
Hey,
uncle. It's your Uncle Riz here to visit again.
Am I a college
Is,
kid
is
or
it
an
cool that I
adult?
stay for a week and a half?
I'm going to have my hat sideways.
Yeah.
Take them to the Tom Petty
Let's
Fest.
go.
Dude, consistently, we had some of the wildest times ever down at FSU. Florida
Two-
State is
Florida State. Well, Florida
party.
State. That's the Seminoles, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the
Scott
This is
and I-
Gatorland.
Scott and I made
the Gators.
a lot of memories.
Y'all come down here for the Gators?
Well,
2 Nobel Prize laureates. They don't put that on the landing page. You put celebrities on there. But genetic coding, ooh, that sounds important,
The
dude.
human genome.
no,
That's
these
cool.
kids
And
are
check it
these
out,
kids have got a real future. Honestly,
12 astronauts. 12
That's-
astronauts.
that's,
You're first twins in space.
that's nothing to shake a stick at.
That will not be the the
They
Kelly
could be the-
brothers. I think. Well, they were
Oh,
studying
yeah,
Mark,
Mark
and
and
Scott Kelly.
So why do the educated guys want to leave our planet?
Well, that's
don't know,
a good
Scott.
point, Scott.
I don't know, Scott, but yeah,
You kid talking
I'm
about
excited.
where he wants to go?
My son?
Yeah.
No,
No. Okay.
not yet.
I feel like I was lucky in the fact that I grew up near a college town, so I got to have the college experience in high school.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. You were basically in Breaking Away when there's the cutters.
I don't know if I've seen that.
Oh my God, it's one of the greatest movies ever. Daniel Stern. Quaid,
What is this?
The not crazy Quaid. Breaking Away. It's just like a
Wait,
bike movie.
who is that? Dennis Quaid?
Which
Is he not crazy?
the non-crazy one.
He's a little.
Or
Well, Randy
Randy.
Quaid.
They're both
and there's
nuts.
Dennis Quaid and Randy Quaid.
Dennis Quaid and Daniel freaking Stern in their youth do this bike movie, and it's basically the townies that are called the Cutters, and they're living in a university town in Indiana, and it's like it's like the school kids versus the Cutters, and it's really kind of fun to imagine being in one of those towns and not going to college, but being
Yeah.
college age.
Yeah, that Carbon, and it was the top 10 party school in the nation.
Dang, really?
University.
Carbondale.
University of
Illinois.
University of Southern Illinois, Carbondale was right behind Arizona State for years. Like
Especially
they eventually had to
Halloween.
send people home for Halloween because they would like take over the strip, the main road, and they like ended up setting cars on fires and flipping cars over. and
Nice.
going crazy. Just a college. I got maced, I guess, down there a couple times.
You did?
By the
Just
police?
the whole crowd. Yeah, they were shooting like well, not mace. What are the little
Pepper spray?
Oh, and pepper balls.
pepper canisters? They were peppered in the hole to get us off the street.
Yeah. Nice.
It was pretty wild, man. And then they ended up making all the kids go home. They shut the school down for Halloween break because Halloween was so wild down there. But I got to do all that without having to go to class and do all the boring stuff.
Right. So you got to live.
Yeah,
You got
dude.
to live the college life.
You were Dennis Quaid in that movie.
Dude, my friend, one of my good friends' dads owned a bar called Sticks Bar and Billiards, and it was right on STIX. Pretty
Of course.
cool. And they were right on the main drag. It was a big college bar. And we would go in there in the afternoon and take the freight elevator down to the offices at 17. Not even old enough to be in the bar, and we would just wait. So then when the bar opened up and then the college kids started pouring in, we'd take the freight elevator up with the door guys or the bar backs, and we just, as long as we didn't leave,
You were
we
good.
were in. We were already in the
Just
bar.
blend in.
Just blend in. And they
Don't
were
do
pretty-
anything dumb.
They were pretty loose in the cage.
Don't
with
draw
serving
attention to
people.
yourself.
Yeah. So we were just out there dancing with college
Nice.
girls. We're trying. I'd say trying more than dancing, but
Yeah, but again, the fact that we did not live the university lifestyle, we got to do other things, and here we are.
I got both. I got to dip my toe all around because then I went to college to play football and baseball. I got to do the whole, not for long, due to pregnancy, but I got to play for like 2 years, and got to do the whole go to the cafeteria with the football team, and then you had 2 lines. You had like the fast food line, and then the meal line. You could go through and just grab a cheeseburger or whatever. Had a meal card, all that stuff.
That stuff.
Not as cool. That college was lame. Ronald Reagan's alma mater. They beat it to death. It was cool. Old buildings and stuff. All the
Old
stuff you
buildings.
wanted.
Yeah.
Maybe we should just enroll you in college for a day.
Yeah. Yo.
Riz goes to college.
Now it's got to be a whole I got to go for at least a semester.
Junior college. I'll go back with you.
Nah, it's got to be one of these big university things.
Junior college is just
That's the
second high school.
experience I want.
Yeah, that don't count because I
do
did that.
continued education. Like I've taken.
I don't care about the
community
learning
college.
part of it. I just want the lifestyle part of it.
Oh, you could be an
I just want
honorary
a party.
associate's degree.
The learning part, I don't need.
Hold on.
I don't need that.
Riz University, no books, just a party. People sign up and they pay, but they don't have. There's no class. They don't have to learn anything. They just get to have the campus life.
Yeah, Rizzapalooza.
And
It's a
honestly,
test.
it's not even the party thing. It's just living that life.
Why don't you just go to a campus and be a weirdo then?
But dude,
Like, what are you talking about? Just go and walk around and act like you take a ladder because that's our comfort blanket.
Yeah.
Hold
and just
on.
go.
Hear me out. A lot of kids these days are taking what's the gap year where they go hike around.
They go to Europe.
Is that
It's
what
rich
that's called?
people stuff. Yeah, gap year.
Exactly, rich people stuff. And that's our target audience, rich people. Rizversity, where they don't have to worry about their kids getting in there and screwing up their GPAs and messing up their future. They get 1 year at Riz University where they just learn how to party. And then they go away and go to whatever. At 19, they go, or whatever, they go away and go to the university of their choice and actually learn. But at Riz University, it's all about learning how to live the campus life, how to balance your boozing, and you're getting up to go to the cafeteria, and how to negotiate being broke and being away from home and being homesick.
We also just roam a lot. We'll just roam around the campus a lot.
Home party.
Lot of stuff in the quad.
Yeah.
Rank in the quad. Maybe we have 2 quads. What's
Maybe.
that? An octaquad?
Octaquad?
Only campus in America with an octaquad.
All the classes are like my survey of rock and roll class, but they're specified.
Yeah.
Survey of 70s rock, survey of new wave, survey
Bowling.
of grunge.
Yeah,
I
dude.
could set the itinerary like I did. And Scott, maybe you'd be on board because we had like a kegger for Christ one time because my buddy Ben looked just like Jesus Christ and he was into it. And so we did a kegger for Christ. We did a foam party. We had Halloween parties. We did the beating of the junk car, 5 swings for $5 during finals.
It's just an
week.
excuse to get together and drink.
Well, I think we're on to something here.
Great.
I like where all this is headed. Moon's got a good idea. We got Gay Bar Steakhouse 101 with Professor Williams. This is, and we teach them. It's just all a radio education.
That's it.
It's all a morning show education.
How to protect the board from monkeys.
Yeah.
How to defend your studio from 5 spider monkeys. Hey, speaking of monkeys, our dear friend Tanya Hardex was in court yesterday. I don't know if you've heard the latest.
Just saw it moments ago.
She did the entire interview on the news with her eyes closed a second ago, which was hilarious.
Yeah, it's like they said here.
She did not have a great day yesterday.
Stare at the sun.
Oh.
She did not have a great day yesterday. Headline, chimp crazy Tanya Hardex pleads guilty to 3 felony charges.
Dang.
Our friend from Festus, Tanya, Tonia, don't get it wrong, known for her controversial handling of chimpanzees and featured in our favorite documentary of the summer, Chimp Crazy, pled guilty to 3 federal charges in court yesterday. The charges include 2 counts of perjury and 1 count of obstruction of justice. So she entered her guilty plea yesterday. Her attorney, in an interview, expressed relief over the resolution, stating, "I'm glad that we're able to negotiate a fair resolution in my client's best interest. She looks forward to putting this behind her." Listen, she's faced accusations for years regarding unsafe and unsanitary conditions for the 7 chimps in her care. Of course, the big controversy surrounding Tanya was the lying under oath about the death of the chimp named Tonka, which she claimed had died, but she secretly kept hidden in her basement. And by the way, she came onto our show a couple months ago and was just freewheeling, just no filter. We're asking her questions, and she's, being as truthful as she can. Enough where we got a call within a couple days from the U.S. Attorney's Office.
Yeah.
It's always fun.
Did I mention that on the air before?
No.
No.
Oh, well. A couple days after Tanya was on the air with us, we got the boss, not just our direct boss, his boss got a note from the U.S. Attorney's Office in St. Louis asking for a copy of the interview. And they wanted to make sure it was an unedited copy. So, because I said, well, just have them just go to the podcast and just, there it is.
Right.
I said, no, they want a copy straight from
the media logger.
Like straight from microphone. We have a thing that records everything. So they want that. Remember that, Scott?
Yep.
I had you pull all that stuff?
Yeah, that was pretty exciting.
And I said, listen, you don't got to hook a car battery up to Scott's nipples. He's going to do it.
But I requested it.
So I don't know. I don't know how they used it. All I know is they were like,
But we made
we
them
want
subpoena.
this.
I thought that was a solid move. We didn't just volunteer it like snitches get stitches. There had to be a subpoena involved.
Yeah. Well, when I saw the emails, I went, ooh, okay. All right. Here we go. Here we go. So I don't know how they used it or whatever, but it was her words. She was here on the air. We just asked her questions and she answered them.
Yeah.
All this stuff with Tanya dates back to 2018 when PETA began advocating on behalf of the chimps in her care. They raised alarms about the conditions the chimps were kept in, as well as the risk to the community after one escaped its enclosure back in 2020. So her troubles are not over, though. The U.S. Department of Agriculture recently ordered the termination of her animal welfare license, which will take effect on April 22nd. She is scheduled to be sentenced on July 16th.
Dang.
Oh, man.
Well, looking at what she's facing a max of 20 years.
Oh, my gosh.
my
She needs to
goodness.
run for office so she doesn't have to worry about it. If you lie under oath, it's like, you're cool.
Good point.
So I believe, and I read different things in different publications, but one it was 5 years for each, because it's two counts of perjury, one count of obstruction. So 5 years for each count of perjury and 10 years for the obstruction.
Didn't she have anybody coaching her on not perjuring herself? Like, I mean, I feel bad, actually.
I mean, you saw the documentary.
No, I didn't watch it.
You didn't?
No, I know. And in fact, I had so many listeners reach out to me who watched it, who know my animal heart, and they're
This
like,
changes
do not
everything.
watch anything,
I
which I
thought you
appreciate.
saw it.
No, I'm not going to watch it. But, I was in here when she was here, and, I loved how open she was to answering our questions. And even in that moment, because even at that time, she had some things kind of bubbling legally, right? And I thought, wow, she's being so candid and
Right.
honest and open. And that's fine, I'm glad she was honest to us. But I hate that now maybe that interview added, because obviously the DA was coming for the tapes. Like, that sucks. Like, I wish that her lawyers would have been like, hey, you're going on this show.
Shut up.
Shut up.
Or how about don't go on the show?
Or don't go on the show.
Well, I mean, clearly with the documentary, when she's crying to the judge, it's over like a Zoom court call.
Okay.
So she's crying to the judge saying Tonka's dead, and then the camera
remember you telling me about
goes
it, yeah.
down the stairs, and there's
There's Tonka.
Tonka. I mean,
Right.
But she
that's
also said that was
editing.
fake. Yeah. She said the director asked her to do that. She said that on our show, that the director asked her to shut the laptop and walk downstairs and then edited that together. That she was crying. She's like, I turned on the waterworks, but she's like, I was crying because I was thinking about them taking him from me. She's like, the tears were real.
Well, I mean, that's for drama. The point is
Sure.
the chimp was alive
Chimp was alive.
in the
Yes, yes,
basement,
yes.
and she lied to the judge, and she admitted so. And
She did.
Now she's gonna have to pay the price again. She's facing a max of 20 years, and I don't know what she's.
Do they
gonna
have
get.
any kind of Are they projecting what might happen to her? Is anybody making any kind of
Judges have discretion in sentencing and often give defendants less time if they've taken responsibility for their crimes. So it says max 20 years.
Okay.
So by pleading guilty, that will help her?
I'm sure they may have worked out some deal.
Okay.
I'm sure if she's repentant and doesn't go on TV or any other radio show or give an interview where she's just throwing fireballs.
You know, the documentary is not just interesting, and Lern, I think you should probably see it because it's.
Cal, I can't do it. I can't do it.
Well, I mean, I get what they're saying about the animal thing, but it's a lot more people story than animal story.
Yeah.
The guy who is posing as the director that goes in is like that's a heck of a story about that guy too. Like you know what I mean? Like he's conflicted and like because he likes Tanya and he's like he cares for her and he's like I feel like I'm betraying her and I know that I am, but at the same time he's doing it for.
Don't get him wrong. The monkeys are a big part of it.
No,
Well, I'm not saying that they're not.
And
But
I
I'm
know
just
I'm
saying
lame, but like I just
it's a fascinating
I'm so
documentary.
sad
is
already. I
fascinating.
can't deal.
It's not just a Tiger King thing. It's like it's
Yeah.
pretty fascinating about the people in there. I mean, there's stories to be told,
And the fact that it's local, too.
I know. Trust me, I've had so many Riz Show listeners reach out, like since we interviewed her and we'd been talking about it. And you guys all watched it, and they were like, "Do not watch it." So I'm going to take.
Oh yeah, our
their
listeners
heed.
are to always be trusted.
yeah, no kidding. I
These
understand.
are the ones that I trust.
I guess to a point.
Because I don't need to see. I have no interest. Like I love animals, and I want the well-being of those animals to be okay, but I don't know. Like even Tiger King, I watched it because we were all pent up in our homes,
Right.
and that was
That hit right.
Yeah.
636. Why did she lie about the chimp's death? Well, she loved the chimp.
And
she
they were
did
trying-
not. She did not want the chimp to be taken from
Yeah,
her.
they were trying to relocate.
I mean, she called her chimps her kids.
right.
And she said that she loved the chimps more than her actual flesh and blood.
Again, who is also interviewed in the thing. It's a fascinating
It is.
people story. I think you can handle it. I'm not saying that it's not an animal story,
Yeah,
but like I think
it is. There's not
I
a
think-
ton of Tiger King was way worse.
Yeah.
As far as animal treatment and like footage,
Right.
Tiger King was 100 times worse. There is an episode where they kind of show you, not even on Tanya's behalf, but just like when chimps get older and they become too aggressive and then they can't be,
Yeah, there's that
they
aspect
can't
of it.
interact with the public,
Where,
so they
you know-
get kind of lonely.
yeah,
Like they make that argument, but
was it in that documentary that they show the one gal up in the Northeast?
Oh, that her face ripped off?
No, well, yeah, that too. But
Remember they showed the different ones.
the one where the mother it was attacking her daughter and she was calling and
Yeah.
saying, "Kill it, kill it."
Yeah. That was in that, too.
That was in that documentary.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. That, I think, Lern won't be able to handle.
I don't want to see. I don't like.
you don't see any of that.
You know, but you hear it. I mean, and you see the aftermath.
I don't like seeing animals caged up and weird stuff.
I understand.
That's okay. I don't need to see it.
Listen, I do. If you remember the Tiger King one, you watched Tiger King,
Yeah.
right? We all did.
Yeah,
Do you remember? It was the worker who got their arm ripped off,
yeah.
and then went back to work like the next day.
Right.
Yeah.
And that dude, and it showed him, and he's like, "This is gonna ruin me." You remember that? He was only concerned about the business.
Oh my God. So July 16th, we'll find out what happens to Tanya.
Wow.
And again, facing 20 years. Don't know if she'll get that, but she did plead guilty.
Wonder if the
Perjury
judge will
and
ask us
obstruction.
what we think she should be sentenced.
Yeah, they're going to call you in.
Yeah.
Scott.
Well, somebody brought up. What about the number 2 show? Like, did they get the transcript of that?
They just asked for the Riz Show one.
I went on the run.
Smart.
I pulled the footage and went on the run and was hiding in seedy motels because I wanted to keep that number 2 show footage. I love
That's
it.
right.
No, they didn't ask when I played F, Marry, Kill with all chimpanzees on the number 2 show. Apparently that was not pertinent to the court proceedings.
Now, listen, I don't know what they did with our stuff. I don't know. I have no idea. On a different note, I want to see what you guys think about this. And this is from a couple stories about restaurants. Nothing bad. This is not going to turn you off to anything, but just a couple different scenarios. And a woman told a story about something her new boyfriend did. And just one of the comments underneath the story had me going, and I want to see your thoughts. So, woman tells a story about something her new boyfriend did. They'd gone out a couple times, but about date number 3, he takes her to an upscale restaurant. He says, "Hey, dress up nice. I'm going to take you someplace fancy." After dinner, the bill arrives, and he says, "Hey, just play along." this is going to be a free dinner.
What could go wrong?
Like, just play along. We've enjoyed our meal. Just play along. This is going to be a free dinner. He drops to one knee, pulls out a ring box, and asks her to marry him. She laughs, naturally surprised, and then played along and did the whole shaky hands over her mouth thing. He put the ring on her finger. Everybody applauds. Manager comes out. Free dinner. Free dinner. And she says they did it again this past weekend. Only got free desserts, but hey, still free desserts. And her question is, should she feel guilty? Should she agree to do it again?
Oh, man.
And it was one of the comments that got me, because somebody says, great job, screw these millionaires and their overpriced restaurants.
Yeah.
You're paying $20 for a cocktail. The food is way overpriced, and they don't pay their staff. F them. They could afford to take the hit. Everyone should figure out a way to scam free meals for millionaires here and there.
Millionaires.
Oh, wow.
Millionaire restaurant.
Somebody does not understand the restaurant business
Or
at
any
all.
business.
$1 million.
The majority of business owners are right in the middle, if not on the low end of the middle class. Open a book. Good God, man. You are screwing people that probably making less than you.
Like actual individual mom and pop restaurateurs
Yeah.
versus these kind of chain restaurants. Because I mean, we talked about this. What was the subject last week?
Motels and hotels.
Right.
Motels and hotels.
That was a little different. We're talking about like a mom and pop spot where they don't
Margins
have,
are thin.
Yeah,
Yeah, restaurants are hard.
they are hard work.
Super hard.
They're happy if they're breaking even on their investments into what their business is.
Do you appreciate in any way the scam that's going on here?
A little bit.
I mean,
It's kinda.
I appreciate the craftiness.
I don't
I
appreciate.
appreciate the positivity of the scam, that they're scamming in a way that makes everyone around you feel like they witnessed something beautiful and romantic. Like they could fake a heart attack and get wheeled out on a gurney, traumatize kids.
I appreciate the balls.
You're going to be pushing your boundary out, though. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you can only do it once.
Well, this guy did it twice in 2 weeks.
Yeah, but he's
With
going
this chick.
to have to keep going east or keep going west. You
You
know
got
what I
to
mean?
keep a really tight spreadsheet of where you've been.
Yeah, you got to know.
You want to go to dinner?
And you have to
Sure,
have a
we
certain
got
radius of where you
45-mile
where you
drive.
can and can't do it anymore.
Make sure no one posts on socials.
Because I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah,
I saw them get engaged last week.
No pictures, please. No pictures.
You know what? You're right, Rafe. The positivity of it. Everybody loves seeing an engagement, right?
It's pretty clever. It's pretty clever. And they're not asking for anything. People are coming out and saying, oh, dinner's on us.
Hey,
oh,
congratulations, kids.
Right.
I'm comping the dinner.
And think about this, man. I know this sounds wild, but you see that you're out on a date. You're with your gal. She sees that engagement, and it kind of it might awaken something. You know what I mean? You're probably more people getting laid at the end of the night. I'm just gonna,
Or you awaken the engagement dragon, where you're
Yeah.
like, why isn't this happening? yet?
far less often.
This
There's
is
far
the
less
third.
people
This is
that
the
have been
third
dating
date.
for 15 years that are still waiting to pop the question. More often than not, it's going to be people out. They're having a good time. We see somebody get engaged. That makes a woman say, "Oh, that's so cute, so sweet, so romantic. We witnessed something so romantic tonight," and it flips a little switch.
What happens if he actually really starts loving this gal? And they've already done this scam 27 times. And then he wants to propose. What are you going to do now, man?
She's going to make him pay that time.
Well, they're definitely not getting engaged at a
Yeah.
restaurant.
Not
Yeah,
doing
it's
it
going to
in
be
a-
somewhere
Yeah.
else. Yeah.
It'll be somewhere.
Yeah, but anything that he does, he's like, oh, we're trying to get a free hot air balloon ride? Is that what we're doing here? You know what I mean?
Maybe that's their thing. That's their love language that's unique to
He
them.
goes, "Hear me out. We're going to the airport."
What?
She just proposes in front of the Delta desk to try to get some free tickets to Hawaii.
Hey, this flight's on us. This flight's on Delta.
Yeah.
We just love Delta. We're Delta Rewards members, and we love Delta, and I wanted to do it here.
Yeah, just a way to get everything for
How far
free.
can you take the grift?
I don't like the
Listen,
great
I need
job.
my gallbladder out. Come to the emergency room with me.
Yeah. Or let's go down to the car dealer, and when they come out, just
I need
hit
my
the knee.
gallbladder. I don't want to go into surgery without asking you. Please be my wife.
Yeah.
Hey, this one's on Barnes,
You know what?
guys.
We're popping this one out. This is on Wash U.
I don't think free dinner happens though. Like, I mean, maybe like a dessert or like a glass of champagne.
Well, they said free dinner the first time, free dessert the next time.
You never
No,
know.
I think a free dinner is.
I don't think it
a free
happens.
dinner's in the cards.
I'd be
For sure.
surprised.
A free dinner's in the cards. You see that, and you go, okay, hey, kids,
And people applaud, or somebody like picks up their
it's
bill
our
for
gift.
them.
Our
I
gift.
don't know.
It's
Well,
our gift to you.
We celebrated our 5th anniversary, and we went out for that. And the server asked why we're eating out. We said, "Oh, it's our 5th wedding anniversary," and he let us pay full price for everything.
Nice.
So it was nice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thanks, man.
Now,
Crap,
not
that
even
happened.
free
That
dessert,
does piss
huh?
me off a little bit. You ever call a restaurant, make a reservation, and they're like, "Are we celebrating anything special?" And I'll say, "Yeah, it's her birthday or anniversary," and then they don't do anything, and I'm like, "Why'd you ask?" I've had that happen several times where I'm like, "I didn't offer the information. You literally asked, like, and are we celebrating anything
Maybe they're-
special? Is there a
maybe they're-
special occasion?"
Maybe they're just trying to small talk. Just trying to say, hey,
Why would the host
make
be
it
small
friendly.
talking on the phone?
To make it,
Your voice
friendly.
sounds
Hey,
good.
you've called so and so, and
That's the level of
that's,
restaurant, though. Like, Tim and I went to celebrate our 10th anniversary in Chicago last year, and we went to this place called Sepia, and they printed out menus and said, "Happy anniversary, Tim and Lauren."
That's nice.
Yeah.
And they brought out this beautiful cake, like little pieces
Yes.
of cake afterwards. So it depends on the level
So I'm
of
saying I've had that
niceness.
happen.
Yeah.
Right.
So when you ask me that question, you're setting the table for me to be like, "Oh, I'm about to look really good for making this res."
For sure.
Right.
And they're going to bring her out a piece of cake.
With
or
a
they're
candle in it
Or they're
or
going to give us a
something.
special table near the piano or up
Right.
front, not the one back by the swinging doors of the kitchen. Where I'm
Yeah,
like,
every time the door opens,
yeah.
it hits you in the back of the chair.
yeah.
You're next to the bathrooms.
I don't know why, but it bugs me.
Yeah, you're right.
was this
Why
a
ask?
Was this a local story?
No.
Dang. I was like,
I wish
man.
it was.
I was like, hey, we got a couple places I want to send you just to experiment.
I want a Rachel listener to try this.
Yeah, dude.
Try it.
Oh,
Try it
boy.
at the dealership too, and see if Frank Lita comes out
Try
and
it.
offers you an Acura or a discount.
I don't listen. I don't know. Maybe
I mean, let's scale it up. Let's like figure out what step one.
try this.
Step
See
two.
if it works.
It's like, I mean, it's a clever thing.
Although
Who do you think would hold out?
Although we're telling people to try it, and at the same time going, "Hey, these restaurants are running on thin margins."
Yeah, I'm not saying restaurants. Let's try somewhere else. Try it.
Try
at
it.
the,
See if they give you the free meal, but pay anyway. Okay.
Right.
All right.
Let us know.
Pay anyway.
Try at the Arch.
Try it at Hooters. They're filing Chapter 13 anyway.
Well, they officially filed yesterday, by the way, after we talked about Hooters.
They got nothing to lose.
Hooters yesterday officially filed bankruptcy.
Which one? Which bankruptcy? The one that's like more of a restructuring?
I thought you meant which Hooters.
Like a
That's what I was
which
like, which
chapter?
one?
No. Sorry, yeah. Because I mean, there's like different levels. There's one
Hooters.
there's one that's clearly like a restructuring thing. It's a
Is that 11?
Restaurant chain Hooters of America filed for bankruptcy in Texas on Monday, seeking to address its $376 million debt by selling all of its company-owned restaurants to a franchise group backed by the company's founders.
interesting. Okay, 360 million.
$376 million.
I mean, that's it's a big number, but
Hooters, like
that's
other-
that's not a ton considering they have a few hundred locations.
151 locations with another 154 opened by franchisees. So they got about 300 Hooters.
Yeah, they could figure that out.
And they're worldwide.
So this is a full restructuring and
Yeah. No, they're
There's-
gonna keep going. Remember, we said they're gonna kind of rebrand a little bit,
Are
try
they
to
gonna
make
do
it
the
more family
typical
friendly.
move with that kind of stuff with an investment group where they sell off all the buildings and they charge themselves way too much?
I
talking
don't
about Red
know.
Lobster.
Yeah.
I don't
the
know what
Red
they're
Lobster
gonna do.
thing?
There. All right, so that's the free the free meal scam. This other one here, this actually had me laughing. So, dude writes, I went to an authentic Mexican restaurant in Minnesota. And he wrote, yes, there are authentic Mexican restaurants in Minnesota. Okay.
All right.
The waiter was Mexican, and he brought us some chips, and I said, gracias. And my friend goes, wow, that is low-key racist.
What?
Dude, it's like The Office when he's like, "Okay, Oscar, what should we call you?" And he's like, "Mexican." He goes, "We're trying to not use racist terms." He's like, "Dude, I'm from Mexico. I'm Mexican. Do you remember that episode?
Oh,
Yes.
And,
Yeah.
it's so weird and awkward because that's how a lot of people think.
So he goes, gracias.
That's how
And-
racist people think.
And yeah, the person he was with went, wow, that is racist.
Do not play with words.
And
at
he
all.
says, I didn't mean for it to be racist. Everybody working here is speaking Spanish. He was just trying to be polite. And yes, maybe his Spanish is
It's cringy.
horrible. Maybe it's cringy.
I hate that word, but
Wait, what is saying
Why?
gracias?
Oh,
Yeah, maybe you're,
gracias.
maybe you're,
it's like
maybe
being
you're
with the lady that tries to roll her R's when she orders a margarita. You know what I mean?
I'll take a margarita.
Well,
We'll have two margaritas.
Yeah, but it's
a picture
fun.
of margaritas, please.
those are
And I'm like, then you're doing the accent a little bit. And it's just like, if you don't speak Spanish, I mean, I appreciate the effort, and they probably don't mind. But there's time, it just depends. Depends on how hard you're laying it on.
Gracias.
You think so, huh?
I don't know.
If I'm clearly an English speaker and I'm in Japan and I'm doing a cheeseburger place and I serve someone who's native to Tokyo and they say thank you, I'm going to go ahead and see that as like a pretty cool effort, even if it doesn't sound good or
Yeah.
if it's coming off as cringy to their friend.
And-
As the receiver of the thank you in my own language, I'd
Yeah.
be like, well, that's pretty tight.
Yeah, the
That's,
best way to learn a second language is to mimic their cadence and everything.
Well, they're at a
Yeah.
they're at a
It's not
Mexican
racist.
restaurant in Minnesota.
You're taking the imperial thinking in with you, though. You know what I mean? Like,
No, I
there's a
don't.
lot of, we expect everyone to speak English. It's kind of an American thing. So when someone says thank you, we're like, hell yeah, about time.
What?
But a lot of, like, when we were in Russia,
Holy crap.
I'm telling you.
I've been to foreign
that
countries.
I've been
and
to foreign countries where they don't appreciate it. That they don't want. Go to France and try
I've
to
been
speak
to a foreign
French.
country. I've been to a bunch of
go
foreign
France
countries.
and speak spoken.
And somebody said
broken
thank
French
you.
to
I didn't
them.
go, hell yeah.
I'm not sure anybody's
Right on.
traveled the planet in this room more than I have, and I've never expected anyone to speak English to me. I've never done that.
And I've never seen anyone upset with me trying to speak their language.
You're telling me, hold on. You're telling me that as a general rule, that when Americans travel abroad, we don't expect to run into somebody speaking English.
Oh, no, expect it.
That you don't think that as a general rule, we have a tendency to do that?
I didn't know we were
hope-
talking
don't
about
know.
generalizations when I made a very specific reference of
I-
me serving, owning
You
an
were-
American cuisine place in
Tokyo.
Tokyo, and someone speaking my language in a simple thank you.
Okay, Moon would appreciate that. Moon Valjean would appreciate that. I've been to countries, when we went to Russia and Tina tried to speak Russian, they stopped her and flipped the menu over in English. And they're like, if you don't speak the language, don't butcher it.
Yeah, but those are very angry people.
They are, but I'm saying my point is we are applying
Most likely
American
drunk as well.
standards to foreign countries. You're applying an American way of thinking to foreign countries. The other cultures don't necessarily think the same way we think. And we always apply our culture onto other cultures. Sometimes people don't appreciate
Okay,
it.
so
I don't know.
So-
And I honestly am telling you, I don't know. I
So
don't
maybe
know if,
that wouldn't
I don't know
fly
if a
in
Mexican
Russia.
person's like, I don't know if they went back to the kitchen and be like, you guys aren't going to believe this. This guy just said gracias to me, and that was tight. You know, they're probably.
I think it's a thing.
It may not, and it may not be a thing.
Yeah, I don't think it is.
But I'm saying,
And
like,
they may go back and make fun of you,
yeah, probably.
And that's fine.
and that's fine. You know,
Totally fine.
that can happen anywhere.
Yeah.
That's what I just assume because I don't speak a second language and so
Right.
I'm an idiot and that is kind of our American way of like just have patience with us. We're idiots. I'm sorry. Like I wish that I spoke another language. I think it's actually like a sign of intelligence and so
Yeah.
cool. And I wish I had the time to actually sit down and learn another language. But I assume because when I go to a Mexican restaurant or an Italian restaurant and I'm trying to order some crazy authentic dish that I do not speak, when I do it, it's trash. And I feel like they give me some grace. And that's so nice of them. Thank you.
I think you ever had somebody try to follow up? Where you,
Oh, yeah.
you throw a gracias out or you throw something out, and then they're like, oh, yo tengo español.
Dude, Polo
And
every
you're
time
like,
I see him in
no.
studio. I'll say like one or I'll be like, baños and cervezas.
Well,
And he'll start and rattle it off. Beautiful language. And I'm
okay,
like, I
so
can't keep
you go to
up.
a Mexican restaurant and you get your chips and salsa, you go gracias, and they're fine.
Yeah.
But you go to a Russian restaurant and they,
Spasiba.
and you go
Shut up.
spasiba, and they go, don't even try.
Yeah.
There's a whole Sex in the City
Spasiba.
episode about spasiba
They
with the Russian.
they are not. They have no chill.
No
about
chill.
their language.
No chill.
I was I was in culture shock at how rude they were to Tina over there. Because she speaks...
And she speaks Russian.
Not great, but she speaks... It's more than knowing a couple words. Like, I knew a couple of words.
But the culture is fairly exclusive.
Yeah, apparently. I didn't know until I went. But it was like, most places... I had that assumption that most places, if you made an attempt, there would be an appreciation. And it was kind of a rude awakening for me that I'm like, oh, maybe I'm applying like my own standards to the rest of the world.
Does she speak it fluently?
She can write it really well. She can write it better than she can speak it. And
Did she talk to her parents in Russian?
No, she quit when she thought it was weird when she was a kid and wanted to be like an American and thought it was weird when they spoke to her in Russian, so like refused. Her and her brother refused to like engage.
Refuseniks.
And she regretted it. Refuseniks. Yeah. And then she picked up and when she knew we were going, she started taking lessons.
Right.
And
See,
picking it
my
back
wife,
up.
I mean, you've heard my wife talk to her. My wife talks to her parents in Russian.
Yeah.
And she is fluent in Russian.
That is so cool.
Russian.
That
And
is so cool.
Her parents are. Her parents will speak in Russian to one another. Like when we go stay with them. Not often, but...
I know. I guess I'm generalizing here, but I've been to a lot of different places in Asia, and they for sure appreciate it. They for sure appreciate it. Even China did. When you just make the little efforts,
Yeah,
and they're not
they seem
expecting
excited.
anything.
Those languages scare me because they're tonal and different words. Same words mean different things, right?
Yeah, not
like
any
Mandarin?
different than English. Once you understand like the patterns and the kind of the reversals of things, it's actually a lot easier than you think it is. At least Japanese.
I'm telling you, man,
I don't know about Mandarin. I don't know Mandarin.
Yeah, my sister-in-law and my brother-in-law, my wife's brother and, his wife, they lived for a long time, near my in-laws.
Yeah.
My sister-in-law picked up a lot, and she could kind of speak it.
That's
and they're
cool.
like pissed, and I don't.
Why haven't you? It's hard to learn Russian and you just didn't want to take the time?
Yeah, real cool,
It's
man.
a hard language.
Absolutely.
It's not one of the Latin, the Latin-based languages like, Italian or Spanish. It's a hard language. It's not easy. And if you're not around it,
Yeah.
I'm sure if my wife just spoke Russian, I would start picking up stuff.
Do the kids know how to speak a little Russian?
My
too?
son can understand it.
That's great.
That's incredible.
It is so neat. I just love that. I need to do it. I know Duolingo. There's all these apps that you can download and do it. And Tim actually, he's learning Spanish right now. He works with a woman who speaks it fluently, and he's like paying her to like sit down with her once a week to learn Spanish. And I love that because we want to go to Spain and hang out with some people that we know over there. And I don't know. I just think it's such a great skill, especially in this world. There's so many people that live in the United States now, and it's cool to know how to speak to everyone.
Yeah, big advantage.
Spain.
Spain?
Spain.
It is April 1st. Can you believe it? We're here. We're a
Second quarter.
quarter of a way through the year.
It's wild.
25% through 2025. So here are some things to look forward to in the month of April. It's always a good month for sports. March Madness continues with the Final Four this weekend. Then the Women's National Championship game is Sunday. The men's finals Monday. Also, the MLB season is in full swing. And, yesterday, Cardinals played. First Monday game of the season. I know they got their first loss of the season, but so 3 wins in a row, right, to start out the season?
Yes, right? Or is it?
Or 2?
Yeah, because they lost.
Yeah,
It was three.
Three wins in a row to start the season. Yeah, sure, they lost yesterday, but
Hey, extra innings.
extra innings, fine. The Cardinals are projected to not do very well this season, by all measures. Vegas doesn't have them doing very well this season, but maybe 3 wins in a row to start the season. Something maybe, I don't know, something a little special.
Yep.
So we all showed up yesterday to watch the game, right?
Oh man, in droves.
The Cardinals versus who they
Angels.
play? The Angels. Yes, another garbage team.
But I think that also.
And did they show up yesterday? Headline: record low attendance at Busch Stadium for Cardinals game Monday night.
Yeah.
Record low.
And we know when they say record low, that's record low of what they're reporting. And we know that they're going to report on a weekday
Yeah.
a lot more than physical bodies are probably in there, right?
Well, I saw a picture of what that stadium looked like opening pitch, and okay, they announced the announced attendance was 21,206, making it the smallest crowd ever at Busch Stadium 3 for a Cards game.
Wow.
But there was not 21,000 people.
It was cold. What time was the game? Nighttime?
It was a regular.
Yeah, 6:30 something.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think 6:15, right?
And you're also playing the Angels, which have nothing exciting.
I know,
to
and it was
offer.
cold. Weather was indeed in fact. It was temperatures in the mid 40s.
Yeah, it was a perfect storm of not great. But you know what? This is what happens. This is what happens of a lot of years of disappointment and multiple years of feeling like not enough is being done. And this is people voting with their pocketbooks. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you know what? This is what happens to all the rest of the normal teams. We've just been in this Cardinal Nation thing for so many decades now that we're not used to this, and it's freaking us out. And it should freak us out.
I think there's a lot of factors. There's the fan anger with Mozeliak, and so they're done with him, but he's out right after this season.
After this season, this was last season.
Then you got the weather was crap, it's cold, whatever.
It's a Monday.
It's a Monday. People are at work. They don't want to go out again. They went out on Thursday. Plus, I mean, economically, money's tight right now for a lot of people. So unless you have a great deal on tickets or they're giving them away for free, I mean, they don't want to pay $11 for a damn beer. People are being more smart about their money spending habits, I bet.
Yeah,
So,
the people that were there were,
going into it.
were bundled up in coats and blankets. Not ideal conditions for a baseball game, but yeah, yesterday was a record low. They're saying 206, but I don't think that.
And so the Angel, you said it was the Angels?
The Angels are terrible.
Are there? Yeah, so crappy team.
Yeah, terrible.
Why don't
team.
we judge this whenever? Where's the Shohei Ohtani guy? What team is he on? The Dodgers.
Dodgers.
Yeah.
Let's see if we got a Monday Dodgers game in town or somebody that's going to really move
Right.
the meter, and then we can discuss if it's actually
that'd be a
record
big
lows.
difference.
Also, this month, as far as sports go, the Masters starts on April 10th. The NBA and NHL playoffs both start on the 19th. The NFL draft is the 24th in theaters. The Mickey Mouse thriller Steamboat opens tomorrow.
Oh, that's Murderous Mickey.
Yeah, that's Mickey in the public domain. Minecraft movie opens Friday. Boy,
Thoughts?
I tell you what, that Minecraft movie, so it's Jack Black, it's Jason Momoa. I'm seeing some promotional stuff for it here and there.
I'm not seeing anything.
I saw the
I saw
trailer
some
for it.
ads. Yeah.
I saw an interview they did where Momoa crocheted them both outfits. Have you seen that?
No, is it funny?
It is funny, yeah.
I wonder how bad this thing's going to be.
But what are people
He
saying?
made them custom shirts out of crochet, and they wore them on the press junket tour.
Well, that's
funny.
cute.
Have we no tomatoes?
Not yet.
Whoa, bad sign, right? Bad sign.
Usually, if there's no tomatoes by Wednesday, because the press screenings are Tuesdays. The press screenings are Tuesdays and Wednesdays, normally. And they'll put out the critic scores Thursday, maybe Wednesday, Thursday.
Whoa.
Michael B. Jordan stars in Sinners on April 18th. The Accountant 2 with Ben Affleck opens April 25th. That looks good, by the way. The Accountant 2. Anybody see the first one?
Yes, I do not remember anything about it.
It's a shoot 'em up. Mm-hmm. Ben Affleck kicks ass.
It's just another one of those variations.
Yes. On TV, The Handmaid's Tale returns for its final season next Tuesday.
Speaking of variations, real quick in movies, I don't know. I guess it was last year that Craven movie. Y'all see that? It's a Marvel thing.
Oh, yeah.
It was a Marvel B script,
Stanker.
and it was fine. I mean, it was like, I mean, it's just like for a I'm gonna go to sleep and watch this kind of thing, whatever.
It looked like a stanker, and it got really bad reviews, and it went straight to streaming, so I didn't watch it. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
it was a B.
It looked like a stinky one.
It was a Marvel B movie. Like some of the special effects were a little B, whatever. But that guy rules. Whatever that guy's name is.
Aaron
He
Taylor.
was in that. Yeah, he was in that train movie,
Tara Thomas.
Bullet Train.
Yeah.
That guy is great.
The Kick-Ass guy.
There's,
he was in Kick-Ass.
Oh, that's that kid. Yeah, that's right. He's awesome.
There's early reviews out on Minecraft on Google.
Oh,
From
what are
people
they
that went to
saying?
screenings? Good.
Really?
In fact, one of them says, blah, 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 blah. Let me see what this one said. The premiere of my childhood's most cherished game hitting the silver screen was nothing short of a dream come true. I was deeply touched by the portrayal of Dennis as Don and the genuinely good-natured family, Jason Momoa as Garrett Garrison, the garbage man. Killed it in every scene.
All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see.
No one can describe the feeling of sheer ecstasy I felt watching this movie. I guess if I had to describe it, I'd use these words. Around the 7-hour mark, your grip on oh no, that's fake.
Oh, okay. 6 new episodes of Black Mirror hit Netflix next Thursday.
No way. That's cool.
Last of Us returns the 13th. The Star Wars spinoff Andor's back on the 22nd.
That's exciting.
The last season of You hits Netflix with all 10 episodes landing on April 24th.
Riz, if you got burned like I did, I think like the world did on Star Wars stuff,
Jump on in.
Watch
Andor. With Andor.
Andor redeems a
good.
lot of the folly from Boba Fett and all the crap that they're putting out. Andor is very good.
Fun of the holidays. Today's April Fool's Day. Passover starts the 12th. Good Friday the 18th. Easter April 20th. Oh, extra candy, man. It's on 420 this year. Other holidays include National Burrito Day is this Thursday, National Twinkie Day this Sunday, National Beer Day the 7th, Gin and Tonic Day the 9th, National Pet Day is the 11th, Patriots Day the 21st, Earth Day the 22nd, and if trees are your thing, Arbor Day is, go ahead, Scott.
The 24th.
April 25th, that's right.
Good for you,
Thank
Scott.
you. I know my Arbor Day.
15% on tomato meter, by the way, for Craven. 73 popcorn meter. One of the reviews was about as exciting as the board meeting from which it surely sprang. But the other one is, if you put your brain in park, Craven can be fun.
Oh, okay. So brain dead.
But that's what I was using it as a nap movie. If you know that it's a B Marvel flick, then it
is what it is.
Then it's fine.
All right, let's do this. And it is brought to us by Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill, the official sports bar of the Riz Show and home to St. Louis sports fans since 1990. From St. Charles, Nick Smith is our team reporter. That's right, Nick Smith. A devout Riz evangelist, has been a preacher of the gospel of Riz for the last 10 years. Oh, thank you, Nick. Riz Show has provided him with laughter and joy through tough times. He's even met the show at various point events over the years. One of his biggest dreams is to co-host the show with us one day. Hey, you never know. He's very appreciative to the show for subtly moving and keeping him entertained every day. Nick Smith from St. Charles is our Team Riz Member of the Day. Get to Super Seat Team Riz Member of the Day soccer jersey. Get yourself signed up 1057thepoint.com/Team Riz. All right, we'll take a break. We'll hit you up with some news next. An Italian restaurant on the Hill closing. Well, actually not closing. Seeking buyer as owner plans retirement. I do want to put that. One of my favorites. Also, police found they catch India's infamous poop and run thief. All that and more in your news next. 7:06. Tuesday, traffic and weather, Moon coming at you.
Man, I'm watching this Minecraft trailer for the first time, and does it look interesting?
Yeah. I actually found some real reviews for it that say it's good.
Okay,
from real
that's
critics
nice to hear.
saying that it's a surprise. Look, that the preview made it look bad, but critics are coming out saying it's a fun movie with great performances.
That's all I'm basing it off.
So is that
Everybody's
Mario movie.
Everybody's crapping on the trailer.
That Mario movie is great. Traffic is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Right-hand shoulder block due to a stalled vehicle. 70 westbound at Jennings Station Road. Further west, severe delays now. 70 eastbound between Veterans Memorial Parkway and Zumball. Your point forecast, partly cloudy, high of 63. Right now it is 39 at the Point Studio.
I'm seeing your bucket list here in front of me, Lern, and some of these are definitely achievable.
Yes.
Some of them I'm not sure about.
Sure.
Yeah, some of them are going to be tougher than others. The first one, let's just get into it.
Yep.
And, where we welcome feedback. If anybody can help us, put us on the path to make these happen, please let us know. Because it's all about love and helping each other, lifting each other up, checking stuff off. Here's a big one. See Daft Punk.
Daft Punk.
Daft Punk, they're broken up.
They're broken up.
I don't think they're ever
retired.
getting back together.
Right.
So,
But The Weeknd, even this weekend, or even this past weekend, The Weeknd, the artist, said the only collabs he will do in the future is with Daft Punk. So there could be something on the horizon.
what about a Daft Punk tribute act?
Yes.
What about a Daft Punk lunch? Like you're at the Rainbow Room or something like that, and you look over and you're like, oh my gosh, I recognize.
Look at
these
those,
guys.
just yeah,
Those are the guys from
Because
Daft
it's
Punk.
see Daft Punk. You didn't say in concert.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me.
Well, with what you are doing, in terms of your job or your career, you've heard me talk about Centric for a long time now. Why haven't you done anything about it? Find out for yourself how you could train for a new IT career in as little as 4 months with St. Louis's leading IT training company. Centric is one of the longest-running, most experienced entry-level tech programs in the country. And the programs train you on the most current technologies employers use because unlike the four-year schools, they could quickly adapt the curriculum to match changes in the job market. And they know that's the ultimate end for you. They're going to help you get a job. They know your goal is to get a great IT job. That's why job search assistance is a huge part of the program. So in addition to your tech training, they know there are other skills that need to be developed to help you find that right job. Their career services team provides you with seminars and workshops and other services throughout your training that prepare you for your job search and help you land your new IT job. Over 1,700 companies have hired Centric grads. So when you call, ask for Patrick Nealon. He's going to take great care of you. That's Centric. Centric.com/Riz, CENTRIQ.com/Riz.
It's Donnie Fandango backstage at Point Fest. For one, I just almost fell out of my chair.
It is.
And for two, boy, that would have made a really great way to start the interviews of the day. Yeah. All right, so let's settle this first and foremost. You and me here right now. 0936.
Yes.
All right. I heard it in a couple of different ways. It confused the hell out of me, man.
It confuses me.
Okay, well then good. Then I don't feel as bad that it's not just me.
I put the colon in there to be read as a time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No one says it's 9:36 o'clock ever.
Right, ever.
It's never happened. It's never happened.
And it never should happen.
And it won't. I promise.
Man, I was reading a bit about you, and it feels like we, as younger guys, had a similar sort of experience. I had one of my dad's friends when I was growing up owned a mini recording studio in his basement. And so I got to go over there when I was like 7, 8, 9 years old and watch the guys plug in and tune in, and then they'd let me mess around on the microphone. And you had kind of a similar thing.
Yeah, it was more just like 3 plywood or 4 plywood walls and then a microphone. But my uncle knew how to, he mixed. He made beats.
Sure.
He's not Dr. Dre, but he made beats. You know what I mean? And he sold them online. And that was his side thing. And so that was very easy way to start.
Yeah.
Being oh, let me see what's up. So I was doing little sample things for him. He was hey, talk, and sample for a beat. And then I remember I wrote a rap, and I was can you record me? So
Wow.
That's yeah.
What was it like when you heard yourself?
It was hard. Well, I was 10, so I thought it was super sick. And if anybody heard that now, I would be so upset. I'd be offended.
But it shows where you've come from.
I don't want anybody to know. I don't want anybody to know. Some guy pulled us over. Well, didn't pull us over. We were pulled over in a parking lot the other day counting merch. And this guy comes up and said,
Well, we were just talking about the Cardinals and whatever that's going to be. But you know what? St. Louis City SC is going to have the season. This is going to be the season 2025. One of the best ways to gear up for match days for St. Louis City SC is with that exclusive City SC debit card from Together Credit Union. I have it, and I've used all of its advantages. Let me just tell you a few of them. With that Together Credit Union official fan debit card, you get a free lifetime My City Plus membership. You get priority access to single match tickets and limited edition drops. You get City cashback rewards on every purchase at City Pavilion, City Goods, and all retail and concession locations around Energizer Park. Plus, you get special member-only events and experiences. Those things have been amazing. And as a special bonus, express entry. Hello, all City SC debit and credit card holders receive express entry into the matches at Energizer Park. It is amazing. How do you get the card? Well, you just open any personal checking account online at togethercu.org or stop by any of the 14 local branches. You're close to one of them right now. And guess what the cost is? Nothing. There's no cost for the City SC debit card, so don't wait. You can sign up today, dip in any of those 14 branches and talk to the member advocates. They're amazing. Amazing. Or you just go to the website, show your pride for City Visit togethercu.org for full terms and details. Together Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA. Togethercu.org.
And it's Riz. We are backstage at Point Fest, and say hi to POD. Hello, fellas.
Hello, hello. What's up?
I can hear him right now saying hello. Welcome back to St. Louis. Welcome back to Point Fest.
Yeah. St. Louis.
St. Louis, indeed.
In the house.
You like it here?
Oh, yeah. We've been coming here for many, many, many years.
Any?
I want to say a few decades. Yeah. It's been a while. For sure.
Any memories, special memories of St. Louis?
It is, but it's not a good one. We actually went to we were touring in a van back in the day, and we went to the movie theater by the train station. And it was like the only movie theater on the planet that's ever ran out of popcorn.
Really?
I don't even think they had popcorn. They didn't have popcorn.
They didn't have popcorn.
And we were like, this is how St. Louis does it, no popcorn? What's up with that?
Our radio station used to be down by that movie theater, by the train station, and somebody got axed to death in front of that theater.
Axed to death.
See what I'm saying? Like, there's no good memories right there. You know what I mean?
And
popcorn, axed to death.
Popcorn, no popcorn, and axed to death. I think there actually is something a connection there. Yeah. But that theater right now is still empty. I think it's been empty for 15 years now.
Venue? Come on. Wow.
I think
you know what the downfall of that theater was?
No popcorn.
No popcorn.
I think the poster for Dr. Dolittle 2 is still hanging.
What a trip.
in that movie theater.
But all in all, you know what I mean? We've been coming to St. Louis for a long time. You know, Pops, we always play Pops.
Oh, Pops is great.
That.
Well, we love having you here. Yeah. I mean, it's been a long time for POD doing your guys' thing. How have you survived all this time?
Wow. Well, you know, we take our vitamins.
Cardio.
Lots of water, cardio. No, actually, you know what? Just learning how to get along and you know, our friendships, you know, respect, and all the years of touring the world together. We're either on a bus, train, or an airplane together, and just respect, and like we're like brothers. We get along, and sometimes we don't, and learning to accept each other for who we are and stuff like that. I think that helps. I mean, there's not many bands that can actually say that the original core is together, and we are 27 years later.
It's a long time.
27 years,
27 years.
Yeah. That is a long time.
I mean, we've done a few Ozfests.
I think we hold the record here. We actually hold the record for playing in this parking lot. The main stage.
Right. I believe you. How do you guys still stay motivated to play to play it live still, or Youth of the Nation still, or some of the really old stuff?
Well, people still come out to the shows worldwide.
We're talking about ticks and mosquitoes. That's right, ticks and mosquitoes. So why should you hire a professional pest control service? Well, you want to protect your family, you want to protect your property, and that's why I have been a client of Amco Ranger Termite and Pest Solutions for a long, long time now. First off, 100% satisfaction guaranteed at Amco Ranger. They are not satisfied until you're satisfied. They're committed to providing the best pest management services available, and they stand behind every single service they perform. So if you're not 100% satisfied with Amco Ranger, they will make it right. You'll always get the best price. They guarantee that. If you find a lower price on a comparable termite or pest protection program, they're going to credit you the difference. Amco Ranger is trusted and local and family-owned since 1965. Thousands of satisfied customers, A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, and they are your one source for all pest control needs. Take your yard back from the mosquitoes and ticks. Stop the ant, spiders, and roaches from moving into the house. Protect your biggest investment, your home, from costly termite damage. And ask about their bundles that combine the most popular services into one plan with incredible discounts. It's Amco Ranger, 636-441-BUGS, online at amcoranger.com, amcoranger.com, protecting what matters since 1965. Okay, so Rafe has our official bucket list.
Yes.
That's right. We've talked about bucket list on here so many times, we thought, and we're getting ready to implement a new, stay tuned, we have a new contest with punishments coming up, and we thought maybe as a flip side to that, we talk about bucket lists so much that we would, instead of just being in competition with each other, we would also have a series of videos where we actually try to help each other check things off our bucket list, which is a nice thing.
Lifting each other up.
That's right.
To help us check things off our bucket list.
And to soften the blow of the horrible things we're going to do to each other in the other competition.
Yeah, come the fall. which we have a big Rizlympics announcement. All right, welcome back to the program. Phone number 314-624-3833, 618-398-3833. The Coleman's Campers text line, 314-649-DUMB. The Mick Ultra Studio Cams, 1057thepoint.com/Riz. The socials at RIZZ Show. Your emails, RizShow at 1057thepoint.com. We'll play Do It Bitch later, give away some fabulous prizes, including tickets to go see Chevelle. Saturday night, September 13th, St. Louis Music Park. We got tickets to go see our beloved St. Louis Battlehawks. The home opener Sunday over the Dome at America Center. And, of course, they're taking on the... Who are they playing?
They are playing the Los Angeles Fluffer.
Yeah. Yes.
The Fluffer
The
Hawks.
San Antonio Brahmas. Sunday at the Dome.
Dude, I can't tell you any XFL teams besides the Battlehawks, and I kind of like it that way.
Is there a Show Me a Vipers? Is there? I don't know.
I think you're right.
Name me 5 XFL teams, and I'll give you $100
Well, first of all, it's a
right
UFL.
now. Or whatever. UFL. What does the U stand for? United.
United. There is no XFL anymore.
Why? What happened?
Because they combined with another league.
Because they didn't want to.
Was the XFL like Vince Neil's hot little
It's
biscuit
Vince
teams?
McMahon.
Vince Neil.
Well, no, he had a team in
I thought
Vegas.
I thought he had a lingerie football team.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh,
like they put the
Yeah, they
X
combined
in
those.
That's
XFL.
Those dudes in lingerie.
Ooh, that's what I would watch. I want to see cool chicks in thongs just
Yeah,
catching
running the
balls.
ball.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What's up, ladies?
I know what you're saying.
Can you name 4 UFL teams?
Okay, here we go.
Go.
We have the Roughnecks.
Oh, the Roughnecks from
Minnesota.
Houston.
Yes. There's the Brahmas.
There's the Brown. Okay, yeah, you just said that. You
There's
just read
the
it off the sheet. The San
Okay.
Antonio Brahmas, the St. Louis Battlehawks.
Give me
That's
5.
right.
Seattle popcorn farts.
Seattle is not on the map anymore.
Okay, we've got the
There's one that you're not going to get because I've never even heard of it.
We've got the Dragons.
The Dragons, no Dragons. No
There was a Dragons.
Was a Dragons, I think, down in
Where
Florida.
we got a Vipers.
No Vipers.
We've got a Titans.
No Titans.
That is
We've
real
got
stuff.
We've got a.
Think of something like what else is cool? Like pipe layers.
No pipe
Oh.
layers.
Dingleberries.
No Dingleberries
Rainbows.
this year, but they're talking about expansion.
Let's see. What's a synonym for battle? Like
Arlington,
fighting blue
Arlington
jays.
Renegades.
Renegades.
Okay.
Birmingham
Stallions.
Stallions.
Whoa.
The DC
United.
Defenders.
Defenders, yes.
DC United
Very cool, guys.
is
Soccer
MLS.
team. Okay.
Houston
Roughnecks.
Roughnecks. Michigan
Stampede.
Panthers. And the Memphis
Grizzlies. No, that's another team.
Maven.
Pyramids.
Memphis mustaches.
Showboats.
Memphis.
Showboats.
Man-child.
The Showboats.
The Showboats.
What a dumb name.
Is it worse than the Pelicans?
No. Nothing is worse than the Pelicans. Can you imagine?
Battlehawks is
Showboats?
definitely the coolest UFL name.
Showboats
Yeah,
is
it
better
is.
than the Pelicans.
I don't think so. At least the Pelican's a thing.
I'm sorry.
Showboat's an idea. It's a.
Pelicans
No,
eat
Showboat's
fish,
a
right?
thing. Yeah.
I thought a showboat was like. I mean, you're like a show off. You're like.
That too. It's both.
We should be the showboats.
It's a
because
play.
We're the
And
show
they're-
me state.
And yeah, exactly. They're Rivertown Showboats.
No, but we're the Battlehawks.
I'm
And
not
why
talking
is
about us.
that?
I'm talking about Memphis.
Who decided that? Who said, you know what? We'll be the Battlehawks. Why?
I don't know who decided it.
I want to interview somebody and get my damn questions answered before the season
Two cool
starts.
things.
The season's already started.
Okay, well, I'm upset.
We are the only ones who took like 2 things and jammed them together, right?
The showboat.
Little showboats
What do you mean?
Well,
and rough.
No,
yeah, I
it's-
guess you took a show and a boat.
It's an Air Force thing.
and a
isn't
rough
it?
and a neck.
The Battlehawks?
I thought a roughneck was like somebody that worked. That's like the
Oil.
Oilers, right?
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
that work out on the oil tankers. Like that's one word.
Hmm.
We took battle and hawk and jam. Like I don't. Are there battle hawks? Are those a thing?
It's a helicopter.
It's a helicopter.
By the way, I saw on the texter over the weekend, because I'm a psycho and I looked, somebody on the Fast Lane or TMA, somebody over at ESPN was saying that you did not invent the caca. That it was somebody else.
It's actually me, but I'm
It's
pretty
marred
low-key
in
about it.
controversy. We'll just say that.
I mean, we can let them have whatever.
It came up in a meeting.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I saw that. I saw that message. And who did they on the texter say came up with it?
I don't remember.
Wrong, whoever it is. Because it was us. So we're sticking with it.
Yes.
And, listen, history is history.
I just need to know what I need to be saying to people when they approach me at the grocery
The
store.
Riz
Say
show,
that Riz show
the
did
Riz
not-
show came up with no.
People
Riz,
do. They come and they go, hey, just to let you know. They
There's
didn't invent
many
it.
people have taken credit, including Tim McKernan.
That's right.
And now I'm hearing Brad Thompson, formerly of the Fast Lane, now color commentator for the St. Louis Cardinals, on the TV side of things. He's taking credit.
Do these guys just think that they can, because they're down the hall and they work in sports,
It's
that they
fun.
can just be acting like they own the place?
Hey,
I
man,
don't think so.
People been jacking our style for a long
It's
time
fine.
now. It's cool.
Brad
Just let 'em
Thompson
have
doesn't
it.
have time or the memory to fill out his football picks every week, but he invented caca.
Yeah. I don't
That's
think
a
so,
ludicrous
pal.
statement.
He's very tan right now, by the way. I saw
You
Brad
could
Thompson
take
on
your
Thursday.
baby face out of here.
Yeah.
He's got a baby face.
And a hell of a curveball.
He looks like a
You threw
Norman
into it.
I saw him the
Rockwell
other day.
character.
I love him. He's a great guy.
He's a sweet
But he
man.
did not invent caca. Anyway, this isn't an April Fool's Day joke, but and I thought it was at first, but apparently women are better at parking than men.
Uh-oh. Point for the ladies. What's up?
Where is this?
According to a new study, researchers found that men are more likely to have a mishap when parking.
I'll tell you this right now. I got in this morning and there was a man here that I don't know, and he parked like crap. So far the research is in.
Now, here's why this is flawed, this study. 21% of men admitted to having a minor collision while parking. Only 14% of women confessed to hitting something while parking a
That's
car.
right, ladies. Hold back.
Or knew it.
Don't let them know.
Okay, so how many times have you come home
Or knew about
and
it.
went and looked at your wife's car and went, what's that
Okay,
from?"
for real. Now, let me say this.
As many times as she's gone, I don't know.
Listen, Tim gets home after me.
Yeah.
And we have a nice garage. We have a big, deep, fantastic, gorgeous garage that I love. And sometimes when I get home first, I get a little selfish, and I'm not parked in my side all the way. Sometimes I impede in his lane. So maybe at my house, yes, the research is in that like 50-50 of the time, like depending on where my eyeballs are going, like I'm maybe in his space. But he can still fit, and open the door and get the hell out. So I think it's fine.
Okay.
And I haven't been in a collision.
Has Tim ever come home and looked at your car and went, what's that
Absolutely
ding
he
from?
has. No
And
dings.
you go,
Scuffs.
I don't know.
Those scuffs aren't from me. Those scuffs are from people not watching their door respect and opening their damn doors. And I'm in my lane. And these people just flinging their doors. And I got all sorts of dings on my car. Not from my fault, though. These are people that are willy-nilly in their door etiquette.
Huh.
And I don't like it.
I also like the way this article, the way they chose the descriptive language.
Right.
Men admit it, which is
Admitted
almost a positive trait.
Or confessed.
Hey, we admit to it because we're going to own up to it because we're big men.
Big men.
Women have to confess.
Right, like we
They
got
have
some
to confess
problems.
their sin to us. They have to. So this is already skewed. I almost feel like
Who
it's
wrote
skewed
this
the
article?
other way.
Give me do you have the author of this article? Man or woman?
Guy Man Dude wrote this article.
Guy
Does
man dude.
not say.
I'll look it up.
21% of men admitted to having a minor collision while parking in 2024. Only 14% of women confessed
Interesting.
to hitting something while parking a car. So in your relationship, who's better at parking?
I mean, mine's not a good measure. That car's taking a beating. Dude, that car has taken a beating.
So in your household, it's you.
It's you.
In my household, it's me for sure.
There's a lot of dudes backing into parking spaces, though, and I think that contributes a lot. There was a guy backing into a parking space that heard you read that out loud in real time and just cried and drove his car into a lake.
What about you? What about your relationship? Who's a better parker?
I don't know that
I like
parking-
to think I am.
Didn't
You
your
don't
wife
know?
run into the wall one time?
Not one time.
Oh.
Okay, well then I'm going to go ahead and say it's official.
I showed you the picture. The whole wall of in front of my wife's car is.
Yeah,
Crunched in.
Wasn't there a funny quote from that?
Well, it was, why don't you put a tennis ball up for me?
Tina's actually a good parker.
It's on you, dude.
I love it.
It's your fault.
The whole wall, the drywall's gone.
That's amazing.
I don't know. When you parallel park, okay, now we've all had the parallel park situation where we don't cut it enough, we're too far away.
Mm-hmm.
It is a ding on our masculinity if we don't get it right the first time. Let's be honest.
You know what, though, too? Men generally drive bigger vehicles, I would say, right? So it is harder to park those big ass vehicles rather than like my little sedan.
Yeah, but that's
Maybe
a choice.
that's part of it.
That's a choice you made. No one, you didn't go to the dealership and they said you have to drive this dual side Hemi. You made that choice. So if you can't, I get so mad. That's my most vocal critique in a parking lot is I'm like, why'd you buy it if you can't park it?
Because I liked it.
I can't stand when I see somebody trying to like pull a giant flare side, diesel Ford 350, and it's all crooked. It's parked at an angle. They're jamming me in there, and I'm like, why'd you buy it if you can't park it, dude?
Oh, you know how
buy something you can drive.
My stance is the driving test, which should be administered far more than it is, starts in the parking lot. And if you can't park it, you can't drive it. If
game
you fail
over.
this part, we don't even go to the road.
Yeah, there is no. You have to complete A to get to B.
Yeah, and have you no pride? I know I'm the parking police here, and I'm a crazy person, but like, take some freaking parking pride. You know what I'm saying? In what you're doing every day. Go get you a gander. Get you a gander of what's happening out here.
Look at my car right now.
You're excellent. I judge you every day.
What is the worst parking mishap you've ever had? And I know exactly what mine was.
Excellent.
I don't think I've had one.
Look at her parking job. We got a clinic going on over here at City Place.
Now, did I pull through to get, to pull through? Yes, and it's easier to park that way.
Well, yeah, but it doesn't matter. It's the result.
The ratio of back to front with where I am near the line is perfect.
It's perfect,
The guy
and it
this
matters.
morning on his spinning cycle class, I noticed it this morning. His front end was over the line.
Yeah, and you're not a man. You can't park your car, you're not a man.
I had just got my license, so I must have been 16, 17 years old.
Over the line?
And we had gone to a funeral. It was a friend of ours had passed away, and going to the wake. And I was pulling into a spot, and I guess I swung too wide, and I clipped the car next to me.
Oh, boy.
In the funeral home parking lot. And I didn't just clip it. I was driving my mother's car, and the front bumper made a black streak.
Full road.
You painted the car next to you?
I painted the car next to me on the passenger side. And I just backed up and parked in another spot and went into the
You
wake.
fled the scene?
I fled the scene.
Yeah, he's been trying to fix this on his
I fled the
soul.
scene and acted.
It's a felony, dog.
And
So this person just came out.
and they saw, and they went, "Oh my God, what happened?" I was parked 3 rows the other direction.
It's already a terrible day for everybody.
Terrible day. What a bad day for everybody. Honestly,
Better than clipping the hearse.
what a bad day. Still feel guilty.
I know, man. You've been trying to atone for that since I've known you.
Yeah, that was a bad one. All right, let's do some news.
Oh, yeah. We gonna do some news.
Well, one of the most bizarre crime stories that I've ever read. Police in New Delhi, that is India, have finally apprehended a notorious phone thief who had an unusual escape strategy. He would poop his pants to avoid capture. And this is a for-real story. And this thief, his name is Deepak, 27 years old. He's got a superpower that he could soil his pants on command.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. I couldn't do that.
He became infamous for his ability to defecate on command whenever he found himself in danger of being caught. And they said the stench was so overpowering that it repelled law enforcement officers, buying him enough time to flee the scene. This disgusting yet effective tactic, dubbed the poop and run technique, allowed him to repeatedly evade arrest and baffled police for months. According to a police spokesperson, his reign of terror came to an end when authorities finally prepared for what they were in store for. Equipped with masks and gloves, officers cornered him near a park and thwarted his last-ditch filth defense. One officer proudly said teams gave him chase and pinned him down as expected. Deepak deployed his infamous filth plan, but this time we were ready. And this guy's got a lengthy criminal history. Later confessed to multiple crimes, including mobile thefts and knife-related offenses across New Delhi. Despite having over half a dozen cases against him, his unique and revolting escape strategy had kept him out of police custody for a long time. So this is the end of his reign, and yes, his unusual superpower only took him so far. But finally, the infamous poop and run thief is behind bars.
There's animals that do that. There's like some larva or something that does that, and there's a bird called the hoopoo.
Hoopoo.
That poos on itself when it thinks it's being attacked.
Yeah, don't octopi and squid, they squirt ink? Isn't that the same thing? Isn't that just like squid poo?
It's the same. Oh, or even a skunk just deploying its.
Yeah, but that's not poo.
But I mean, might as well.
Better.
This is news. After more than 3 decades of serving up, classic Italian dishes, Giantoni's restaurant on the Hill.
Oh, really?
Officially up for sale.
I love that place.
Me too. Giantoni's. That's where I asked my father-in-law if I could marry his daughter. At Giantoni's. Love that place.
You need to go take one last photo.
I haven't been there in years.
Maybe that's why they're going out of business. You should have been going more.
But they're not going out of business. The owner, Tony, who looks like a cartoon character from Mario Brothers.
Okay. How you would expect?
Yes.
Okay.
How I want an Italian restaurateur to look. Like a short Italian guy with a mustache. His name is Tony. He's decided, hey, it's time to retire. 75 years old. It's been a staple on the Hill since it's opened back in 1989, known for, just a old school, warm atmosphere, authentic Italian food. Their eggplant involtini is terrific. But he plans to keep running the restaurant while looking for somebody to take over, while looking for somebody to buy it. So according to the listing, if you want to buy Giantoni's, the restaurant and the building are priced at $1.4 million. The business brings in an average of $1.05 million in gross sales annually, with a cash flow of about $184,000. The property itself, which includes the restaurant and an apartment, is appraised at $352,000.
Man, and their website's pretty modern, so I think that could go for a lot of money too.
Are you lying?
It still has COVID-19 updates on their website.
Listen.
I don't think they've updated in a few years.
He's retiring.
That's true.
For anybody dreaming of owning a piece of St. Louis culinary history, this could be a golden opportunity.
Yeah, this would be awesome.
And for the rest of us, whoever buys it, let's make sure you keep the spirit of it the same and keep the food great. But I will forever remember Giantoni's, and that's got a place in my history forever. So congratulations on a successful run, and I hope somebody comes in and pays you what you want for the restaurant. You've done good.
I love the Hill. When's the last time you went to eat on the Hill?
It's been a while.
Oh, everyone should go. It's so
you know
good.
what? I went to Antonino's.
I love Antonino's.
Me too.
And you guys live nearby, so do you go eat there pretty often?
Yeah, I go to Joya's on the Hill. I go to Antonino's Tavern now. I love Charlie Guido's occasionally when we're looking for a nice night out. Really, all of them. We'll go to we'll go to Mama's. So yeah, we do go there a lot.
The Antonino's is good, man. They got good toast ravioli.
So good.
Is that where they say it was invented? Is it who takes credit for that?
Oh, I'm not sure. I don't know anybody ever has taken credit, have they?
I think it's just like cacao. There's a bunch of people that take credit, but there's only one true originator of toasted ravioli.
Let's see. Toasted ravioli, a St. Louis specialty, is believed to have originated in the 1940s on the Hill.
Yeah.
Multiple restaurants claiming its invention.
Mama's is the right.
Mama's on the Hill, Angelo's, now Charlie Guido's. Those are the two that AI answering on Google is saying.
Okay. Last time we were in Cozumel, which was maybe a year or two ago, we were along the main strip there where the cruise ships come in, where they dock, and all the people get off and they go to the gift shops, and there's things to do around there. One of the things was go in a submarine and explore, the coast of Cozumel and see some of the fish under the water, and it's like a legit submarine. And
It's a little glass one, right?
Right.
It fits like 20 people. 15,
and it
15
goes
people.
and it goes under. It goes under. It's a submarine, and I've always wanted to go in a submarine before. And I was like,
not here.
I don't know about this submarine.
The last time we were in Cozumel, the comedian that worked the boat rented a scooter and it didn't have brakes, and he stayed on the island
So
because
got
he
real
broke
hurt.
his leg and got all hurt.
We did it
In the submarine?
in Cozumel, I believe. It was cool. It was like a nice sub. It was like an old, not old, but it was like a next the Mexican military. It was sweet.
Yeah, I mean, were you in any way like, ooh, is this okay?
I mean, I think there's that thought anytime you're in a submersible that you're going to think, whoa.
Well,
He's not talking about it because he's got some story.
headline,
Yes,
6
he's got a
dead,
headline.
9 injured.
Oh, my gosh,
Tourist submarine
what?
sinks.
Are you serious?
This wasn't in Cozumel. This is a tourist submarine sank off the Egyptian coast on Thursday. Last Thursday.
I'm sure Cozumel Underwater is stoked that you started with that.
Well, I'm just saying that the last time we were in Cozumel, I made note, like, ooh, I don't know about this.
Okay, so where is this one?
This is in Egypt. Emergency crews were able to rescue 29 of the passengers. They don't have a cause for why the submarine sank. This sub regularly took people out to see the coral reefs. But,
So what happened?
I don't know.
Stop going into submersibles. I'm sick of it. It's just, we are land animals, okay?
Well,
Leave it to the military. They're the pros. Us civilians don't need to be going.
We don't need to
we're
be
not under the sea.
Right, we don't need to be under the sea.
Okay.
so
That's not our domain.
if a submarine breaks down like that and it sinks, does it eventually turn over on its belly and float up?
Listen,
No, Scott, you just live down there like a sea monkey, and it's a
Oh.
freaking nightmare.
You're not supposed to put all waste in recycling bins, right?
Right.
And that includes human waste. Man in Portland, Oregon says that somebody keeps leaving gallons of pee inside his recycling bin. He showed the local news 8 large water bottles and juice jugs that are filled with a yellowish liquid.
Yeah, you're supposed to clean them out, guys, before you put them in your bins.
He says it's been happening for 6 months, and he noticed because the recycling service refused to take them because urine is a biohazard.
Yeah, they have to clean the machines. I know some people that own these recycling places around town, and they talk about how they have to literally stop the machine. Like, even if you have like a peanut butter that you didn't get out, the machine senses waste and they have to
And,
go
like,
and get it
rejects it.
out. Yeah, it's a nightmare.
So this guy quit putting his recycling bin out, which did stop the yellow deposits, but then they started showing up in neighbors' bins. So there's surveillance footage of a guy leaving the filled bottles in the bins. He drives up in a car, he places the bottles in the bins and drives off. But it's too grainy to make out who it is or the vehicle's license plate. Here's the guy talking about it. I mean, he wants it to stop.
So I went to open the blue bin, and lo and behold, there was a nice deposit of gallon-sized bottles of urine, to put it plainly. And there were 6 of them. And I don't know why he's hitting the same location so many times. That doesn't make any sense to me. Or why he is doing it. Somebody was like, maybe it's a ring that they've kidnapped some people and they're trying to get rid of their fecal matter. Maybe he's watching. I don't know. Please stop. Please, just don't do it anymore.
Stop.
Please stop.
Gosh. I love it when somebody uses a good lo and behold.
Lo and behold.
Lo and behold.
So he's filed a police report, but they haven't come up with any answers yet. The cops said that if they were putting them in the garbage, they wouldn't bother with it. But since it's the recycling bins, it is a crime, and they are investigating. So again, the guy's like, just knock it off, please. All right, let's talk about a new law out of Ohio that's turning a lot of heads here. Governor Brad Little signed a bill that makes it illegal to expose breasts in public. And yes, even male breasts that have been surgically enhanced to look like female breasts. And if that's not enough, the same law also bans, and this is what I want to focus in on, truck nuts. Truck nuts are now illegal.
I don't like this America.
Truck nuts are now illegal in the state of all places, Idaho.
Wow.
What are we doing, dude? Like, we've outlawed the moon, which is very upsetting, and Rafe is trying to single.
We've outlawed the moon?
Mooning, yeah, you can't moon anyone.
Okay. I was about, we've outlawed the thing in the sky?
Women.
Or the
That's
god on my
next.
left?
That's probably next, dude.
Women are just trying to, free the nipple and like free jugging and like breastfeed their kids.
No, to be clear, breastfeeding is totally exempt from this law.
Okay, good.
So no worries there, Lern. But for everyone else, if you're walking around topless or hanging truck nuts.
What if I got a baby sucking on my truck nuts?
Oh, gosh.
There are other issues there.
Great question.
I found a loophole, dude.
These are lactating.
Excuse me. I need to borrow my nephew for an afternoon.
You were looking at a misdemeanor charge for the first offense, and if you mess up within 5 years, it's felony.
Truck nuts, huh?
So how did we get here?
Well, here I know exactly how we got here. They got too good. The truck nuts got too accurate. Good. And I'll tell you this: that is First Amendment rights. Those things are a work of art.
Well, here's the Idaho legislature debating the bill.
I've also heard an argument about this bill saying, well, it could penalize people who put certain things on their trailer hitches.
Just say it.
Just say it. You
just certain things. Stop being a prude.
This bill saying, well, it could penalize people who put certain things on their trailer hitches. I don't think we need to go into that. But
yes, we do.
You know what? Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
Speak plainly.
What's a thing?
Speak plainly, please.
If you're going to vote for this law, then you need to. I want to hear you say truck nuts.
Truck nuts.
Behold.
You know what this is how these
2 Idaho potatoes in a clear sack I got at the grocery
Let's
store.
not
Does
talk
it look
about-
like anything to you?
Yeah.
Let's not talk about truck nuts and bee holes in the same thing.
That's right. Exhibit A. Listen. This is how these politicians do this. They weasel these little minute details that they don't even want to say. You explicitly give the voters, are you offended by truck nuts and do you not want to see them in the state anymore?
That's
right. The people are going to rise up and say, I want to see them.
Don't you earmark my truck nuts in your pork barrel bills?
That's right.
Well, yes, it's a
I want
slippery
a truck
slope.
nut addendum
It's a slippery
on
slope.
the ballot.
That's right.
We start getting rid of truck nuts, then we got to
Then
get
what
rid of
else?
Calvin and Hobbes PP,
that's
PP
right,
stickers.
first.
Or the Biden F Trump things that we've been seeing everywhere.
When they came
Where
for
does
my
it
truck
stop?
nuts, I said nothing.
Come and take it. Is what
This
I
guy
say.
can't even say
When they
truck
came
nuts.
for Calvin peeing on a Chevy symbol, I said nothing. And now they've come for me. And who will speak for me?
I want somebody to say slippery slope. It's a slippery slope.
It
guys.
is a slippery
Truck nuts
slope.
are literally and figuratively a slippery slope.
So this guy.
Let us have our fun.
This
looked-
guy. God,
It's
Scott.
Idaho, where a lot of that is very cold for a long portion of the year. And so they're worried about breasts being out, just hanging out everywhere.
Well, and they're also worried about D's nuts because, I guess that's a great point, Scott. Maybe this is part of the legislation. Because it is so cold sometimes in Idaho, the nuts, they go into the body, and they're not hanging deep like they are on some of these
I'm not
trucks.
sucking up into my
They're going to
carburetor.
change their capital's name.
Well, then maybe your state shouldn't look like a set of truck nuts.
There you go.
Take a good look at yourself, Idaho.
Right.
It's skinny at the top and all the weights at the
Dangling.
bottom. That's a truck nut state if I've ever seen one.
Well, so this legislator is, he's having a problem putting truck and nuts together.
I don't think we need to go into that. But there's certain things people put on their trucks that look like part of a male anatomy.
God, can he sound
Just-
more
He's making it
lame?
worse.
Was he
than
saying
it
all
is.
this? Was he
We
saying
get
all
it.
this in Boise?
Let me
Now
get
listen
it.
to the woman next.
Okay.
She right out with it.
They call them truck nuts.
There we go.
I vote for her. She's
He's
not
like,
afraid.
He's like, well, they're dangling and they look like I don't know. I don't want to say it.
I don't want to say
What the
it.
senator from Boise's tap dancing around,
Let's just
Truck
out
nuts.
with it, Kent.
which is dangerous in and of itself to tap dance around a pair of truck nuts. Good for her, man.
Yeah.
I wonder
Right
how
out
many
with it.
Of these, he's going to be receiving the mail. His office is probably going to get those daily now.
What my colleague is trying to say is truck nuts.
Idaho is a strange place, man.
God, I just want to hear him kind of dance around it again and
Okay.
just her right out with it.
Right.
Because this guy
This is great.
This guy.
I've also heard an argument about this bill saying, well, it could penalize people who put certain things on their trade.
The fact that he can't say it,
I know.
and we're all adults here.
And you have them, sir. Hello.
But we're all adults here. We know what we're talking about. You can't say it because it's so
Say
outrageous.
ads.
Yeah.
Trailer hitches. I don't think we need to go into that. But there's certain things people put on their trucks that look like part of a male anatomy.
They call them truck nuts.
That's right.
That's right.
Soon we're gonna have booby bumpers on the front. You know.
They have car bras.
That's right. Booby bumpers.
Well,
car
listen,
bras, truck
I'm
nuts.
also gonna propose legislation to stop calling them headlights because that could mean nipples too.
Oh, good call.
That's a lot. They got a real set of cojones on them because they grow the most testicular shaped vegetable there is. That's your main export. You're basically exporting nature's testicles, and you have the audacity to outlaw them in your state? What a hypocrite.
That'll be the new thing is bag potatoes hanging from the hitch. And it kind of looks similar.
Yeah, yes, that's a great point. I mean, like, yeah, bag of potatoes, dude.
Those aren't nuts. Those are potatoes.
Those aren't nuts.
I mean,
Nature's
he's
nuts,
him
I don't know
and
what
Han.
Yeah. You have no idea how many accidents my glow-in-the-dark truck nuts have prevented on the roadways at night.
Can we get a local artist who can sculpt to actually sculpt us out a mold of a plastic bag with 2 Idaho potatoes hanging? One has to hang a little bit down, and we can sculpt this and send this to that representative and then they can hang them on the back of their trucks. It's just a bag of potatoes. It's just a hairy bag of potatoes that's growing out of its own
hairy bag
shell.
of potatoes. Sir, they're truck nuts.
So, fellas, if you're out there on the roadways today, put your truck nuts at half-mast. Because we've lost a state in the union.
Once I get my band van, I'm getting some truck nuts on those. Because it's so funny. It makes me so happy when I see them. And it's not offensive at all. It's a great sense of humor.
Yeah, if I see a set of truck nuts on a vehicle, I want to party with that person.
Me too. I enjoy the joke.
Have you no decency?
Isn't life hard enough? Also, what are we doing in Idaho? Aren't there bigger fish to fry right now?
Not in Idaho.
Friggin' disaster.
It's a weird place, man.
A guy trying to collect every single element from the periodic table's in trouble.
The plutonium didn't go well.
Uranium, plutonium problem.
Yeah. Ding, 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 ding. Yep. So this guy tried to collect every single element from the periodic table like Pokemon cards. He's facing 10 years in prison.
He's just a nerd. Let him do it.
Well, and you know what? That is the argument.
Yeah.
It's
Don't
weird
teach
that
kids about
it's
it if they're
illegal
not
to-
ready
That
for
is
them to
literally
collect.
the argument. The guy's just a nerd. Let him do it.
He's just wanting to have all the elements.
Now he's 24, so he's an adult. So it's not like it's a teenager, but he broke Australia's nuclear non-proliferation law. I'm saying that right, wrong. Non-proliferation law. There we go. Okay. His name is Emmanuel Liddon. He was arrested, 24 years old, at his parents' house in Sydney after ordering a sample of plutonium. He pleaded guilty to the non-proliferation law breaking, but his lawyer, he's a fast food employee. He's not a mad scientist, but the lawyer says instead just a science nerd who wanted to collect every periodic element, even the radioactive ones. Prosecutors like, nah, man, you can't do this. You can't order plutonium, and you can't have it sent to your parents' house.
You can try, though.
He's just trying to collect everything. Just let him do it, man.
this. I feel bad for this guy.
You can't do this. Like, hey, listen, we get it. You're into science. Love it. But,
Maybe he'll become a scientist.
So apparently the plutonium he ordered was from a U.S. website, which, yeah, we need to look into that. But we need to look into that one.
No. We got truck nuts to think about.
Yeah, it was from a website based in Idaho. So a guy looking at 10 years. I'm not sure what. I'll keep you posted on that one. And finally, knowing there are 8.2 billion people in the world makes you feel like an insignificant ant, doesn't it? A little bit. Now that you know there's 8.2 billion people on Earth, does it make you feel like?
Yeah, in a good way.
Yeah, we're small.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Well, this is not going to help. A new study found there may be way more people on Earth than we thought. According to the UN, So we officially crossed the 8 billion mark in November of 2022.
That we know of.
That we know. But researchers in Finland think the estimate's off. And the system used to track it is flawed. So they looked at data from 35 countries and think the number of people living in rural communities is way undercounted.
Rural communities in third world countries in
Everywhere.
the whole world? Or?
In the everywhere. So they didn't give a number or say what they think the global population really is, but they think the populations in those areas might be undercounted by 53 to 84%.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, I'm going to say something fun about rural areas is that usually there's not any person there, really. You go up to Shelby County, there's hardly any folks anywhere up there.
Yeah, but there are a lot of Shelby counties on this earth.
Huh.
You're saying people are just spitting out babies and not talking about it?
Yeah.
But those would be
Or just not
towns and
getting the
cities.
paperwork to be counted.
Wouldn't that be hard to do in a
You're
place
hiding,
like this?
that becomes a town or a
Well,
city
and that's
population.
the thing. That's what they're saying. Like,
I don't know how it is in other countries. You know what I'm saying? I've only lived here. So I would assume it would be difficult to do anything here without some sort of official stamp, social security number, blah, 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 blah. Something that was trackable and used in this metric.
Right.
But the world is a big place.
This is kind of a dumb question that I've never thought about. We have social security numbers here. Do other countries have the same system?
I think some of them have
some
similar
of them do,
systems.
some of them don't. You know, whatever,
Interesting.
however they count their population to keep track. I don't, depends
Right.
country to country.
Again,
odd.
we're
Yeah, that's the other thing.
in our minds, we're projecting the way we do
Right.
things in other countries. And
Well, if you're trying to get an accurate count of people,
but I'm saying, like, we have a census bureau. We have records, social security numbers, records kept at hospitals. Not the Nepalese government may not have that. People are being born in mountain towns all over the place. You don't know how many people are.
well, this is according to the UN gave the official $8 billion people count.
Right.
So, and this is the expert saying maybe the UN is wrong.
Okay.
It could mean there are billions more people on Earth than we thought.
Yeah. It's not transient folks, subterranean dwellers.
Right. Lizard people.
A lot of large governments, like India and some other things, they followed suit in the 30s, in the 40s, after the U.S. did a social security system. And they have similar things. In India, it's called ADAR. But again, if there's rural places in India, which there are,
Yeah.
I'm not sure how deep
Right,
the
how they keep
system
an-
goes.
And is there an advantage for countries to not report their full population?
I don't know. Listen, just, it was just an interesting story, I thought. All right, listen, that's your news. We got to take a break. But before we take a break, we are going to do It, Bitch after the break. Okay, so we need a couple things here. First off, we got Chanel tickets to give away. We have Battlehawks tickets. We got Point Fest tickets. Moon, if you would, get the Great Wheel out.
Okay.
We will consult the Great Wheel.
It's under the table, yeah.
And we will pick our teams. Scott, Rafe, Lern, Moon, names on the wheel. We'll spin. We'll see what the teams are. Scott, get 4 people on the phone. 314-624-3833, 618-398-3833. Let's spin the wheel. We'll figure out who the 2 teams are for Do It, Bitch. All right, up first is King Scott. Let's find out who King Scott's teammate is. It's going to be King Scott. Thank you. King Scott and Lern. King and Lern versus Moon and Rafe. So again, each team will have a gambler and a guesser. The guesser will leave the room. I'll give the gamblers a category. They'll go back and forth betting on how many things their teammate can name in said category in 10 seconds. If the gambler thinks the other team overplayed their hand, they'll say, do it, bitch. We'll bring the guessers back in. We'll see if the guesser can make good on the gamble. We'll play best of 5. You guys on the phone will endorse a team. 314-624-3833, 618-398-3833. Do it, bitch is next. All right, it's 7:57. It's Tuesday. Traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. We have delays 70 eastbound between Zumbel and Earth City Expressway. There's also kind of a mess and some delays. It looks like 141 northbound between Manners Way Road and 40. And further south, we have 2 lanes blocked due to a stalled vehicle, 44 eastbound just before 270, and delays 44 eastbound right basically from 141 to 270. Your point forecast, partly cloudy, high of 63 right now. It's 42 at the Point Studio.
Yeah, I gotta say once again, thanks to Herb Equipment for bringing some toys up here to Riz Farm. And you know, we gotta do some mulching. So Mike and Chad here brought a tractor with them. And check this out. It says Captain Riz on the side. All right, so we're gonna use this to get the mulch from and it's gonna go into the trailer. So I don't know how to use this thing. So who's gonna show me how to operate this fine piece of machinery?
I got you covered, Riz. This is a 3046R John Deere 46 horsepower tractor. Hop on in.
Calzones. Let's talk calzones in the morning. You know, maybe you're thinking already about lunch and you're like, okay, where do I want to go? I want to go somewhere that's local, that's delicious. I want to support my favorite radio show by going and supporting a sponsor. And guess what? It's Sauce on the Side. Go to sauceontheside.com. You can see all their locations. Maybe there's one close to you. If not, maybe you can order, delivery. Always a good thing. And their monthly special, because it is April now, is the Strike Zone. This is apple bratwurst, apple bacon, pepper, jardinera mix. Can never say it correctly, but there you go. Mozzarella, Havarti cheese, served with that homemade queso on the side. Looking at the photo right now at sauceontheside.com. And it's delicious. So you can get the special. You can make your own calzone. You can choose from their extensive menu. You can sit on the patio while the weather's good. Go inside. They got stuff for the kiddos. They have salads if maybe you're off bread. They have gluten-free options. It's really fantastic. And it's local. Go to sauceontheside.com.
Oh, hey, just sitting here checking out all my awards. You know, there are many ways to reach us in the Point Studio. You could call us. You could social media us. I think you could even fax us. But there's a new way. It's called Mic Drop. Yes, download the Point app, click the Mic Drop feature, talk into your phone, and your message goes right to us. Look, I just got one from Jeff Burton.
Hey, Riz, great show today. I'll see you tomorrow. All right, I f***ing read this stupid f***ing thing that head told me to read.
That's right, the new Mic Drop feature. Download the Point app.
Is this thing f***ing recording still?
It's Donnie Fandango backstage at Point Fest. For one, I just almost fell out of my chair.
It is.
And for two, boy, that would have made a really great way to start
Good
the interviews
intro.
of the day. Yeah. All right, so let's settle this first and foremost. You and me here right now. 0936.
Yes.
All right. I heard it in a couple of different ways. It confused the hell out of me, man.
It confuses me.
Okay, well then good. Then I don't feel as bad that it's not just me.
I put the colon in there to be read as a time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No one says it's 9:36 o'clock ever.
Right, ever.
It's never happened. It's never happened.
And it never should happen.
And it won't. I promise.
You know, man, I was reading a bit about you, and it feels like we, as younger guys, had a similar sort of experience. I had one of my dad's friends when I was growing up owned a mini recording studio in his basement. And so I got to go over there when I was like 7, 8, 9 years old and watch the guys plug in and tune in, and then they'd let me mess around on the microphone. And you had kind of a similar thing.
Yeah, it was more just like 3 plywood or 4 plywood walls and then a microphone. But my uncle knew how to, he mixed. He made beats.
Sure.
He's not Dr. Dre, but he made beats. You know what I mean? And he sold them online. And I was like,
Hot Shots is the official battle bar and partner of your St. Louis Battlehawks for 2025.
Oh, yeah. And, dude, it's cacao time. Because join any Hot Shots location, catch every Battlehawks matchup, home or away, experience the best cacao party in town. The Battle Bar watch parties will be packed with giveaways, prizes, and more as the Battlehawks charge towards their first UFL Championship when they beat the Roughnecks or the whatever other teams we named. The Brahmas. Bring your loudest caw and cheer St. Louis's favorite football team with hot shots. Come there. We can't wait to see you for kickoff. And they got a bunch of game day specials.
Yeah, the game day specials like the caw combo, which is a large one-topping pizza plus Bud Select pitcher. They got Battle Apps combos, including quesadillas and six-pack tacos. And, of course, the official watch parties. Not one this weekend because it's a home game, but the next official Battlehawk watch party is Saturday, April 19th at 11 a.m. at the Hot Shots in Lindbergh, Hot Shots St. Charles. Join them for special days to celebrate with fellow fans. Enjoy Battlehawks game day specials and caw with pride. Hot Shots, the official sports bar, the Riz Show, and home to SEL sports fans since 1990. HotShotsNet.com.
Everywhere you look at me, you can see I'm in a brace. Yeah, you got a giant halo right there on your face. And every time I look at you, girl, you know it's true. Yeah, you got a giant halo right there on your face. Hello, hi. Howdy. Hello, hi. That was Beyonce's Halo.
Oh, hey, just sitting here checking out all my awards. You know, there are many ways to reach us in the Point Studio. You could call us, you could social media us, I think you could even fax us. But there's a new way. It's called Mic Drop. Yes, download the Point app, click the Mic Drop feature, talk into your phone, and your message goes right to us. Look, I just got one from Jeff Burton.
Hey, Riz, great show today. I'll see you tomorrow. All right, I read this stupid thing that head told me to read.
That's right, the new Mic Drop feature. Download the Point app.
Is this thing recording still?
So if you change my mind 1,000 times, you better hear them say, yeah, 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 I like it that way. Any man of mine better change the line. He better squeeze and a please and a
All right, it is Memorial Day weekend. We just got up to the farm. Job number one, feed the chickens. Let's go.
There's one turkey, 2 turkeys. Yeah. All right, come on. Get the chicken out.
Okay, gotta feed the chickens. Here's what they eat. Look in here.
We've had a decent amount of rain over the last couple of weeks here, and that's a great thing. I mean, the grass is finally green, the leaves are starting to bud, and you know, the fish aren't thirsty anymore. But the problem is, you can look out in your yard, and you may notice that there's crabgrass that's starting to pop up. And the deal is with the crabgrass is that it actually takes a decent amount of moisture, and it can wake up oldest of crabgrass. Up to 15 years of those seeds can lay in that yard and finally pop up after it gets moisture. That's why you got to reach out to Green Envy Lawns, because Green Envy Lawns, they actually deploy a special crabgrass preventer. And it's a trade secret, so I'm not allowed to say. But it's absolutely incredible, and it makes your yard look beautiful and lush all year long. And that's why you want to have Green Envy come over there. They know what they're doing. They've been working in St. Louis now for over a decade, and use products that are formulated for us right here. They don't use some generic, cheap national product. They use one that's formulated for us and our soil and our turf types. Reach out to Green Envy Lawns. You want to have a healthy yard, they're the folks to call. And they're open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, and they will take your calls, 636-655-3689, or just go to greenenvylawns.com. That's greenenvylawns.com.
Who is Trailer Trash Tammy? What happens when you combine random internet trends into a single video? What is a mukbang? And are we so desperate to be distracted from our own reality that we resorted to binging videos of people shoveling anything edible into their face hole? More on that today on the Number 2 Show.
Check out Rizlympics events number 6, 7, and 8, all up there on the Points YouTube page for your viewing pleasure. The thrilling conclusion of the Rizlympics. Find out who won, who lost. And we had a lot of fun filming these final 3 events.
Are we going to talk about it tomorrow?
Tomorrow. We'll talk about it tomorrow.
So watch it before we start talking about it and ruin everything.
Yes, I want to give people enough time to watch it, but make sure you check it out. Rizlympics events 6, 7, and 8, all up there for you at the Points YouTube page. All right, let's give away some stuff. And today's contest sponsored by...
I was dancing, man. I was really enjoying myself. It is sponsored by CarStar, your auto body repair expert. Hail damage, see them at carstar.com.
All right, we're playing Dude Pitch today. That's right. So we have tickets to go see Chevelle with Asking Alexandria Saturday night, September 13th at St. Louis Music Park. We got tickets to go see your St. Louis Battlehawks, the home opener, versus the San Antonio
Spirits.
The Sparrows.
Spirits.
Over at the Battle Dome at America Center. We got tickets for Point Fest happening Saturday, May 17th at the Hollywood Casino Amphitheater. So it's Team King Scott versus Team, what's King Scott Lern versus Team Moon and Rafe. So I had Rafe and Moon write down who will be the first gambler and who will be the first guesser. So I go to King Scott and Lern. Who will be your first gambler and who will be your first guesser?
I'm a gambler, Dottie, a rebel.
Yes,
so I'm
just
gonna
as
be
we
gambling.
predicted.
All right, so Lern will gamble first.
That's what we knew you were going to predict. That's why we went there.
That's why we went there. We knew what you knew. I'm Kenny Rogers, dude.
You saw us meet up.
And Rafe will gamble first. And Moon will be the first guesser. Let's get our teammates.
Oh.
Got to get the teammates.
I was excited to get out in the hallway.
I know. Calm down. Hank, hello.
Hey, how you doing?
All right, Hank, Team King and Lern or Team Moon and Rafe?
Lern, I love you. Happy birthday. I'm going with Rafe and Moon.
Okay, Hank, you're dead to me.
Oh.
I love you.
Hank.
He doesn't want tickets.
Kristen, hello.
Good morning.
All right, who are you with?
So do I have to pick Lern and King Scott
You
now?
can pick whoever you want.
You don't have to.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh, I love Lern. I love Lern.
Yeah, she
let's
does.
Go Rafe, let's go Rafe and Moon.
Kristen, I'm going to beat your
Easy.
ass.
Damn.
We're going to wrestle.
You're very violent today.
Well,
it's
understandable.
Tim.
Hey,
Tim.
I'll go with Lern.
What's up, Tim?
Lern
This is my husband.
and
Cool.
King. Hang on one second. And Bill, who are you going
Hey, how's happy birthday, Riz? I'm going with Moon and Rafe.
with? Okay. Bill. Okay, so Bill, Hank, and
lonely
Kristen
Tim.
are Team Moon and Rafe, while Tim is with King and Lern. Okay. So let's send the guessers out of the room. And I will administer the first category.
Okay.
So King and Moon leaving the room.
Hey, you better eat a lot of that yogurt, Moon, because you're going to need that protein, dude, for your brain hole.
Okay.
All right.
The first category is U.S. states
50 states.
with 2 words in their name.
Oh.
With 2 words in there?
There's only 10. So there's New York, New Jersey, there's New Mexico, there's New Hampshire, there's North Carolina, South Carolina, North Dakota, South Dakota, West Virginia, and Rhode Island.
Oh, man, this is a great one.
Yeah.
So U.S. states with 2 words in their name. I'm going to start with Lern. In 10 seconds, how many can King Scott name?
3.
Can Moon do 4?
5.
Rafe is going up to 5.
Do it, bitch.
Okay.
Tight.
So Moon has to name 5. U.S. states with 2 words in their name in 10 seconds. All right?
Okay.
Let's bring the guessers back in. And round number 1.
Feel good about this.
I don't.
Okay. All right, fellas. After not much negotiations,
none needed.
The number is 5. 5. And Moon, you are
not up.
You are up.
You're up.
Oh, come on, for real?
You are up. Great relief for King Scott, huh?
Yeah, except I like this question. I was going to crush it.
The oatmeal was great. Here is the counter. Hang on. Let me
This
just
is right up your alley.
Set it up. Okay.
32.
Okay, Moon.
Hang on, man.
Okay, I'm
I wouldn't have bet on you if I didn't know you had a lockdown. Just get it. Don't get in your head.
The number's 5.
Hope it was brown sugar oatmeal, pal.
Can I touch your cat?
Yes.
Okay,
You're
thank you.
yes,
Squishy
you're
cat.
Squishy cat. Which yes, you're a stress cat.
Oh yeah. Well,
the purple one.
The purple squishy cat.
All right.
That I get stressed out.
Sorry.
Okay, Moon. In 10 seconds, I need you to name at least 5 U.S. states with 2 words in their name.
New Hampshire, New Mexico, North Dakota, South Dakota, New Jersey. Did I get it?
I think you did.
You did. Yeah. That's fine.
Oh my gosh, that was.
All right, very good.
Island.
When Riz said the category, I'm going, what the hell is this category even?
Okay.
So that's why I thought maybe your brain would be like,
I mean, I
mine.
explained it.
No, I know, but like at first.
Nice. Well, that's
There are
all right.
10. There are 10 altogether.
Is there really?
Yeah.
North Carolina, South Carolina.
Well, New York, New Jersey, New
and then
Mexico,
West
New Hampshire.
West Virginia. There's got to be
all the news. New Mexico.
I said New
Jer-
Mexico, right?
I know what I'm saying. Like, I'm like, if he hits the news where it's
Yeah, New Mexico, New Jersey, New Hampshire. I can't think
South
of
New York.
North. New York.
South and Norths.
North Dakota, South Dakota,
think
North
about New
Carolina,
York.
South Carolina, West Virginia, Rhode Island.
Wisconsin, Eastconsin.
No,
That's
stop.
right. All right, let's go.
Okay.
Oh, the Carolinas.
I was like, you'll get North, South Dakota. So we'll only North Carolina, South Carolina. I was like, if he gets the North, if he gets the Norths and Souths, that's 4. And if he gets 1 new, we're good.
Yeah, the
Okay.
East blanked out.
Guessers out.
Oh,
Hey,
that's
go
us.
big, pal. Don't worry about me. Worry about their ass.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're losing.
Okay. Rafe and Lern out of the room. And the category is famous people named Jennifer.
Famous
people named Jennifer. No, off the top of your head, who's the first one that comes to your mind?
Jennifer Coolidge. 'cause
Jennifer Coolidge.
I just saw
Hudson.
her. I just
Jennifer
saw her
Hudson.
in a trailer.
Jennifer Lopez, Jennifer Aniston, Jennifer Lawrence, Jennifer Garner,
Jennifer Smith,
Jennifer
Jennifer
Love
Jones,
Hewitt, Jennifer Connelly. I mean, there are a lot of them.
Especially when you have a list in front of you, Riz.
Yes, I know.
easy.
I'm the host, okay? Does anybody say that to Pat Sajak when he's doing
Can you
his
say
thing?
Jennifer
They edited
from
out.
Forrest Gump?
Jenny?
Yeah.
Yeah, can they say Jenny? Is there any famous Jennies? You know what? There's not. We're not gonna deal with that.
Yeah, Jenny from Forrest Gump.
You're gonna say Jennifer.
I'm
and
going to say
they're gonna say Lopez.
Real famous people named Jennifer.
They're gonna say
okay?
Lopez and Aniston out of the gate.
Okay,
Yeah.
so last time I started with Lern, so I'm going to start with you, Moon.
Yeah, Rafe can do 5.
5. Can Lern do 6?
She does crap on every single day, so. See you, Jennifer.
We
There's
just
only
went through a
like
list.
6 Jennifers, right? On the planet now? Let's see her. That are famous.
They're pretty much all over 40 now.
If she just gets into the other names too. Okay, I'm going to say she could do 6.
Can Rafe do 7?
Rafe can do 7.
Can Lern do 8?
She can definitely do 8, but I'm going to say do a bitch.
I saw him. He started shaking his
So
head.
Rafe, 7. Real famous people named Jennifer.
Okay.
Okay. Now, if I say real famous people, is that going to throw anybody off?
Just say
No.
famous people.
Okay.
You don't need to say real famous. That's not what you
Well,
said to
I don't
us
want.
first.
I don't want Jenny from Forrest Gump.
No one's going to say that. Don't let him change your
Listen,
thing. here.
I just don't want controversy.
Well,
Okay?
yeah, but when you say real, you're
That's why I asked the question.
that's putting snot on the ball. There's no
Number 7.
Just throw the
I like
pitch.
Okay. Let's bring it back in.
You're leading this.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my
Guys,
gosh, indeed.
That was a long negotiation, it felt like.
no, I mean, we've had longer.
Yeah.
Maybe just hallway time.
I think we just pack a lot into our hallway conversations. That felt like a long conversation, maybe it wasn't.
Guys, the number is 7.
Oh, good.
The number is 7, and I'm looking at you, Lern, because I want you to get ready
I am here.
to relax.
Okay, great.
Because Rafe is up.
Uh-oh.
Woo! Right?
Yeah.
All right. Rafe, 7. I need you to name at least 7 famous people named Jennifer.
Jennifer Aniston, Jennifer Garner, Jennifer Love Hewitt, Jennifer Lopez, Jennifer. We're not winning this. That is a lot of
Jennifer
Jennifers.
Grey.
dude.
Sorry,
Dirty
I know that's a lot. I
Dancing.
thought that maybe you would know
That's
like
a
some
lot of
comedians or
Jennifers.
You did pretty good, though.
Too many Jennifers, guys.
I thought you
started
wrong.
off strong and that scared me.
Too many Jennifers.
Too many Jennifers.
That was a hard one.
A lot of Jennifers.
I put a lot on your shoulders there.
Holy moly.
I put a lot on your shoulders. I apologize, but I thought it was maybe a chance we get the point, and if not, no worries. We'll get them.
I felt good. The first fork really rolled off the tongue, and that was the end of the Jennifer Lane. That was a cul-de-sac of Jennifers.
Jennifer
coming
Lane.
back. Well, yeah,
That's Jessica Lane.
I don't know. I just
That's Lane.
When you got a minute or two to think about it, I could probably spit a few more out at you.
No, I didn't listen. I wasn't fully confident, but I was like, I'm going to give him a shot, and maybe he gets on a roll of like funny Jennifers or something.
And that would have been a big dunk. 7 Jennifers would have been a
Jenny
tomahawk
Lewis.
dunk.
Too many Jennifers, man.
Yeah,
All right.
too many.
All right.
Get out.
I still don't think I can get to 7.
Right.
So even with Jennifer Coolidge or Jennifer Gray, I'm at 6.
Well, then you got to go to the Jennies and the Jens.
Were you taking Jennies and Jens? Or do they have to be Jennifers?
We would have taken it. Real, like, you couldn't say Jenny from Forrest Gump.
You didn't give me any kind of qualifying thing, so I assume that meant they had to go by Jennifer. Usually you'll give a qualifier.
You ruined this game.
No, you didn't. I wouldn't have got it. I'm saying, like, usually you'll give a qualifier, like, any form of this name.
How many Jennies were famous? Jenny Jones.
Jenny Lewis.
Yeah.
Jennifer Hudson.
That's a Jennifer.
Okay. Back to you.
Jenny McCarthy.
Jenny
I probably would have gotten
McCarthy.
Jenny McCarthy.
You know what? Would have crossed that bridge.
Okay.
All right. The next category is famous people from St. Louis.
Oh, my God. So many.
Famous people from St.
John Hamm, John Goodman, Nikki Glazer.
From.
Oh, from
St. Louis.
They're from all those.
No, all those people are. I
Nelly.
just want to say you can't say Ozzie Smith. He's not from.
Perfect.
Yes. What about, are we going to accept Lewis and Clark?
Historic fame.
If you agree.
They weren't from here, right?
They were settlers.
No.
But how far back do we go till someone is from here? They're
be from.
I mean, none of us are from here.
Their mission started here.
Considered from.
So born in.
Considered from St. Louis.
Born in St. Louis.
Okay, I'm going to start with Lern.
Mm-hmm.
How many famous people from St. Louis can King Scott name?
6.
Okay. Sorry.
Don't be
Can
sorry
Moon do
about
7?
that.
I think that he can, because I think he'll name musicians.
Oh, maybe you should go up then. Maybe to 8. Maybe you should just do 10.
And this is more of a battle of attrition.
And you're talking fame, like he can't start rattling off his buddies, the bands that didn't go anywhere, right? Like, let's be real.
Damn.
You know? Like playing a Hollywood Casino Amphitheater Warped Tour in St. Louis one time does not count.
Let me ask you this. If it's ex-bandmates, or can he name all 5 of them, and that counts?
What?
Like Dan?
If he named all of Story of the Year, or if he named all of Greek Fire, or does that count? Because that's all band members that are nationally touring bands. Is that famous enough for you?
He won't.
I know he won't,
will.
but what if he did? Would we count?
And no offense to those people, but they're not.
They're not famous
They're in a
enough.
famous band.
I
yes.
can't name all. I can't
they're
name
in a
anybody else in those bands except for Johnny Venus. And
I mean,
Mark.
they're in a famous band.
Will we accept Johnny Venus?
Is John?
Yes, I will accept Johnny Venus.
Okay. All right.
That's what I wanted to know.
Okay, fine. I will accept
That's it.
John Venus. That's it. As long as we both agree to that.
7.
Fine.
Moon can do 7. Can Scott do 8?
That's all I needed to hear.
I don't think Scott can do 8, and I think he can. I think Moon can do 7. So I'm gonna pickle. I'm gonna bind. What is it?
Scott
It's
do
1
8?
to 1 right now.
It's 1 to 1.
1, 2.
Scott is gonna get held up.
Ooh, baby.
I'm just gonna say, do it, bitch.
Okay.
Gosh damn it.
All right. He's gonna hate that he has to go again.
All right, guys.
Happened.
Don't worry about what happened, and just.
All right.
What are you guys
She's not
doing?
looking at
Number
me. That's not
7.
a good sign.
Okay.
Scott.
Yes, sir. I'm ready.
You're up, dude.
Scott, you are very handsome, but you're not up. Moon.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, that was a surprise. Lern tricked me. She wouldn't look at me, so I'm like, well, I'm in trouble.
What was the controversy?
Nothing,
It's
pal. Don't.
Just
And by the way,
Don't overthink it.
We were out there and we were playing the game with Tim Convey, and we said, "Name 7 Jennifers," and he went and he did it. He did okay, and then we thought Jenny Jones. Would Jenny Jones have
We
counted?
talked about that.
I talked
that
about
was part of
Jenny's.
the conversation.
I said usually he would
Jenny
qualify
McCarthy.
any version of this name, so I thought it had to be
Oh yeah, Jenny
true
McCarthy.
Jennifer.
Jenny McCarthy probably would have accepted it.
Yeah.
I was going to say Richard Jenny and see if I could get you on a technicality because that's the first comedian.
Yeah, but that's not a Jennifer. That's not a Jennifer.
What are we doing?
All right, Moon.
Make
I need you to name at least 7
God dang.
famous people from St. Louis.
Ozzie Smith's son, Rafe, King Scott, me, Riz, Lern, John Hamm, and John Goodman.
Ozzie Smith's not from St. Louis.
Bro, he's considered from St. Louis. He literally is.
He's
he
not
lives
from
here.
St. Louis.
He lives here.
And we are not world famous.
I said famous people from St. Louis.
He said famous. He didn't say world famous. There's
Should've
1, 2, 3, 4, 5
Listen,
right here.
We talked about it, and Ozzie Smith is not from St. Louis.
Never
Ozzie
mind,
Smith
Ozzie
was
Smith.
the actual example.
Goodman, Ham, all 5 of us. Thank you for the point.
Goodman and Ham
Come on,
qualify.
the teammate, please back me up on this.
What do you want me to say?
How can I be
You
wrong?
can take Ozzy off if you want. He named like 10 people.
It's the same. It's just, you know what it is? It's the same Radio Hall of Fame rules. Like, people know Howard Stern worldwide, but they do not know John Hewlett worldwide. They do not know Rizzuto worldwide. Like,
first of all,
or nationwide rather.
Well, how can you quantify fame if you can't quantify it in numbers? We have
Moon,
50
in the
plus
spirit of the
million
game,
downloads.
You know, the spirit of the game is not.
How
I knew
am
this
I
was
the
gonna
bad guy here?
Well, if we're saying from, then
what?
Like, we thought you were going to rattle off bandmates.
Hold on a second.
Let's count.
You guys said you would accept Johnny Venus.
Right.
As a
You
famous
accept-
person from
you
St. Louis.
are
But that was the
far more
only
famous than
exception.
That was
Johnny
the
Venus.
only exception.
But that was the only exception.
And I love Johnny Venus. Do you believe that we are at the level of Johnny Venus as far as
I'm
fame
not.
goes?
Nobody knows who
The
the hell
only
I
reason
am.
we were accepting Johnny Venus as
Nice
and no
try.
offense to Johnny Venus as a joke, okay?
You're so full of it.
How dare you?
Wait. Let's say we do count the radio people. Is Riz considered from?
I'm not from St.
You're
Louis.
not, and I'm not from
you
St.
are. You
Louis
said
either.
it a
And nor is Rafe.
I'm not from
and
St.
nor
Louis.
is none of
We
us are
talked-
from St.
You
Louis.
said
That's a good
that
argument.
you said
You're
that
from
if,
the St. Louis Metro.
you
you,
said that if
Scott.
somebody was to ask you where you were
Born.
from, you would say St. Louis. You said
Moon,
it before.
we talked about it before.
Pull the tape.
We talked about it before.
Ozzie Smith's son, by the way, is famous. He did the national anthem. We make fun of him all the time here and all that kind
Was
of
he
stuff.
born
But nobody
here?
else
And he
makes
was
fun
born.
of
He
him
had to have
anywhere.
been born here.
Look
He
up
was
where
probably.
Nico's.
Okay,
All right.
where was he born?
Let's calm down.
Okay.
Who are the no doubters? John Goodman and
John
John
Goodman,
Hamm.
John
There's
Hamm.
2.
Yep.
You giving us Nico Smith if he was born here?
Sure.
There's 3.
Okay.
All right. Metro
Nico's.
area. Learn. We're giving 4. I'll
Me?
concede
Hell
that.
no. I'm not.
In every other context. If you
No,
weren't-
I'm not from
if you
St.
weren't
Louis,
up for a
dude.
point here, you'd be arguing the other
I'm
direction.
Southern Illinois born.
All right, we'll take Lern off.
What are we
We're
talking
still
about
at
right now?
3.
And
Who
you're
else
not.
did we
You
say?
also Dal, Illinois. Your ass ain't from here.
I already conceded that.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry. I
Chill.
didn't mean to yell.
Man,
Who else
you
are
guys
we
just
saying?
squirrel your way out of all of this.
Who else
don't
did he
Like
say?
you could have named
Well,
yourself. You literally
I
could have.
did.
Okay.
You did.
4. I'll give him himself.
There's 4.
Because he's the same as Johnny Venus in my brain.
Who else? I think we should just
I hate your guts, honestly.
I hate everybody in
we
this
should
room
give
right
him
now,
Johnny
except for
Venus even
Scott.
though he didn't say it. Just
What are you-
because.
Fine, you guys take the point. Take the point. You're going to lose it on
All right,
this.
because we had said.
I don't care what you
Because
said.
I brought up. No,
You're
I'm
right.
what do you don't care what I said?
Listen,
I'm
I
saying,
do
like,
want to
I-
defend my
as
teammate.
as the host.
You should have phrased it
as your teammate. I should have phrased it differently.
After our conversation,
More explaining, maybe.
From and born.
Hey, what? Thank you for
Did you
having
say
my
from
back.
and born?
No, I said from.
Okay.
From.
Yeah, you didn't say born. You've said in the past that you're from here.
Only if somebody not from here asks me.
Oh boy.
Well, you shouldn't be saying that anymore.
Yeah, I mean, you
Who
just
else did
graded
you say?
even more.
I don't like.
Only if somebody asks where I live.
You just grade the.
Who else did you say?
I don't know.
Did you say Convy?
No, he
No,
didn't
I
say
don't
Convy.
know.
He talked about
Say
Tim
it.
Convy in the hallway.
You just grade the area even more, though, by saying that. So you do admit that you say you're from St. Louis.
No, you were not. You were from New York.
Point lost.
That's not what he says, though. And he said it on here. I could.
I
pull
don't
the
care what
tape.
he says.
Well,
what are the
so
facts?
you don't care what he says?
I'm not from here, but we brought up the Ozzie Smith thing and saying, and if you said Ozzie Smith, which is the first name you said,
Right.
That was the example.
And he has lived here for quite
Doesn't
some
matter.
time.
From here.
You didn't say born
But
here.
we said it, but we agreed before that it would not count.
Okay, what's the classification for from then? Because that's a really fuzzy thing if you guys are picking and choosing how many years or... I mean, you didn't say born.
No point awarded.
No points for anyone?
No point for anybody.
That's fine.
It's a mulligan.
I hate
you
everyone
guys-
right now.
What is wrong with you guys?
I conceded.
How can you be so weird?
mad.
I conceded.
Fine.
So no point for either of us?
We'll concede the point.
You guys took
we're
7
redoing
minutes
it.
to do this, by the way.
redoing it.
It's
We're
not
redoing
me
it.
that
Back out in the
It's not
hallway.
me that created the drama.
Guesser's back out in the hallway.
Get your butts back out there. I'm so
Oh, it's us again? Oh.
Guesser's back out in the hallway.
supposed to be fun.
It's not.
I hate everything.
I have to be careful of every single word I use for these categories.
Well, you do because we're all fighting
The
for our
game's over.
lives. What?
Well, I mean, you know that he's going to argue with you.
I'm going to argue too. I mean, I don't want him to get the point.
I conceded the point. I just said, I was like, if you don't be specific, he's going to argue with you. I knew it. That's why I asked about the band. I go, how famous does someone have to be? Because
we all know the spirit of the game, right?
I get it. So
the next category
you
is.
should have said.
Okay, I know what I should have said.
World-known celebrities. Born in St. Louis. Nationally recognized
Get on your A
celebrities.
game, Riz.
I thought it was fine.
It was a good question. The spirit of the question was good. And I'm fine conceding the points for what that's worth.
The next category is movies with numbers in the title.
Great.
Okay, 7.
12
3
monkeys.
monkey or 12 monkey.
Okay, but if it's like Back to the Future
28
3.
days later.
Yeah, you're not going to. We are not accepting
Say
sequels.
not sequels. Just say no sequels.
Yeah.
Say it.
But I was going to say sequels, but only if it's in the official title. But maybe I'll say, but just
like
I'll
Dumb
say,
and Dumber.
They're going to go
2.
Fast and Furious 1, Fast and Furious 2, Fast and Furious 3. Just don't. If you don't want sequels, then say no sequels.
I'm going to say no sequels.
No sequels.
All right. Original movies with a number in the title.
I'm hot.
No sequels. You picked the categories.
Yeah, I'm upset.
You're like, we're not going to accept this, or this. This another
Yeah,
caveat.
he's got time to think.
So we're talking
no sequels.
So we're talking
One Fine Day, 12 Monkeys, 7, Ocean's 11, Ocean's 12, Ocean's 13.
Ocean's 12 is a sequel.
But it's a different name. It's not like the 12th movie in the
But it's a
sequel
sequel.
world. Okay, so no.
You get one Ocean's movie.
You got one Ocean's movie.
Don't say. Ocean's 11.
Do I have to say that before?
No, don't say a word. See, this is the problem.
Or
You
we can
can't-
say we'll accept Ocean's 11, 12, and 13.
I think that's the only sequelage we can accept.
That should be.
Because it's not the 1, 2, and 3. It's a different.
It's not the
more
sequence of
Ocean's
movies.
12 is a sequel of 11.
But 12 also references the amount of people in the heist.
That's right. The heist is what makes
All
it
right, we will.
different.
The heist. The heist is important. You have to consider the heist.
We will accept the Ocean's movies.
That's it. And that is it.
The only sequel. No sequels
And
except
you
the
don't
Ocean's
say a word
movies.
about it. All right, you could say the no sequel rule, but I swear to God, you say anything about Ocean's 11, anything, I'm coming over here.
Okay.
Lern.
Great.
No sequels, movies with numbers in the title.
The Magnificent Seven. The Dirty Dozen.
Cheaper by the dozen.
Or by the dozen.
101
12 Angry Men.
Dalmatians.
101 Dalmatians. Two
Cheaper
girls,
by
one
the
cup.
dozen does not count.
Two girls, one cup. Are we counting
Because
it?
dozen isn't the number.
Two girls, one cup. Are we counting it twice?
That's
Two
Does
numbers.
cheaper
No,
by the
that's
dozen
one.
count because it's not a number. There's not a number on the title.
I
How much
say
you
cheaper
order
by the
from the
dozen
bakery.
counts.
I
It
do
doesn't.
too.
30 dozen. Dozen's a number. If I
It's
go
ubiquitous.
and I say I need a dozen eggs, how
But
many
it's
you
not a
bringing?
number.
How many you bringing? Are you going to be like
the
it's-
word dozen
it's so
represents?
ambiguous, I don't know how many.
The
eggs.
word dozen represents a number.
Okay,
but it's not
300.
a number. 300, yes.
300. 50 First
6 easy
Dates.
pieces.
There's a lot of movies out
How
there.
many can Scott name? For the love of God.
5.
We just named 100 movies, and now we're bidding
Can
5.
Moon do 6?
No cheaper by the dozen.
I think Moon can do 6, but I don't know if Scott can do 5. I think his brain is going to lock up and seize.
I do too, okay? If I'm being completely
truly
honest with
do
you, but
love-
I don't
I
want
love
you to
the
get the
man.
number 5. This is called playing the game.
I will say, do it a bit.
Great. Let's see how this goes.
After all that debate. Moon's gone. He's gone home for the day. There he is.
What am I going to get in trouble for on this one?
Why do you always think you're in trouble?
Oh, come on, man. The way that last one played out.
That was on you.
Well, I'll have you know this one.
Okay, I'll take it.
Was not any more airtight than the last one.
Oh, good. Oh, no.
Oh my God.
Listen, man, we're just here trying to win a game.
The host is spitting coffee out his nose, if that's any indication of what's about to happen in this room.
We're just trying to entertain.
Well, it will be entertaining.
Are we going to be friends after this game? I don't know.
The number's 5, guys.
Did you say 5?
5. Mm-hmm. Scott, you're up.
Yay.
Okay, here we go.
The number is 5.
The number's 5.
Countdown is ready.
Scott. Calm down.
You got
Scott. The number's 5. I have to say this quick so you don't think about it.
Look at his face. Look at his face.
Come on, we got to pay attention to this, all right?
Get the timer ready, dude.
No distractions. The timer's ready, man.
No sequels, movies with numbers in the title.
Dang it. Let's see, 23. I have no clue what the heck. Numbers.
101 Dalmatians.
7.
Ocean's 11.
No,
I
this
think you
got
got in his
sequels.
head. No. Well, you could have. That was the only one that we could have done. Ocean's 11, Ocean's 12, Ocean's 13.
The only one we negotiated the sequels in.
Is that what took all that time?
There was other
things. Whether or not a dozen constituted a number.
Oh, like
It doesn't.
Like,
Dirty dozen, cheaper by the dozen. Pie.
It doesn't.
Pie wouldn't be the one.
As number in the title.
Right. So 7.
Well, pi is
See?
a number.
I know, but we couldn't say dozen.
Moon.
Hey, man, I'm just a
Dang.
flailing,
now
whiny
you're
bitch idiot in this game.
Now you're quiet.
I didn't say that.
It's not you. It's just the faction of crybabies.
I didn't say that. I'm asking you a legit question.
Yeah.
Just shoot me now in the face. I don't even care.
Sorry, Lern.
When I say
Hey, Lern.
movies with numbers in the title,
Yeah.
dozen is not a movie. It's a word that represents a number.
Yeah, I can see that argument.
Oh.
Wait, did you say dozen?
No, he said nothing.
He said
said-
he got
got all-
0.
you know what? And honestly, it was
Jim
you.
Carrey movie.
You made a big deal out of
23.
this.
That was
You got all up
Jim
in his
Carrey's
head
voice.
about, I'm going to say this real
Oh, get
fast
outta
and get
here.
the timer right. You freaked him out. You really,
I know, and everyone's laughing, so you're like, okay, I gotta focus.
I know, we made
Okay,
him nervous.
get out.
No points
not a good
awarded.
I
sign.
also believe the Jim Carrey movie is the number 23. It's not just.
Well, you know what? It
23.
doesn't matter, Rafe. Let's go.
Oh.
I just wanted to point out that
Well, what
the
other-
number he got was 0.
23.
I should have just started with 1, 2,
What
3, 4,
movie
5,
is
6,
that?
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16,
What
17, 18,
movie is
19, 20.
23?
Yeah, what? I thought the.
Carrey, the number 23. Where he keeps seeing the number
Yeah.
23 in it.
I think that
I never
one
saw
bombed.
that
I never
movie.
saw that either.
We were talking 12 Monkeys.
That's when he
we
went
were talking
serious.
We were
But
talking
that's got a word in it. You said numbers only.
Numbers
right?
in the title.
Numbers in the title. No sequels, movies with numbers in the title.
Dang, I took that totally wrong. I took that as only numbers, no.
Oh, yeah.
that's why I
tough.
got stumped. I'm like, dude, there's like 7 and.
To be
Say
honestly,
that.
man, I couldn't think of it. I couldn't think of anything. I was thinking Hot Shots Part 2, and I was like, that's not going to count. And I froze after that.
Dang, okay. I misunderstood
Oh, I gotta go.
that.
Out.
That's a bummer. I was also about to giggle because you were laughing the whole time, and I'm like, don't giggle, focus.
All right, guys. The next
Well, it's a bummer.
the next category is things you could buy at Home Depot.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, that could be endless.
I know.
Things you could buy at Home Depot.
Because you could also, in the parking lot, buy stuff from strangers. So you could buy meat.
In a Home Depot.
Okay, in the building.
In things you could buy in a Home
Inside.
Depot, okay?
Inside.
Inside. Okay, I'm writing inside. Okay, Moon, I'm going to start with you. How many things can Rafe name that you could buy inside a Home Depot?
Okay, watch this. Rafe can do 8.
Well, Lern could do 9.
Okay.
Do it, bitch.
Okay, now before we bring them in, if he says...
She.
Oh, I'm sorry. If she says, Phillips, different screw size, she ain't gonna need screw sizes.
But they sell them, yeah.
But if she says screw, nut, bolt,
Yes,
nail,
of course, yes.
all that.
Okay, so the number is
fan,
is
box
9.
fan.
The number's 9, right?
Plant,
9.
yeah.
Okay.
This is going to be
plants.
this is a good one. This is a good one because
I'm trying
very
to
little
think of
controversy.
everything.
Very
Of
little.
course. Hey, I thought it was the same thing with the other one.
All right.
Now, you got me rattled.
Me? You rattle yourself. I'm here to entertain.
Rafe.
Yeah.
Okay. Listen, Rafe, the number's 9.
What number? Where are we in this game? Are we on the
It's
fourth
2
round?
to 1.
Moon and Rafe are winning.
We were
2 to
winning.
1.
Now we're not winning. They're
Right,
winning.
because of the no point.
Okay, Rafe, the number's 9. Okay, you ready to go?
Is it me?
It's not you, it's Lern.
Let's go.
Let's go.
I want to hit something.
The number's 9.
Love it.
Learn in 10 seconds. I need you to name at least 9 things that you could buy inside a Home Depot.
Lumber, hammer, screwdriver, nails, succulents, palm tree, trash bags, cleaning wipes, mop, and paper towel.
That was 9. She
Yes,
got 9.
that was 9.
Did you get mop right at the thing?
Yep. Well, she had 9
before that.
Oh, wow, cool.
Learn!
Good job, dude. Palm tree.
Palm tree, I was going to make an argument against,
But they sell them. They sell trees in there.
Well,
They
she
sell-
did not get mop after the 9, so let's look up. Can you buy a palm tree?
Oh, I'm sure you can.
I'm sure,
We're
especially-
going to verify. Go to HomeDepot.com and write in palm tree.
I bet you can at the Home Depot in Honolulu.
Yeah, or in Branson.
Palm trees for sale. Let's see. Palm trees at Home Depot. Shop palm trees online.
You got it. Woo! All right. It's tied.
Click on that and see where that Home Depot's located.
It doesn't matter. You can buy it at Home Depot.
Yeah, it's there.
All right, listen, we're going to take a break. We'll come back. We'll finish it up. It's 2 to 2. It's 2 to 2. We'll finish it up.
Good job.
That was
and then
awesome.
we'll get to emails.
Trash bags, cleaning wipes. Went to the cleaning aisle and it was over. This is Danny Tanner, dude. As soon as she went in the cleaning aisle, I was like, whoa,
It's my
we're
favorite aisle at
toast.
Home Depot.
All right, it's 8:40. It is Tuesday. Traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Delays, 270 eastbound between 44 and Manchester. Average speed about 25 miles an hour. And then we also have up on 70 some delays, 70 westbound between Kings Highway and Missouri U. Your point forecast, partly cloudy, high of 63. Right now it's 43 at the Point Studio.
Paps, be good to your daughters. That's how you know to be good. 'Cause some will turn to mommies when others will be daughters and dads. That's how your brothers can be mothers too. That was John Mayer. Daughters.
Will there be celebrity guests on this show? Who does number 2 work for? Have you ever wondered what your boss's bathroom routine is like? Well, me neither. But we might find out today whether we like it or not on the number 2 show. In the wild ecosystem of the workplace, there's a unique species we've all encountered and have to navigate. The boss. Ugh. Just as David Attenborough would guide us through the behaviors of lions and gazelles on the African...
So why does Mountaintop Motor Company have over 1,000 5-star reviews, and why do you keep hearing people talk about how awesome they are? Well, they're incredible over there. That is why. They have a no-pressure, easy-going sales environment, and they have the ability to get the exact car that you want. So let's say you have a new driver in the house. You're looking for something that's relatively lower price, but a great, safe car for your new driver. driver to start hopping in and driving around town? Well, they got a 2017 Nissan Sentra S with only 31,000 miles on it for $12,800. Absolutely incredible deal. And if you go to mountaintopmotors.com, you can check it out. And you can go test drive that today before. I mean, that's going to go very, very quick. So you go out there, test drive it today, and see what I'm talking about. When you're out there, you'll find out why they're absolutely incredible and why folks drive for hours and hours around. And people keep buying their cars from Mount Top Motor Company. I met a lady out there not too long ago. She was buying her third truck from Mount Top Motor Company because they treat you so great over there. And they have great financing options as well. So go to mountaintopmotors.com. Check out everything I'm talking about, and you'll see for yourself why they are absolutely the best. That's Mount Top Motor Company. Go to mountaintopmotors.com.
It's a nerve-wracking day. What? You guys and Queens of the Stone Age, back-to-back interviews. I'm already a high-strung person. Whew. I can't wait to have a beer when this is done.
Yeah.
Yeah, very much so.
You don't need to worry about us.
Well, yeah, but I do though, because see, here's where the rub is with me and bands that I really like. If it's a band that I'm about, I can power right through. But then when it's a band that I really dig, then there's a bit of that fanboy stuff that starts popping out. And that's what I'm trying to control. So here, I'm bringing it down. I'm going to do my best professional interview as I
You're doing very well so far.
Together we can all do this.
We can all do this. So I had the fortune of seeing you guys on Saturday. I was in Austin at ACL.
Oh.
Now I want to talk about this. I got to talk about this. Because I know you guys had troubles. I guess it was with pedals.
With cables and amps weren't turning on, basically, yeah.
But from where I was standing and watching from my vantage point, it was a flipping phenomenal show. Like, I loved it. I thought it was great.
Oh, thanks.
So when you are, a few days away from that, this kind of already answered my question with your facial expressions, but do you look back at that and go, whew, I can't wait for this weekend and us able to do it again? Or do you go back and go, you know what, this song was messed up, but we powered through for the rest?
I kind of, when stuff goes wrong and breaks, I almost feel like I'm almost like, see, it can go wrong. And what we do is real,
Sure.
We don't play to a backing track or a click, and we just plug in and go. And when that breaks, it's proof that that we are taking some element, some sort of a risk up there.
Yeah.
And also, I think as well, when stuff goes wrong, it forces you to go in a different direction, and you have to dig from somewhere else that you didn't think you were going to have to. So I think in the case of ACL, like, part of me was like incredibly frustrated because people would come to see us and shit was breaking. But on the other hand, the songs that we did manage to make stuff work for, I felt like I had this kind of whole new energy to them.
Absolutely.
It's exciting. It's like you want to see people on the cusp of losing their minds, which I certainly was at the time.
I saw a band once kick over a whole entire like amp bed, or amp rack thing, and it was one of the coolest things that I've ever seen. Like, that's the only time I've ever seen anything destroyed on stage. I got to say, I was kind of hoping for that with you guys too, just because.
He threw the amps over.
Oh, you did? Well, something I didn't see that particular part of it then.
Yeah, I was pissed off.
Okay, well, see, I shouldn't make light of that. I apologize.
Well, no, it was in hindsight very funny.
Did you guys bowl in Kansas City last night?
Yes.
How'd you do?
Actually quite good. We were really drunk.
That helps your bowling game.
And, well, it did, I think. Well,
pretty good scores.
We did.
Well, do you remember?
I remember I came third and first. We played 2 games.
But, averaging of like 4 strikes a
4 strikes a game.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
I didn't get any spares, but
no,
I got a lot of strikes.
Yeah. Which is better.
Legitimately one of the most frustrating games I think that you can play, because to me, I look at it and go, this is easy. I can do this. And then you start and you're like, oh, wait.
Yeah. You either have it or you don't, I think.
Yeah.
You either have a terrible game and you get 20 points, or you're just nailing it and you don't know where it's come from.
Right. Well, we had, the last time we went, I took my kids a couple of weekends ago, and so we had one lane without the bumpers, one lane with the bumpers. So you take one game without, and then, when you need to feel good about yourself, you just hop over to the bumper lane, boop, 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 and then it knocks them all over. One of the things I noticed that you do on your Twitter, which I love, is you just, and I don't know if it's a ranking necessarily, but do you, when you're tweeting out songs and like you number a song, like 265, and then you tweet, is that just a song that you're...
That's a song a day that I'm doing. It's also on my Instagram. I put the cover of it, and it's just a song that pops into my head and I listen to, and I think, that's a good song from this band. But I don't ever double bands up, so it has to be one song, one band.
I like that.
Yeah.
Ooh, wow. So you're not going to repeat, like you had Wolf Alice, I think, last week.
Yeah.
With their new track. So you're not going to...
Can't go back to them. That's done now.
Ooh, boy.
Yeah.
That is challenging.
It's a lot of pressure.
It is a lot of pressure.
There's a Spotify playlist with all of them on as well, if you want to...
Oh, I have.
You can see that.
Well, because I get excited when it's a song that I like. Yeah. I'm like, oh man, this is a good one. And most of the time, it's either something that I have or know, and then now it's to the point where if I don't know it, then I'm like, oh, I got to find out what the heck he's talking about.
Exactly.
Talk about your tour mates here, Queens of the Stone Age. How long have you known them? And I've read that there's been some drinking that's happened between the bands, so I guess you guys get along okay.
Yeah, so
great sports month. You got you got college basketball, you got baseball's back, you got, of course, hockey. Get in the game with Underdog. Now, Underdog, let's say just for March basketball, put your dancing shoes on. Let's go. Here's how it works. You just pick whether a player will go higher or lower on their stats. Points, assists, rebounds, for baseball, home runs, hits, stolen bases, you name it. And you don't need a big bankroll to play Underdog. Start with as little as $1, and if you get everything right, you could turn that dollar into $1,000. And, of course, they got all your favorite leagues, all your favorite teams and stars to choose from. You could create entries with all basketball. You could do basketball and hockey, mix and match across other sports. Millions of fans have already won big on Underdog. And with over 100,000 five-star reviews, Underdog is the real deal. So download the Underdog app today. Sign up now using the promo code RIZ. Unlock a special offer of up to $1,000 in bonus credits when you make your first deposit. Join in on the fun when you sign up with promo code RIZ, R-I-Z-Z. Claim your special offer today. Get up to $1,000 in bonus credits instantly upon first deposit. Must be 18 plus, 19 plus in Alabama and Nebraska, 19 plus in Colorado for some games, 21 plus in Massachusetts and Arizona, and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concern your play. Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. In Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. In New York, call the 24/7 Hope line at 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Some all day, yeah. Cause when you get something that's a tough day, yeah, even flow. Got a horse and a butterfly. Ooh, you don't know. So he marries a Hungarian.
All right, so we're going to finish off Do It Bitch here. It is Team King and Lern versus Team Moon and Rafe. The score is tied 2-2.
We love the controversy. Don't act like you don't. That's what makes it fun. We're just spicing up a Tuesday. Is it Tuesday? We're spicing up a Tuesday.
That's right. Okay, so let's so Lern killed it with that last category.
Yes, amazing.
Things you could buy at a Home Depot.
Palm trees.
So let's send the last two guessers out.
I think a lot of people learned a lot.
I know. You guys should get your cute little palm trees at Home Depot.
Home Depot. All right, so we're going to send King Scott and Moon out.
Good luck out there, you guys.
And I will administer the final category for Do It Bitch. Okay. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Well, Rafe, you there?
I'm ready, dude.
Okay. All right. Well,
I'm locked in, bro. I'm in the zone, dog.
I just want to let you know, like, I'm making eye contact with you. I'm
sorry.
ready. I want to play. I came here to play.
The final category is things you can't bring on a plane.
Oh, no.
Things you cannot bring on a plane.
Boy. Now are we here we go.
Here we go, indeed.
No, I think this is pretty cut and dry.
Well, okay.
Go
Gorilla.
ahead. You cannot bring a gorilla onto a plane.
Can you? Do you know that for a fact?
An M1 Abrams tank.
You cannot bring that onto a plane.
Okay. So we're not going to take just like items at the TSA say are prohibited.
Things you cannot bring onto a plane.
Cow.
You cannot bring a cow onto a plane.
What about if it's a C-130? See? You see what
Things you cannot bring onto a commercial airline flight.
There we go.
Okay.
Helpful. I'm just trying to avoid the argument after.
Okay, no, you're right. And I'm glad. You know what? I'm glad. I'm glad you brought a commercial.
Because we used to drop.
No, I understand.
What the hell? Did I just come back online?
Yep. You're back online. Welcome.
AI
If I
bot,
say
Rafe,
things you
rebooting.
cannot bring onto a commercial airline flight.
Right.
Okay.
Big
So,
dog.
guns, knives,
Ammunition, baseball bats, blasting caps.
bombs.
What's up? I'm wrapping out the
Okay.
rules here.
I'm going to start with Lern.
No, don't start with me. You've started with me every time that it's
But
been
I go
our
back
turn.
and forth.
I would like to not be started with.
Just say one then.
One. He can
Okay.
he can name one thing.
Oh, that's a strategy I hadn't considered. I'll
You
say
see how that works? And now it's on him.
I'll say.
Can Moon do 2?
Moon can do 5.
Yeah, okay. King Scott.
Can Scott do 6?
Sure, yeah. He's so good. I
Can
believe
Moon-
in him. Crowbars,
can
detonators,
Moon-
fuses.
Can Moon do 7?
According to this article, it says food, which is not true at all because all these people bring their stupid deviled eggs onto planes and smell up the place. So this list is crap
Knives.
that I'm looking at.
Guns, bombs.
Can Moon do 7?
Cows, tanks. Moon can indeed. But will I gamble that? Or will I count on
Him getting caught up in himself.
Johnny Meltdown to come in the room
Johnny
and get
Meltdown.
0? He got 0 on
He
the
did.
last one.
Well, he's having a day.
But I also think King Scott will say all the corny stuff. He'll
Right.
say all the crazy. He'll be like, he'll be like a
I
Venus
can't bring.
flytrap.
Well, if he goes down the gun route, I mean,
Well, listen, we could look it up. And can you bring a Venus flytrap onto a plane?
Can you bring
probably
bees onto a
you can bring a Venus flight.
7?
So Moon can do 7. Can King Scott do 8?
Yeah, man. Yeah, he could do 8.
Rafe, could Moon do 9?
Do it, bitch.
Oh, man. Wow.
Get ready for the whimsical, bitch. Let's go.
Don't be giving no hints.
Yeah. Man.
We have to nitpick everything now, by the way. Just so you know.
No, that
That's
was like
why-
solid discussion.
Listen, man.
That's why it took so long. I'm just giving you a reason why you're out in the hallway so long.
Well, that's fine. We were actually spending that trying to think of more items from Home Depot.
Yeah.
And then we were thinking like, oh, St. Louis athletes. I could have gone Ryan Howard, David Freese, Jason Tatum. Like, just.
Yep, we're past that one.
Well, I know. We weren't.
Can we go back to it?
There's a new argument brewing.
Okay.
Yeah, there's something new in town.
He just pointed at
There's
me.
a new kid in town.
Number's 8. And Scott, you're up.
All right.
Oh, boy.
For the win.
I just want to
For the win.
Holy
be
smokes.
you, pal. Just be you.
8 for the win. Get the
Okay,
timer
cannot
ready.
be. I'm free thinking, and my brain is working.
Open that gorgeous brain of yours and let it roll.
Scott, in 10 seconds, I need you to name at least 8 things you cannot bring onto a commercial airlines flight.
Bazooka, gun, pistol, rifle, shotgun, bow and arrow, knives, grenade, tank, weapons, underwear.
That's right.
I don't know.
That's right.
Okay,
Let's
so
freaking go.
We're taking all that?
Yep, we're taking all of it. Why?
I mean,
Because none of it can go on
You
a
can't
plane.
take underwear. You cannot take a
Well,
tank.
no, if you're wearing.
You cannot
undies.
take.
That's just legit.
You cannot take a tank.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
You can't
you're
take
right,
one
but
on
that
there.
was not. That was not. But you can take underwear onto a plane.
But you can't
But you
wear
said
it.
weapons.
Just like out.
He's also said gun. Weapons and
Weapons-
gun.
weapons and
then
gun
said
can be two
specific
different
types
things.
of guns, and then said weapons.
Yeah.
So I think you take gun away. I think you take weapons away.
Or
No.
it's
And I
over.
think-
No way.
Absolutely not.
Let me finish my sentence, and I still think
Because
you
all
might
those
have 8.
are not allowed to.
No, he only had 9 total.
Oh,
He
you
did
sure?
name
I
9
thought he had
things.
10.
He named
You said
9
eight.
things
He
with
named
underwear.
9
You
things,
said
but with
8.
underwear.
You told him to name
But
8.
I know, but he said underwear, and underwear you can bring onto a flight.
Well, like if you walk in with just your underwear on, you're not allowed to do that.
That's true, Scott.
No, that's
That's
not-
absolutely
no.
true. You cannot just be hanging out in your underwear
That's
on an
not-
airplane.
no.
He said
Okay.
bazooka,
So you
Bazooka,
can't do
yes.
that. I didn't realize you
Tank.
could.
Knives,
knives,
Weapons
guns,
in general.
shotgun, hand, pistol, rifle, which are all subcategories of guns.
I don't care.
Then he said knives, and then he said weapons.
Bow and arrow.
Weapons
Bow
can
and
be
arrow.
everything
Bow and arrow,
that
yeah.
isn't
Bow
a gun
and
or a
arrow.
knife.
Bow and arrow.
It's two things.
Bow and arrow is
I'm
two
gonna give it to
things?
him. Yeah. Bow and arrow.
Can you take a
But
bow?
you can take a bow
I like
onto a
that.
plane.
I like that. I'm fine with that.
You can take a bow onto a plane.
As carry-on?
I am so proud of you right now, Scott. You opened that beautiful brain of yours and you let it roll.
Oh, he
and
might be
I
right.
am proud.
I think
pal.
you can take a bow on.
You can take a bow
You
on.
can
Okay.
check it on.
I guess if it's in the back, yeah.
So that counts as one. So if you scratch guns and weapons, how many is that?
Why are you scratching the things you can't bring on there?
Well, because
He didn't get it.
Wait. Are you sure? Can we make sure we're counting this? Rifle,
So-
Wait a second.
pistol. He said
So
grenade.
if I had
don't
never
forget.
said rifle, then gun would count.
Just because
This
you
is
say
cousin
weapons
loyalty.
doesn't.
No. I'm just trying to make sure we're accurate because I'm just so
Give
sick
everybody
of
tickets,
people
by the way.
saying things to me and then
Here's what
not
we're gonna do.
understanding
So
that
Lern
there's
and
three
I-
of us that are
Here's
bitches.
what we're
in
gonna
this
do.
won
one.
twice,
wait.
but
Hey. Here's what we're going to do. Give everybody tickets. Here's what's going to happen. We're never playing this game again. That's number one. Number two,
Oh, yes, we are.
we're going to take a break, okay? And Moon and King Scott are going to go back and they're going to listen.
why?
And we're gonna listen to it.
You can
I'll
listen
do
to
it. I'll listen to it right now.
You're going to listen to it, and you're both gonna, during the break. You can listen to it.
Okay.
And it's a representative from each team,
Because he did say
Replay.
grenade.
and we're going to replay it. Okay.
Fine.
And we'll figure it out that way. Okay. Give everybody tickets. Hate this game. Never
I
again.
hate
What?
I'm
You
never
love
hosting
it.
again.
You love it.
I'm never hosting this game again.
You love it.
This is great. This was a definitively great game.
The chat says he said 10 items. I'm.
Okay.
The
And if
people
he
have
did,
gone back.
He did. He definitely said the right amount of items. I don't know how many of those items were repeats or all-encompassing. Do you know what I'm saying?
well,
I know what
technically,
you're
you
saying.
can bring a gun onto a plane if you check it.
But I'm just done. I'm done.
Well, we knew
arguing.
what you meant,
I'm just
which
gonna
is
sit
in the
here and-
cabin of the freaking airplane. So let's not read too far
I
into
thought,
that. you
honestly,
little
dude, I thought
tool
he'd go
bags.
far more absurd and kill it. I thought he'd be like cows, bees.
I wanted him to do that.
I honestly was like that. And I'm like, that was my biggest concern with him, and he actually stayed on point of like.
If he would have said
weapons.
Tyrannosaurus Rex, he would have been correct.
Yeah,
That's true.
we had that conversation, and he didn't do that, which surprises me.
But tank isn't correct.
Yeah,
No,
right.
tank
yeah.
counted.
Tank is correct.
Thank you, Scott.
Tank is correct.
In fact, I made the argument for him. He said plane, and I said you have to say commercial flight because technically you can put a tank in a C-130.
Right.
And that would
I
be
did
argued.
say commercial flight. All right, 9 o'clock, Tuesday. Traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. We have delays, 270 eastbound between 44 and Manchester. Your point forecast partly cloudy, high is 63. Right now you're 44 at the Point Studio.
It's like Blink-182.
Well, Riz, I'm going to tell you all about it. We have so much coming up in crap on, like who's going to be jamming with Ozzy in July, the new John Lennon documentary coming out, Crime TV Irony, and we're going to get deep. Is this brand mascot hot or not?
And listen, everybody is tweeting and instant messaging. Okay, can we all agree on this?
Yes.
Yes, you can check your guns. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. And your bow and arrow.
But we were
But
talking.
we're talking about, and we could all agree, bringing onto a plane on your person.
That's
okay?
right. In the cabin.
Can we agree to that? All of us? So when we recount?
We can agree. I'll agree to the carry-on if you'll agree that you can only have one thing in a category. Are guns and weapons the same thing? Are guns and rifle, pistol, those are all types of guns. So are we giving him the specifics and not giving him guns, or are we giving him guns and taking all the rest off the table?
But if I said one, then they all count.
That makes no sense at all.
Wait. What do you mean?
No, what he's saying is.
Well, if I said gun by itself without any of the other things like the pistol
he
or anything,
said
that
gun-
would have
it would
counted.
count.
If I said
So he
pistol,
said-
blah, 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 then those all count.
said
So they all
guns,
count because they count at
bazookas,
some
I
point.
see
is
what
a
you're
weapon.
saying.
He said shotgun, rifle, pistol, guns. That's
Bazooka.
4 items.
Bazooka.
All are guns.
All are-
So if we're taking, are we going to take guns away and give him the specific ones?
I will take him out because he also said weapons. Weapons is off.
Fine.
Okay?
So
I'm
are
here for
weapons and
peace.
guns both off?
No,
Weapons is off.
Weapons
Guns
is off. Guns is on.
Guns is on.
What's the difference then? Might as well give them weapons and just shoot us.
Well,
but we're not. We're not giving them weapons, and I hate you.
Okay.
Okay.
Mid-America Chevy Dealers present Point Fest.
It's 105.7 The Point, everything alternative. We are backstage at Point Fest, and I have the absolute honor of being joined by Sean and Mike from Alice in Chains. Guys, how are you?
Wow, how do you live up to that?
Yeah, we better not suck tonight.
That'll ruin our sound. So.
Wow.
All right, so the first question that I have is one that I've wanted to ask you guys and a band of your ilk for quite some time.
Ilk.
I like his vocabulary. He's good at what he does.
Listening and we're talking about airplanes and airports and all that kind of stuff. Let me tell you about my the favorite thing I've discovered this year. It's Mid-America St. Louis Airport. This is the gateway to easy, efficient travel. And if you're looking to book your next trip and save some money, save some time, save some hassle, FlyMidAmerica.com. Go check out the website. It even features nonstop destinations and recommendations on how to best experience each location. Allegiant Airlines out of Mid-America St. Louis Airport is offering 7 destinations in Florida: Fort Lauderdale, Destin, Fort Walton Beach, Punta Gorda, Knoxville, Tennessee, Myrtle Beach, Savannah, Las Vegas, and now a new route to Gulf Shores, Alabama. Yes, a direct flight from St. Louis to Gulf Shores is going to save you money. Plus, yeah, I know you're going to spend a few extra minutes driving over to Illinois to Mid-America St. Louis Airport, but you're going to save those minutes immediately on the whole parking situation. No need for a shuttle or any of that. You literally park right next to the gate. It is cheap as heck. You walk right up and bam, you are right through. It is amazing. It will save you time and it will save you money. You looking for smooth travel experiences? This is where it's at. FlyMidAmerica.com. It's Mid-America St. Louis Airport. Check out the website now. FlyMidAmerica.com.
Time to save some green. Go visit my good friends over at Mount Top Motor Company out there in Troy. They have an incredible lineup of cars, trucks, SUVs. In fact, you can see the whole inventory right now at mounttopmotors.com. And to top it off, no payments for 90 days. They have some of the best financing around, all kinds of ways to save some money. And what's amazing about them is they're just down to earth. It's a no pressure environment. So you're gonna find the right car. You're gonna enjoy the process because they're amazing. So aim higher, go to Mount Top Motor Company. It's mounttopmotors.com.
Joined by Seether. Gentlemen, how are you? It's great to see you, and thank you for being here with us. The first thing I want to bring to your attention, and I'm sure that you guys don't keep track of this because you have way bigger things to do, but this is your 6th Point Fest, all right? Out of the 30-some odd that we've done, you've done 6 of them. Not to mention birthday shows, Christmas shows. While other rock bands have kind of gone by the wayside, you guys have just been a constant core artist for us. I was looking last night. We've played like 26 different Seether songs in the history of our career, and your career. Thanks, and our career as well. You have just been such an important part of the station as the alternative format goes left and we stay rocking. You guys have been a really big part of that. And I just, as the music director of the radio station, just wanted to say thank you. And I'm sorry, Sean, if you're getting eaten alive by something over there.
I'm making my acquaintance with the local wildlife.
You guys are celebrating 20 years this year. That's a really impressive feat. How, many bands that have been successful still don't make it 20 years. How have you guys been able to do that by your account?
I think we've just basically written stuff that we want to hear. I love a lot of bands. I love a lot of music styles and a lot of different types of music. But whenever we write albums, we just stay. I try to stay true to what we like. We like to write stuff that we like to play, and stuff that I like to listen to. So I think really just not adapting to a new flavor of the week kind of sound. There's a couple bands out there that tend to sort of go left and right as the tides move, and that just isn't sincere. I don't think. You know what I mean? I think you have to stay sincere and honest and true to yourself in that sense. And so musically, we just always write stuff that and you also don't want to rehash the same things.
Sure.
So it's great to experiment and try new things, and as long as you don't lose the essence of what the band really is and what the sound is.
One of the things that I've wanted to ask you guys for a bit, and I noticed this as well when I was prepping to talk to you guys. You guys release a new record every 3, 4, 5 years. It's not like it's one of those record, out on the road for a year and a half, record again. It doesn't seem to be that kind of cycle. It seems to be spaced out, which says to me that you guys are given the opportunity to maybe take as long as you need when you are writing a record. Is that the case? Do you have the ability to, if it takes you 6 years before the next Seether record, not to say that it would, but would you have the time to do that?
I think contractually we have to deliver one within 18 months of a touring cycle being finished. But that's never really been enforced because we don't really wait that long. I think really what it is you record an album and then there's 6 months of setup time and interviews and photo shoots and stuff and videos, and then you tour for 18 months to 2 years, and then all you want to do is just take some time off because when we first started out, we had an album out in 2002, then another one in 2004, then 2005, then 2007, then 9 and 11, I think, and then, so it was almost every, it was kind of, but that was also a different record company, so it was a crack the whip, and we would get off the road and basically be expected to have something done within the next couple of 3, 4, and 5 months, and then there would be a little bit less setup time, maybe 3 to 4 months. But you'd be back out if you finished in January, you'd be back on a tour by December, basically.
Well, and I mean, and at that point, I would think, and again, I'm not the creative type. I can't write songs or play anything. I've tried, like to the point that my brother like set down the guitar and was like, maybe you're just not meant to do this. But I would think that that's going to obviously crush creativity if you're on that kind of like. Or I guess maybe maybe then it pushes it.
I much prefer taking a little bit more time because then I think you can the more songs you have to pick from, the stronger the album can be of 11 or 12 tracks, because instead of only having 14 written and then having to use 12 of those 14, if you have where we're at now, I think something musically I've finished about 30 songs. And there's maybe 10 more that I'll work on, and then I'll do vocals. So they'll ideally be around 30 full finished tracks to work from, and then you can take the best 11 or 12 from that, which I think then gives you because not every song's good. That's the thing. There's a lot of stuff.
Plastic surgery is not a thing anymore. It used to be. It almost was scandalous. Like, ooh, did you hear that so-and-so had work done? Oh, listen. We've come such a long way, and we have such a great place right down the street. It's Park Crest Plastic Surgery on New Balance here in Creve Coeur. Dr. McGuire, Dr. Kaplan, they both treated patients from all over the world. Both have helped lead vital clinical research that's led to major changes in the industry. So people still travel from all over to be treated by Dr. Kaplan and Dr. McGuire. And they do everything from your mommy makeovers. If you're looking to minimize fat and hard-to-target areas, they offer everything from injectable lipo-dissolve or Kybella to Cool Sculpting Elite to Smart Lipo to your traditional liposuctions. If you're looking for permanent makeup, if you're looking for laser hair removal, just book yourself an appointment. You feeling great, you looking great. It's all part of your it's all part of your self-care and you're building your confidence. That's what they do over there at Parkcrest Plastic Surgery. Boost your confidence. Book yourself a consultation. ParkCrestPlasticSurgery.com. ParkCrestPlasticSurgery.com.
So we've had this place for a little over a year now. And every time I come up here, I discover something new. Whether it be a new structure or just something.
All right, we've gone to the tape, figured this out. Both parties have agreed. And congratulations to King Scott and Lern. For the win.
Oh, that feels good. And listening back, I didn't realize how many curse words were also said. I apologize for that.
We refuse to accept guns and weapons, but he still got 8.
He still got
I'm
it.
so proud of you right now.
Thank you.
You killed it.
So, congratulations, King Scott and Lern, the winners of Do It Bitch, the April Fool's Day edition. Emphasis on the fools.
Yes, big time. I still feel like I lost even though I got them. I don't know why.
So, congratulations.
Yeah, this is a game that most of us feel like we lost even when we won.
Yeah. We all lost.
And St. Louis lost.
St. Louis lost. Sanity lost.
It's really good for
Couldn't
our
even name a
relationship.
number movie.
I shot coffee out of my nose, which still hurts, I'll be
Yeah.
honest with you. I waterboarded myself with coffee.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of shooting yourself, don't forget you have to be aligned with one of these teams.
Which team do you want to be on?
Okay, Moon. I was gonna say nobody gets shot today.
Oh.
Because it's a holiday, but since you brought it up, go ahead.
Because it's a holiday.
Spin the wheel.
Damn it.
Yeah, he's fooling.
I'm not laughing because I'm sorry.
You're getting shot if that's
I wanted
what's
you on my
happening.
team.
Actually, we eliminate the team who we land on.
And it's the winning team that gets shot today. April Fools.
Damn, bro.
Oh, Lord.
The hand of leniency has cracked its whip against thyself.
Couldn't happen to a better guy.
That's fine.
Somebody just shoot. Where's that monkey?
Yeah.
Shoot
All I
me
know
in
is
the
it seems
face.
like that's the worst seat for this game because they almost always get picked.
Always.
It's so weird.
The host
I know.
almost always gets shot.
Here.
And you have to put up with us. That's the best part. Well, Rizzy did great.
Shoot me right in the schminkt.
Is that upper or lower?
Are we okay with the gun here? What's going on?
Well, the monkey last week really, when she
man.
grabbed
All
it.
right.
Yeah, it's ready. I'm just making sure there's plenty in it.
All right.
She can't wait to get her hands on that weapon.
Can you shoot me first?
Hey, listen,
Take that on an airplane.
I would cock it upside down with your finger not on the trigger.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tends to work better that way.
Okay, here we go. Lern's got the gun. Monkey's got the gun.
All right. Looking good. Looking good.
Okay, Riz, you have no ass.
And you got your shirt down.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, God.
Oh, you did it.
Ooh. Man, that was
You
a good
found
shot.
it. Yeah.
Woo woo.
Isn't it weird that you have your back to her, but you still hold on?
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Bend over.
I'm bent way over.
Oh, I didn't go.
Upside down.
Oh,
I almost caught that one.
Snap.
That was in the middle.
Shooting my
Was that
friends.
middle?
Oh, man, we did it, guys.
Yeah, baby.
We got through that.
Screamed for me to bend over. And feigns not liking it.
And she,
I didn't want to get you on your truck nuts.
that was sweet of you. His potatoes.
Bending over wasn't helping. I was doing the fruit salad the whole time.
The old fruit bowl. All right, let's do crap on
I like the
celebrities.
risk.
Ooh, man, you got me good.
Sorry, everybody. I don't
All right.
like it.
Time to find out what's going on in the world of music and entertainment with your crap on celebrities.
Well, one thing I'm really looking forward to this year is the final concert for Ozzy Osbourne that's happening in Birmingham, England, where it all began with Black Sabbath. It's coming up in July, and it's already stacked. Metallica, Pantera, Tool, and more are on the bill. But Tom Morello is the music director for the festival, and he talked to Australian musician and said that the greatest day in heavy metal is also going to include some huge superstars who are going to be the surprises on that day, too. He didn't really hint at any specific star, but explained that the goal for the show is to really acknowledge the importance of Black Sabbath in the way that the whole world will forever know it.
Well, I saw a video of Ozzy Osbourne walking. Did you see this thing?
No.
Looking good?
Ooh.
I know.
I don't know how old it was, but it did not look right.
He's not physically well, but he will be seated for it. I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. We haven't announced, or nobody's announced that there's going to be a streaming option to watch it, kind of like we've done with Coachella.
I would think there will.
I hope so, and I hope that one of the, like Netflix or Hulu or something gets it, where we can actually just watch it live as it's happening rather than wait for a documentary. Anyway, speaking as for documentaries, a new John Lennon documentary is coming out next month. It's called Borrowed Time, Lennon's Last Decade. It's going to feature rare archived footage and never-before-seen interviews. There's a trailer out. It's going to be in theaters May 2nd. Here's a little audio clipping of the new John Lennon documentary.
All right, new John Lennon doc.
John Lennon, he said, I've got something to tell you. I've left the Beatles. And I thought, you're crazy.
Well, the Beatles were splitting up themselves, disintegrating. I don't want to be trapped again with the same musicians making the same sound. I, as an individual, don't feel satisfied as an artist, or I would stop. I must always go on. This is only the beginning. This 60s was just waking up in the morning, I just can't wait. I'm so glad to be around.
So there you have it, Borrowed Time.
I'll watch it.
You grew up in New York. Did you ever go to Strawberry Fields?
Yeah, of course.
I've been there once and went to the apartment building that he got shot
Dakota?
at. The Dakota.
Yeah. Still walk past it all the time.
It's if you ever get a chance to do it, it's a somber thing to do, but definitely worth it in Forest Park in Central Park. Ice Nine Kills frontman Spencer Charnas has launched a sinister new brand that defines high-performance personal care and cosmetics for those who live for the limelight or in the moonlight. So if you Needs some makeup. Ice 9 Kills is putting some out. Poppy Spirit Box and Tom Morello guest on Metal 4th, which is the upcoming album from Baby Metal, due out on June 13th. And Kid Rock went to the White House to see his best friend, President Trump, so he could sign an executive order targeting ticket scalpers and price gouging third-party ticket sellers.
And this was all in regards to the Taylor Swift stuff.
I believe so. So that if you did you see the picture of Kid Rock in the Oval Office? He was decked out. Former NYPD Blue actress Kim Delaney was arrested and thrown into jail on Saturday. So this is pretty ironic. Kim's real life drama began on Saturday morning when police were called to her LA home for a domestic disturbance involving her and her partner James. TMZ reports that the two got into a big argument, turned physical. Both were slapped with handcuffs and sent to jail. She's now charged with felony assault likely to cause great bodily injury. And James, her boyfriend, was charged with misdemeanor domestic violence. Dave Coulier is cancer-free,
Hey, all right.
which is awesome. So TMZ reported back in November, whenever he was on the Today Show, that he had been diagnosed a couple weeks earlier with stage 3 non-Hodgkin lymphoma, type of blood cancer that starts in the lymphatic system. He had 6 chemo treatments. He lost all of his hair, which we remember John Stamos posing in the bald wig or the bald cap, and everybody lost their minds. So this is great news for Dave Coulier. He is cancer-free, and
I think he's coming to town. I think he's with the Puck Cancer game on Friday.
Which is
I think he is listed as one of the
special guests.
One of the special guests. That's this Friday over at Centene.
Well, fantastic.
full
Say
house
congrats and love on him a little bit when you see him. The movie that Kendrick Lamar is making with the South Park guys has been pushed back to May of next year. It was supposed to come out this July. Plot details have not yet been revealed, but film chief Brian Robbins praised the movie for being one of the funniest and most original scripts that he's ever read. So I can't wait to know what those details are. Will Smith could be defending the Galaxy again. I think he's on a comeback tour right now, Will Smith. I feel like they're setting him up for all sorts of things.
Yeah.
And now they're throwing in Men in Black, that there could be a new sequel to that. Here is Will Smith now talking about what could be happening in the future.
All right, Will Smith. I don't have Will Smith.
Okay, never mind. I'll say it as Will Smith. He says, I told myself I was done with sequels. I was like, I've made enough sequels. I've got some new things I want to make. And then he says, literally this morning, an hour before I came down here, they threw the bag for another Men in Black. And I was like, I'm supposed to be going on tour this summer. He suggested that they would film after the tour in September. And he has starred as Agent J in the 3 previous Men in Black films.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's got new music out. Did you hear that new Will Smith? Oh, we played it when you were gone on Friday.
Oh, really?
You want to hear some?
I would like to hear it.
It is not great.
Is he rapping? Is he singing?
It's pretty tone deaf, to be honest.
Here is.
It's not good. I don't mean tone deaf as in actually tone deaf. I mean, like, this is the wrong move.
This is Will Smith. You looking for me?
Somebody said you looking for me. I ain't hard to find, I'm easy to see. I ain't hard to find, I'm on your TV. I ain't hard to find, I'm on your IG. I ain't hard to find. I ain't hard to find.
It's even worse this time.
It is. You know why? Because it's not his lane. It was never his lane. He's supposed to be the fun, hype, dance, energy up. Yeah, dude, that was his lane. And even though some people would call it cheesy, at least he did it really well.
Here's another one.
You know what, though? Remember, Aladdin should not be in a rap piece.
You know what, though?
Sweet.
I think that it's interesting because we've all set him up because before, pre-slap, he has always been the nice guy. And I think after he made the mistake of slapping Chris Rock, and it was a mistake and he shouldn't have done it, it made him into the villain.
It turned him into an Eminem wannabe.
But now, wrestling or something.
But I mean, the dualities of a person.
He made his heel turn.
It's okay. I'm not saying it was okay that he slapped Chris Rock, but I don't believe that Will Smith is the greatest guy on earth. I feel like he's just human enough, like the rest of us, where he does have this inside of him too. So I don't want to keep him in that Fresh Prince of Bel-Air air.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know, it's like when Dave Grohl cheated on his wife. Everybody painted him as, oh my God, Dave Grohl can do no wrong. He's the best. Blah, blah, blah. No, he's a human being. I think that it's the same thing. Do I think this music is good? No.
Thank you. I was just trying to get there. But
I also think that he's going through it, that he is the villain now, and he's trying to exude or express that, and that's why this music is darker than what he used to do. I don't know. I don't care.
Like it.
Sydney Sweeney and her fiance, Jonathan Davino, they've ended their nearly 7-year relationship, calling off their engagement earlier this month. Your thoughts, Riz?
I heard she's with, what's his name from Top Gun?
Oh, the guy
Glenn
from
Powell?
Twisters?
Yeah,
Glenn
Glenn Powell.
Hot-ass Glenn Powell.
And the kids they will make.
Oh, my God.
Get ready, world.
Get ready for that. Well,
I don't know if we could handle it.
well, I don't know if I can handle it either.
Fellow rat boy.
Dwayne Johnson is safe after a scary situation with his plane. Last week, The Rock was en route to Houston to attend an opening of the United Football League, which he co-owns. But his plane had to make an emergency return back to Hawaii due to mechanical problems. Do I have audio in there for this?
Yep.
Here's a little Dwayne Johnson for you. Okay.
Yeah.
And he explained to me what happened, and he said it was a hydraulics issue with overheating, and he said there are some issues that we could work out as we're in the air, and then there's some that we're not going to take a chance, especially over the ocean, and especially when the computer of the airplane is saying, don't fly anymore over the ocean, you got to get back to land. So I so appreciate the crew. I appreciate them getting us back to land safely.
Dwayne Johnson, this is a guy that is skirted by making pretty mediocre movies. What was the last good movie Dwayne Johnson was in?
Jumanji.
Like the first Jumanji that he was in?
Mm-hmm. I think that's the only one I saw, but it was good.
Yeah, it was a good
I mean,
one.
Moana.
Yeah, that was good.
If you count Moana, I would think that was probably more recent, right?
Well, he was just in Moana 2, so it's a voice.
Sure. They're doing a live one, though, right?
They're doing a live one, filming a live one. But what was the last good?
I've never seen a Rock movie.
He was in that, like, Red One, which got panned.
Mm-hmm. That was the Christmas movie last.
He was in some, like, the last couple movies he's been in.
He was in that Indiana Jones kind of heisty one. Remember
Pretty
when
big stinkers.
They're in a cave at some point. San Andreas. A couple others. No, I'm just trying to think of movies that he was doing.
He's done Pain and Gain with Mark Wahlberg was a decent film.
Black Adam.
That was 2013.
Yeah,
Black
Pain and
Adam.
Gain.
Black Adam was a disaster.
Baywatch. Skyscraper. Rampage.
Was
Free Guy good?
Free Guy was great. But was he in Free Guy?
He said he was a bank robber. Oh, he's the voice. Sorry.
Mm.
And then also, there's something upcoming that looks pretty neat, and it's Big Trouble in Little China.
Oh.
So that could be fun.
No. Don't ruin that.
That could be fun.
Me.
I wish, I don't know what I want him. I loved watching him wrestle. Like, he's of this class of wrestler that whenever I would buy the pay-per-views as a high schooler, he was a part of that. And then I feel like it could have just stopped there. I mean, I like him. I think he's a sweet guy, but I've never watched one of his films and probably never will.
You're missing out.
Okay.
Is she?
No, not really.
And finally, you guys, and Moon, if you wouldn't mind, I sent you that email with some links. So Drew Barrymore recently went on her show to talk about how she does not believe that Mr. Clean is handsome. And, they were discussing a recent poll that came out where half of Americans get turned on watching their partner do household chores. And then, Ross Matthews, Drew Barrymore's sidekick, said, there's a reason Mr. Clean is so hot, okay? And then she says, I've always wondered why people fetishize Mr. Clean. It's like he's pumped for action and all this. And so I created a list.
Okay, is Mr. Clean handsome?
Is Mr. Clean the most handsome? But hear me out.
He's brawny, he's badass, he's secure enough to have one earring.
You got the brawny man, you got Captain Morgan, Mr. Clean, Miss Chiquita Banana, the St. Pauli girl, which is
Who's the hottest mascot?
I mean, look, even on this Magic Eraser thing, it says ultra thick. And isn't that what everybody's looking for?
I think that's talking about the Magic Eraser itself.
Oh,
right.
I thought that it was right under his...
You got Mr. Peanut. Who is the hottest cartoon for a brand? Mr.
Toucan Sam.
Marlboro Man.
You got the brawny guy who basically looks like a cartoon version of the new Bush guy, who's from St. Louis, I believe.
The brawny guy's
was
hot.
pretty
His name is Johnny Brawny.
Johnny Brawny.
Johnny Brawny. I got big rolled up sleeves. Hello.
Who else we got here?
Jolly Green Giant's pretty
Chiquita
handsome.
Well, that's 1944's Chiquita Banana. But
Yeah,
like the
that one's
new
not
age
bad. Yeah,
one,
she's a winner.
she's got like, her hair full of fruit.
The St. Pauli
Oh,
girl
St.
is
Pauli
hot
girl's
as
hot.
heck.
Yeah.
Was it?
Oh yeah, winner.
Martin the Gecko, Geico guy.
Yeah. King Scott's an Uncle Ben's guy. King
Uncle
Scott
Ben's
loves Uncle
cute.
Ben.
Oh, dude, he is so handsome. That guy is, turning
Kool-Aid man.
turning heads everywhere.
Aaron Esurance, which actually they had to discontinue Aaron Esurance because she kept, I read this morning, she kept showing up in all sorts of fan porn where people would draw her in compromised situations.
Her name was Erin Esurance?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
And
this
they had
And
to
they were doing like fan porn of her? Oh my God.
Yeah.
What's wrong with people?
Well,
because she basically looks like what were those cartoons? Not Powder Puff Girls,
Yeah.
but what was the other
Gem?
one? Well, no, like the early 2000s one, the Fairly Odd Parents and those kind of things. That was like that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Kim Possible.
Kim Possible.
Yeah.
That's right.
Chicken of the Sea Mermaid.
What is that? I don't remember what
Pretty
that one looks like.
cute.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No, I think the St. Pauli girl's got it.
Yeah.
St. Pauli Girl's
for
pretty
sure.
hot. Snap Crackle Pop. Nesquik Bunny.
Okay. Toucan Sam and a 69. His Humpty Nose will tickle your rear. Let's at least throw him in the mix. You
Tony
know?
the Tiger with his big arms.
What about the little Snuggle Bear? Was it
yeah.
Downy?
Oh, yeah.
What
Downy
about
guy.
Poppin' Fresh?
Poppin' Fresh, little Pillsbury action. Anyway, I don't know, but for me, it's the brawny man. I could see me hitting that.
I don't know. For me, it's who are the two hottest? The St. Pauli girl and Mr. Clean.
Fine.
Yeah, for sure.
You guys all okay?
Can you imagine
Rafe?
what would happen if those two got together?
They had like a really hot Mr. Clean in like a Super Bowl commercial. You remember that?
He was jacked.
And he was jacked out of his mind. Everybody was super stoked
He
for
was
him.
jacked. He's
Well,
always jacked. He's always been like that.
Yeah, but he was like coming out of his T-shirt. He was like
I'm going to say the
rippling muscles.
Yeah, Mr. Clean. I mean, here's the thing. Mr. Clean appeals to a wide range of folks. Because Mr. Clean looks like the bouncer at a gay nightclub to me.
Look at that
In the
one.
best
Come on,
way
look at that
possible.
guy.
Look at him laying down. He's got his
in a
Keds
great
on.
way. I'm just saying, like he looks like he's a zaddy, he's a daddy, he's got gray.
Eyebrows.
You know he works
Women
out.
want him, men
Abs.
want him. He works out. He cares about. He's a clean guy. That's
Abs.
sexy.
Abs, pecs, and Keds.
Clean
Look at
ass
those biceps, too.
That's what I mean, man. He's a good-looking feller.
But I'm going Aunt Jemima because she makes food and she's awesome.
She's good too.
Jemima.
Let's see. She's not on the syrup.
Nah, she's not on this list.
Yeah, because people were racist and they got rid of her.
Here's the original one.
Because it's a real person.
Yeah, that's the dumbest thing. They're just racist people wanted to get her off the label.
Like Aunt Jemima's a real person.
Well, they
Now
would
it's- what is
argue
it?
that it was racist by having her on
Because you
there.
had a black person on a label. It's so dumb.
But it became a caricature after, though.
Yeah, but
Like if there
It's
was a
still honoring
real
her.
Aunt Jemima photo, like is Uncle Ben like a real guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
but
He's
his is a
also
drawing
no
too.
longer on.
And he's no longer on.
Like that's
Interesting.
Moon's got a picture of Aunt Jemima.
I'm telling you, there's people that don't want him on.
What a
there.
nice lady.
Yes.
I want her to make me pancakes.
Well, that's I just wanted to get to the bottom of that
Okay,
because
good.
Drew Barrymore
So
was
we-
talking about it. So
So we
thank
figured
you.
out who the hottest mascots are.
Yes,
Good.
thank you. And that's your
Settled.
crap on celebrities.
Celebrity celebrating your birthday.
Oh, dude, the Land O'Lakes Butter Girl.
Yeah, she's good too.
Green M&M.
I don't know what that
Yeah.
means. Land O'Lakes Butter Girl.
You know Land O'Lakes Butter Girl.
Yeah, she's sitting there holding the butter.
Grimace.
Oh,
He's a butt plug.
the Native American?
What's sexier than that, dude?
The Native American gal?
Grimace getting that ass.
Holding the
son.
butter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What's that?
Gorgeous.
Hold the butter.
Hold this butter. Logan Paul is 30 today. Mackenzie Davis from Halt and Catch Fire and Terminator Dark Fate is 38. Hillary Scott is 39. That's the Lady A singer. Matt Lanter from Star-Crossed and 90210 is 42. Taryn Killam is 43. Randy Orton is 45. Kip Moore, the country singer, is 45. Bijou Phillips, China and Mackenzie's naughty half-sister, also ex-wife of convicted rapist husband Danny Masterson, is 45. Rachel Maddow is 52. Joe Francis, the Girls Gone Wild founder. That guy was charged and or convicted of everything from tax evasion to sexual assault to false imprisonment, currently hiding from his legal issues in Mexico. Joe's 52. Susan Boyle is 64. And Annette O'Toole, Martha Kent, Superman's mom on Smallville, has also done 100 other things, is 73 years old today.
All right, today's porno birthday, which is being brought to you by Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet, is Shanna McCullough. And today's birthday girl's been in 580 fine films, including At the Pornies, She was in Babes Illustrated 5, not All in the Family, but Ball in the Family. She was in Bound and Gagged 4, The Enema Affairs, Gluteus to the Maximus, Hung Wankenstein, Seymour Butts Meets the Tushy Girls, and who could forget her role in 1998. And I got to sing this one. Buttholes are forever.
It's a classic.
Wow.
It's beautiful.
Shanna McCullough is 65 years old. That's your porno birthday. Those are your crappy birthdays, and that was your crap on celebrities. All right, one final break. We'll come back, wrap her up.
We are backstage at Point Fest, and I got to tell you.
Say it again, but slower.
Backstage at Point Fest
At Point
with my
Fest.
dude, grandson.
Woo! How long has it been since the last Point Fest?
Oh, 2 years almost, probably. A
We
year
are
and a half, for sure.
backstage
and doing it.
At Point Fest, and we're doing it.
And
we're
it's
doing
beautiful.
It. Come rain or come shine.
All right, here, I got a first question to ask of you.
What's up?
All right.
Whoa!
I'm here for an interview with grandson. I have an interview with grandson today.
I thought that I got this one. I thought this was my interview with grandson because I thought that you had gotten to interview him before, and I had never gotten the chance to interview him.
My grandson.
You guys had 2 years to figure this out.
We sure
still
did,
haven't-
yeah, and we didn't.
It's as if you have a.
So you're driving down the street and you notice how your neighbors just seem to be so happy. Something's going on. I mean, they've always been happy, but right now there's something even more so. Well, I can tell you what's going on inside their house is for the first time in 3 years, which, the last 3 years, inflation and debt had crushed them. Well, finally, for the first time, they have the cash to secure their retirement. They're paying off their bills and they're planning their incredible future. And now they have the cash to secure their retirement, which is fantastic. They didn't win the lottery, but they did a genius financial strategy called the Sell and Stay program from Truehold, and it's easy. Their home values have rebounded so quickly that they were able to sell it and cash all that equity, and they got to bank that, and they got to use that now for their good and what they want, and they're not even ready to move. That's the other kicker. They didn't want to move, but they were able to sell their house, so they get to stay there with an easy, affordable lease, and the best part, Truehold, they're going to cover your property taxes, your home insurance, and even those essential home repairs. So Truehold unlocks your wealth without uprooting your life. So get a Truehold offer right now where your home value is sky high. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit Truehold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out your home's value without moving. That's Truehold.com.
We are backstage at Point Fest, and I am absolutely honored and incredibly nervous, as a matter of fact, to have the pleasure of speaking to Allison Chains. Gentlemen, thank you so very much. It's really great to see you here today.
Why is he nervous? Is he owes money or something?
I do not. I do not.
You slept with my wife, you son of a bitch.
Oh. See, none of those kinds of things other than just your random fanboy saw you in 93 at Lollapalooza,
That's all right.
all
That's
of that sort of
acceptable.
thing, you know?
All
But
good, man.
It's really great to have you here. And, one of the things that, in reading about the new record, it seems like the excitement level is more than just kind of like, of course everybody says the nice things when their new album is about to come out.
Not everybody. Not everybody, man.
Well, but it seems like there's genuine excitement about this particular project. Can you tell us
I'll
a
just
bit
mess
why?
on you.
Yeah.
Well, we don't do records every year, so it takes a while. So when we get one out, it's like, all right, they actually did one. It's been about 5 years since we put a record out, so the response to the one has been really strong. We've been having a great time playing it. People seem to enjoy it, so it's all good. We've been lucky enough to be able to still be doing this. You still get to go cool places and show up and have people want us to play.
If you've decided to buy a house, there are so many mistakes you can make. Go with the wrong person. Go with the out-of-town bank. Do things in the wrong order. I'm telling you, listen to your buddy Riz, who's bought a couple houses before. Call Kevin Putney first. Kevin Putney at the 123 Mortgage Team. Kevin is local, so out-of-town bank, nope, no thank you, not for me. Call Kevin first before you call your realtor. So this way you're getting approved and qualified for that home loan. So number one, you know how much house you can afford. Number two, when you do find your dream home, you're going to be ready to put in that offer. Like, boom, we're ready to go. Next thing you know, you're moving. So if you're buying a new home, secure your dream home with more affordable financing, call Kevin. He's going to put the loan together that fits your needs. If you're looking to refinance the house you're in now, lower your monthly payments, or shorten your loan term, call Kevin Putney. Or if you're looking to access your home's equity for renovations or other major expenses, call Kevin Putney. He could get you your money within 5 days. Kevin Putney, 314-862-0123, 314-862-0123. He's online at 123mortgage.com. Kevin Putney, equalizing opportunity. All loans subject to underwriting approval. Restrictions apply. Call for details. Cross Country Mortgage, LLC, NMLS 3029, NMLSconsumeraccess.org, 123mortgage.com, 314-862-0123.
It's Riz, it's Jeff Burton backstage at Wayback Point Fest with Vaden and Donnie from the Toadies. Good afternoon, gentlemen.
How you doing? Hello, how you doing?
See, this is not that bad. I mean, you guys are from Texas, so this swampiness is all right.
Yes. Oh yeah, we need just fine sweaters. This is sweater weather.
This is old hat for you guys. So.
He took off a cardigan right before we started rolling. Actually,
I took off my shirt. That's my sweater.
So you guys were spinning some yarns before we just went on the air here. I mean, do you realize the point is what, over 25 years old?
Yeah, 25.
Do you remember coming to St. Louis in the mid 90s and playing for the Point or playing for St. Louis?
I don't remember a whole lot in the mid 90s.
Yeah, boy. Yes. Truth right there.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah, you guys are Point Fest guys from back in the day, man. Way totally. Back in the day.
Yeah.
What's any good memories from St. Louis from back in the day?
Oh, jeez.
You weren't kidding about the memory, right?
No, it's gone. It's a mashup.
Our first time here, we went and I think my brother got his tongue stuck to the arch because it was during.
That would happen.
Literally, does that sound? I mean,
that sounds exactly
like it could have happened.
Yeah, no, it did happen. Oh, it did happen. No, he put his tongue to the arch and it did get stuck. So it was like during I think January. So it was pretty cool.
Maybe advice for a younger band up and coming now is maybe write everything down or document everything. Can you imagine the Toadies in the mid to late 90s and there be social media?
Oh, no. No, thank you.
No. Do you think that's a decidedly a disadvantage for bands nowadays? There's no more anonymity.
Only if they want to have kids later
and avoid prison time.
Yeah. That sounds very, very, very familiar. Yeah. It really does.
Think about the future. I think 50 years into the future, what would you like to see the legacy of the Toadies be?
Oh, geez. Hell, I don't know. I'm just stoked that people still want to see us, man. So, I don't know.
I know it's a tough question.
Yes, I don't know.
The fact that there is a legacy, even, I mean, that would be a good start, right?
With my luck, I'll still be here to see it. So,
yeah, you will.
All right, for 50 years from now.
Yeah. Do you guys nowadays, these days, when you're on the road, do you look out and see people that have been around for a while, and you guys kind of all grew up together? You see those faces out in the crowd.
Yeah, you see people all over the country that you recognize, and like last night, like there probably will be today, there's people with their kids, like little kids, which is hilarious because you got an 8-year-old killed with X's on his hands, which that's just kick ass. It's just funny. Like, I want a drink. It's just like, it's not gonna happen.
It's a sign of good parenting, though.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. We'll stick them in front of the amps and blow out their hearing at 8.
Parenting.
It's a sign of parenting because they couldn't get a babysitter. So.
Yeah. Is it weird to see to see fans now with the kids and all that stuff?
Yeah. I mean, we've had fans name their kids after songs that I've written. It's really weird.
Oh, really?
Yeah, strange.
Yeah, we've got
cool. Super cool.
That's cool.
Possum Kingdom McClary. We've gotten Jigsaw Girl Jones. That was a weird one we got. Rattlers Revival. Happy Face McGillicuddy. I forgot about that one. Rattlers Revival. That one. Wait, no?
No, I don't think
no, sorry. No.
That's funny.
Yeah, that is good.
Hey, it's flattering.
Anybody but us.
I was going to say, you got to have a positive reaction to that at least, if it's real.
Cool. I mean, actually, the cool thing is to see parents bring their kids for their first shows. That just happened a lot.
Yeah.
Like 13 and 14, and they're bringing their kids to come see us. Like, wow, that's really cool.
Get to see a kid who just learned how to make the horns.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're
the-
like
yeah, the rock
this?
horns.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's it.
There's your legacy right there that you were talking about.
There you go. Right.
That or Ronnie James Dios, either one will take it.
I mean, you guys back in, so Rubberneck came out.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about Patricia's. It's where fun and fantasy meet. It's that time of year again. It's wedding season, so that means bachelorette parties. Ladies, if you're in charge of planning the bachelorette party or you're in charge of, getting all the gift bag stuff, you go to Patricia's, of course. That's where you get the candy, the naughty dice, the corsets, and so much more. And if you have any questions, can't find something, feel free to ask any employee there. They're not going to judge you. Trust me, they've heard it all. Patricia's is where you go for the lotions, the lubes, the vibrating toys, the sexy costumes, the sexy lingerie. If you've been to the East Side and you see what those girls on stage are wearing, those stiletto heels, you get them at Patricia's. Things for the novice, things for the expert, and everything in between. And you have 3 very convenient Patricia's locations. St. Peter's at the Cave Springs exit, on Page, 3 miles east of the Westport Plaza, and at the corner of Grand and Gravois. For all your fun and adult toys, it's Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet.
Joined in the point studio now by the mastermind behind Ghost, Tobias Forge. How are you, man?
I'm good, thank you. How do you do?
I'm doing really well. It's an absolute great pleasure to have you here, and the absolute ferocious fan base of Ghost has me completely petrified that I'm going to screw this interview up because they
then don't.
Right. Well, that's the idea. But it's one of those really great things in getting to talk about Ghost right now because you can just feel all the excitement and everything kind of not starting to come together, but just continue to get bigger and bigger and bigger. That has got to be an amazing thing for you to see on your side of things.
Of course it is. I mean, I've done many records in my life that did cause nothing, you know. So it's you never know how many times you will have this feeling. So I'm trying to sort of absorb it and enjoy it whilst it's here, and yeah, no, it's a fantastic feeling.
When I had read, and again, please correct me if I'm wrong, but I had read, kind of when the process and the thought process for this was beginning, that you thought that you would have a certain audience that would dig it, that would enjoy it, and that it might even be kind of like sort of an art thing that you could potentially see at like an art installation. Are you yourself a little surprised that it is grown into what it has become now?
Yes. I mean, obviously everything is a gradual sort of these epiphanies of what you can achieve obviously comes gradually. And now obviously I know what took us here, but there was definitely a thousand things that I could never have predicted back in 2000.
Some schnooks, they've lowered prices on over 2,300 items around the store, and that's a huge number. They've marked down prices on things like Jack's Pizza, Rite of Potatoes, Tyson Family Pack Chickens, Organic Girl Salad Kits. Have you had those, big 32-ounce Chobani yogurt tubs and stock cold brew coffee? New lower prices on both those things. By lowering prices on over 2,300 items, Schnucks is bound to have lowered the price on something you love, some of your favorites. And don't forget to download the Schnucks Awards app. Super important if you want to save money. First off, with Schnucks Rewards, you earn 2% back on everything you buy. It's simple. You shop, you earn, you redeem. Show your barcode right there on the app, or use your phone number at checkout. Not only do you get points from money off, but Schnucks, they give you some other features on there as well. You could order delivery or curbside pickup. If you can't find something, they got the item search right there on the app. Plus, more importantly, hundreds of exclusive digital offers and coupons. Personalized savings delivered to you in an instant. It's everyday savings you can count on, all at your local Schnucks. New lower prices every day on 2,300 items, and make sure you download that Schnucks Awards app.
What an absolute honor. This is first Ho-Ho show of 2017. Headliner tonight, Rise Against, Tim McElrath from Rise Against. Absolute pleasure to meet you, man.
Good to be here, yeah.
So, okay, a couple of things that I wanted to ask you about, but I think I'm going to kind of start on the serious side of things, if that's all right with you.
Let's do
it. It is an unbelievable time in our country politically. Some people would maybe not say that it's a sad time politically, but I think that it's one of the lowest points that I can ever remember.
Yeah.
As somebody that is keeping track of what's going on in the world, like I know you guys do, sometimes myself I get so frustrated with just the daily just punch in the face of it all that I kind of want to back away from it. How do you consume the news that's out there, and do you ever get that feeling like when you're reading like Twitter or Facebook or something like, God, I feel like I got punched in the face just trying to get through the news of the day?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's so overwhelming, and you're like, we live in such a tumultuous time right now, especially in American history. And for a band like us who've been plugging away this for like 18 years and singing about the ills of society and singing about things where places where we find injustice, we want to like, you know, put water where the fire is. You know, it's kind of what we do. And so to have all these ideas that we thought made such progress on, I feel like racism and sexism and homophobia and xenophobia, and I feel like all that stuff kind of has come to rear its ugly head back again. And in this administration has such a permissive culture around all those ideas, which is sad. It lets you know and reminds you that the monsters of racism and sexism don't ever really go away. You know, we put them behind bars, but they find their way out, you know, if we don't constantly maintain that visibility on those issues. And so it's interesting, as a band that's been trying to rile people up for 18 years, I'm excited to see people riled up.
Sure.
I don't care that if it wasn't Rise Against to do it, I don't care what did it.
Right.
And certainly this election did it. So I get to see a lot of people who have opened their eyes, a lot of people who have traditionally buried their head in the sand.
He is mine. When I say that, I mean Victory Men's Health, but victory could be yours too. All you got to do is go to victorymenshealth.com and schedule yourself an appointment at one of the 4 locations. One in Each O'Fallon, Sunset Hills, and Town and Country, and that's the one Moon, King Scott, and I frequent. In fact, those guys are getting ready to go get the Niagen drip. I think King Scott might have even gotten his already. And, man, that's like an anti-aging IV. They just started offering this service. They're always adding new things to the arsenal to help you roll back the clock and feel 100% again. No matter what's going on with your body, Victory's got something that'll help you out. And they test your blood down to a cellular level. They figure out what's going on with your body, and then they figure out a treatment plan that is customizable to you. Now, whether that's problems in the bedroom, maybe you need to get on some ED medication. That's totally normal. It happens to a lot of guys. Maybe you need to lose a few pounds, and they've got a weight loss therapy. Maybe you need to bump up your peptides. They got peptide therapy. Maybe you just got a vitamin deficiency that needs to be addressed. You can do that through oral vitamins or through their signature IV drips and zero-gravity, anti-gravity chairs that you just sit back, relax, watch a movie, and top off your fluids. And, of course, they've got customizable testosterone therapy. That's the bread and butter of Victory Men's Health. No matter what you've got going on, they have a treatment for you. So don't wait. Take your health and move it to the forefront of what you are worried about this year. Take your health back in 2025 and have a partner in the journey in Victory Men's Health. Go right now to victorymenshealth.com and schedule an appointment. That's victorymenshealth.com.
This is King Scott, Ways of the Blades. Today I'm going to teach you swords. First, you want to start with the holiday special, the great way to start an attack. They'll never see it coming. Next, you want to use the Festus backswing, especially if they use the Matthew Perry. Now you want to finish with the Canterbury slice. It's a great follow-up if they're using the Crom's Delight or the miniature poke. Thank you for watching. This is King Scott's Ways of the Blades. Now you know swords.
Well, here we are, Music Record Shop, and it's stunning. We've got Giannis, we've got Jimmy, and we've got Alex, our grand prize winner. And quite simply, gentlemen, for the next little while, we're just going to go record shop.
Wicked.
Which sounds fantastic. So we'll check in when we get done. Let everybody kind of get after it. But like, Do you have a plan when you're going into a
No,
record
I'm just
shop?
going to go at it with a frenzy.
All right,
Yeah.
very good. Well, we love that. All right, so here at Music Record Shop, we're getting after it. We'll check in with you in a bit. Did you ever stop collecting vinyl, or have you just always done?
Yeah, I mean, from when I started buying vinyl, largely because a lot of the shows I went to when I was younger were like punk. You know, they were like punk shows. So the bands that I liked, they would just put out 7-inch.
Mhm.
So I was like, I wanted the music, so I was like, I bought it, and then I bought a crappy turntable.
I've kind of started going back and buying a lot of punk vinyl,
Cool.
of stuff that I never had before, and bands that I've just now kind of rediscovered that everybody says are great. You know,
Yeah.
like Minutemen, we're a band that I've known of but never really knew.
Yeah, on tour, it's a reason to go out for a walk, to go to the record store, and like, you know what I mean? It's like, I like going to actual record shops.
Is it a pretty fairly common thing that you do?
Yeah, on tour definitely, and in London I go record shopping. Yeah, a fair bit.
Just so we know, I'm getting this from Moon. But I mean, I would put it in my collection. I'm just saying I'm getting this from Moon because I think he loves this movie, if I'm not mistaken. And then if you don't, I am going to keep it for myself. I saw an article today that your
Bring us here. It's time to refresh your house. Good, spring cleaning. That's what your house needs. Spring is a time for renewal. So let Zero Res help you refresh your home with clean carpets, fresh floors, and improved air quality. I got a kid in my house this kid's got bad allergies, and our air ducts, there's something that need to be cleaned almost once a year. Pollen, all that stuff is invading your house right now. So you want to breathe healthy, happy, and clean. Get Zero Res into the house. Let them clean out the air ducts. Let them get all the pollen out of there. Let them clean the carpets. The lungs are your air ducts. The lungs of the house are the air ducts. If they're dirty, your indoor air quality suffers. So this month, get 3 rooms Zero Resified from St. Louis's #1 carpet and air duct cleaner, starting at just $119, and take $75 off your air duct cleaning. You owe it to yourself and your family. Breathe healthy, happy, and clean. Call Zero Res 314-474-2020 or go online at ZeroResSTL.com and see what the Riz Show special. Spelled backward or forward, spells the same at Zero Res.
Check this out. There's nothing. It's a blank canvas.
You see that? The plants are coming in nicely. Come a long way since last year.
Oh, hey, you want to come in? Let's go. It's night and day from what you guys saw before. I mean, this is an actual house now with rooms all framed at. But here's the cool part. We kept basically the frame of the old garage. I mean, that's all old garage. So this is going to be a bedroom, huh? Can you see it? Can you see it? I'm going to be sleeping right over here. Oh, let me show you my favorite part. The bathroom. And I'm going to be right here, Let me show you the kitchen. Yeah, washing my hands in the sink. Let's see what's in the fridge. Nothing. Pantry.
JewelryNinjaBling.com, the exclusive jeweler of the Riz Show.
Maybe you got a special moment coming up. Maybe it's not an engagement. Maybe you've been married for a while. Maybe you're looking for an anniversary thing, or, just something special out of the blue. Some sort of special
Maybe
moment.
just a whatever thing.
Yeah, that you're looking to celebrate. Call Moritz Royce and
I love you thing.
Yeah, tell them your general idea. Tell them your budget and let them help. They are literally the experts. They're not working on commission. They are pros, and they'll help you out. I'm telling you, whatever it may be. The showroom, the private showroom that you got to get buzzed into, you make a reservation, that's just the tip of the iceberg. There is so much to choose from at Moritz Royce.
Yeah, they're located in that big, tall building right across the street from the Galleria. So, again, like Moon said, you got to be buzzed up there. They're the ethical jeweler. Go up there with an idea and maybe custom build a piece, or maybe pick out something from the Simon G collection. And you don't have to be, gazillionaire to go in there. Moritz Royce Jewelry is for everybody. That's what you got to keep in your head. So it's Moritz Royce Jewelry. Go to ninjabling.com, get the phone number, get the address, make an appointment. They're the exclusive jeweler of the Riz Show, Moritz Royce Jewelry, where you get the jewels and not the shaft.
.7 The Point. AO. Let's go. It's Liv Maddox, broadcasting live from the Hollywood Casino Amphitheater, and I am joined now by the one, the only Jelly Roll.
Yeah, baby.
How are you, sir?
I feel like I'm back home, man. I love St. Louis. It's one of my favorite cities in America for dozens of reasons.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last time I was here was just sheer disappointment because Point Fest got rained out that day. And
Yeah,
Oh,
we're still mourning that. And the crazy thing is that I wasn't here yet when that happened, but I keep hearing that when that announcement came out that it had to be pushed out, and then you couldn't make the scheduled show. People were so upset. You've got St. Louis in the palm of your hand, man. How does that feel?
No. I just love St. Louis and they love me. I've been coming here for years. We used to play Pops.
Yep.
I probably played Pops 30 times in my life.
And now here you are at the Hollywood Casino Amphitheater.
Awesome. Yes.
I
With
know.
limited tickets. You like limited is in get in your car and come on and grab it.
Exactly. Got to get here. Box office. The music doesn't start till 7. You still got time to settle in before Jelly Roll hits the stage. Now, what's really cool about you, Jelly Roll, is that, and I promise you this isn't a commentary on your size, is that you don't fit into a box musically. Right. You got the hip hop, you got the country, you got the rock all in one. So if somebody comes up and they're like, Liv, what kind of musician is Jelly Roll? What do I say?
He's a music man.
He's a music man.
Right, listen, so in the 90s, I was listening to Korn.
Okay.
But I also knew every single word of Gin and Juice.
Okay.
If you're, if you're feeling sluggish, if you're not feeling like yourself, low energy, low motivation, weight gain, muscle loss, belly fat, low libido, which is something that can strain relationships. Fellas, you're suffering from low testosterone, low T. So where are you going to go to get fixed up? You're going to Mentality, a men's specific place. One in Chesterfield and one in South County. Mentality, local healthcare facility that specializes in helping men feel and perform at their very best. They focus on free testosterone levels, which many doctors overlook, ensuring your treatment is tailored to your body. Your energy is going to come roaring back. You're going to feel like yourself again. Confident, driven, ready to tackle life. Most insurance is accepted, making it a very accessible option. It's fast, it's easy, it's safe. Be the dad who can keep up with the kids. Be the husband your spouse knows you could be. Stop settling for a fraction of you. Take back your numbers. MentalityHealth.com/radio. MentalityHealth.com/radio. That's it for us. Appreciate you all tuning in. Make sure you check out the 6th, 7th, and 8th episodes of the Rizlympics up on the Points YouTube page, the thrilling conclusion. That's sponsored by DraftKings. If you missed anything of this program, clip of the day brought to you by Michael's Flooring. Also, the podcast sponsored by Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers. Moon, what is today's podcast title?
A hairy bag of potatoes.
Hairy bag of potatoes. All right, Moon, what else?
Yeah, listen, man.
We're listening.
My daughter, I know I've been talking about all the heartbeats in my household, and it's official. My daughter is too busy to be taking care of her leopard geckos. So we're looking for a rehome. A new home for her
It's
leopard
called
geckos.
The Woods.
No.
No, you can't be throwing geckos in the woods.
I need new boots.
It's
Can I borrow-
called,
Listen,
or the toilet, flushing it.
they come with all the stuff. They are in the whole, whatever you call it, terrarium. They've got everything she is willing to give. all the stuff. They're in great health and all that, but we just fewer heartbeats. You know what? She's doing like 17 different things.
Well, listen, if you want a leopard gecko, please contact Moon.
Yeah, just Riz Show at 1057thepoint.com, and I'll get back to you there.
All right, Lern.
You can follow me on the socials at Lern versus Drado. That's all.
All right, Rafe.
No notes.
All right, King Scott.
Well, I just want to say you can follow me at King Scott Rules, and also Shelbino lost an incredible art teacher. One of my favorite teachers of all time, Mrs. Wynn, passed away over the weekend, as found out. And she even painted a beautiful picture of my house whenever Alice and I got married. She was awesome, and she'll be missed.
Cool.
Oh. R.I.P.
Yeah,
R.I.P.
Mrs. Wynn. Awesome.
Wynn. All right, we'll leave you with a selection from our Teamers Remember the Day, brought to you by Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill, the official sports bar of the Riz Show, and home to St. Louis sports fans since 1990. Nick Smith from St. Charles. So we celebrate him today on this April Fool's Day. He wants to hear this song. Here it is, Heaven.